That's funny. It was worth going to Cleveland just to get that piece of tape. Just to hear Elephant Boy introduce me in front of all those people. King of Meteor! King of Meteor! King of Meteor! King of Meteor. King of Meteors. Let me hear that again. I love that.
I knew it.
I got to hear it.
And not the moment you're ready for. The one you give me. The King of Meteor and the King of Meteor of Cleveland. Waiting for Howard Show.
There you go. I could listen to that all day. My favorite part of that is when I get on stage and I go, yeah. It's like what you said. It's unbelievable. He's something else. I love him. Elephant Boy. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
I'm glad it's Friday.
Yes, as we all are. Thank you for reminding me.
Friday's a good day.
Friday's our day. Friday's our day to shine. Good morning. Yeah. I got so much to get to. You know what I'll do? Let me take a short break, and then I'll tell you everything that's going on. That's the way I like to work. I like to get everything out of the way. So we'll be back right after these words.
It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Cool. This is cool. Who is that? Candlebox or something? Who is that?
The song is Zombie by the Cranberries.
Oh, the Cranberries. They're good, I guess. I have to get their record. That sounds pretty good. I might even have their record. I haven't had a lot of time to listen to records lately. I'm going to listen to some records today.
Are you?
It's going to be my job.
Do a little previewing.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little previewing. I'm a big music man. I like to hear that music. Let me just finish the thought that during the commercials, I got into an argument with Jackie.
Oh, yeah?
Just look at Tawana Brawley. It's the same thing. That's all I wanted to say.
Just leave us hanging in the air with us.
Oh, you want in on
like
this?
That.
No, Jackie's very stupid. He doesn't understand the way things work in this world.
Yes.
So I have to explain to him every morning what's going on.
Well,
do you understand my point?
I understand, but explain it to her.
Oh, okay.
Just tell me what the situation is. I want to see.
No. He said to me, it wasn't that, I just have to explain things to him. He was talking about, this woman who drowned and 2 kids in the car?
Yes, Smith.
And the black people down at the town, they were upset because they said, hey, what is this? You falsely accused a black man of a crime.
Well, let's say some black people. You don't know that all of them are.
Yeah, I said, hey, Tawana Brawley did the same thing.
She accused white people.
Yeah, she made up a story about white people.
Blacks in this community have to apologize?
Right, no one asked any black people to apologize. If Tawana Brawley's a kook, what are we supposed to do? It's black people's fault that Tawana Brawley made up a story? Those terrible white people smeared duty on me and wrote their names on me in duty. Come on. So what?
What, did Jackie want to apologize?
No, Jackie just was confused about everything.
Oh.
He wanted to go down there and apologize to the black people. He's like, Sky, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. Yeah, at some level he felt guilty. So I think he's all tanked up. So no one knows what he's doing over there.
You got through.
I got through to you? Good. Okay, well, there you go. There's the point.
Oh, very good, Howard. You pierced that wall.
Well, it's a little thick, that wall. It's filled with saline. All right, very good. Good for you, Jackie. Finally caught on. Where was I, Robin? I wasn't anywhere. I'm in big trouble.
That's the problem. You were just with Jackie.
Hey, let me just say a couple of words. First of all, Tori Spelling looks great on Beverly Hills 90210.
This is the kind of thing you have to announce?
Yeah. Well, after the Tawana Brawley discussion, I thought I'd lighten things up. I just want to announce it.
Spelling looks great.
I was watching it this week, and I got to tell you, out of all the girls on that show, all of a sudden I want her.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, that's a complete turnaround.
Her body or something. I don't know what it is. She looks good.
Yeah.
I got to say it. And I want to compliment Melrose Place. It's gotten good again. I stuck with it.
I can't trust you. You're like a weather vane in the wind.
Yeah, sometimes the show gets bad for a couple of weeks, and if you hang in there and weather the storm.
Which you always do.
Yeah.
You never leave a show.
No. I always hang in.
Even when they just really suck.
Yep.
You've been watching them, you're loyal to the end.
You know what show really sucks that I've been loyal to for 2 weeks now?
What?
Earth 2. You watch that?
No, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Earth 2.
What the hell is that?
Earth 2 is on Sunday nights after the football game, and it's
on Channel 5?
on NBC.
Oh,
NBC
okay.
runs football out, too, for some reason.
2.
Earth 2. It's about the Earth gets so polluted in
Is
the
that
future.
the one with Roy Scheider?
No, that's gone.
Okay.
Earth 2 is,
Isn't there a fish in that? A guy that looks like a fish?
yeah, Tim Curry. He looks like a fish.
No. Isn't there a character that's like a fish or something?
Yeah, sure. So anyway, I don't know what he's talking about.
Characters in that? Because I thought
There's no one who looks like a
That's
fish.
the Don Knotts movie.
Jackie, back on that one again. That was a cartoon when Don Knotts works with a cartoon.
There's no alien creatures in that movie?
There are. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. You think they look like fish?
Maybe what would you describe it as?
Well, it's bad. It's really bad makeup. And they look
What
like...
were they going for?
I don't know.
The closest thing I could think of to say was fish.
Yeah, I don't know, but they
Scales?
they have one monster, you know, these aliens, they have one monster
They're
that...
not supposed to be monsters. They're just creatures now.
Yeah.
That you're supposed to look at like they're normal.
Well, what the plot is, and it's my kind of plot, but I don't know where it goes wrong, but they, you know, the Earth has become so polluted and disgusting that this is in the future, obviously, about 5 weeks from now. And it gets so disgusting, there's no way to live, so...
You told me everything was all right.
Yeah, so they go into space, and they have to find another Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it Earth 2.
I've never even heard of this show.
Yeah, I watch it. And it's a group of Earthlings who go to this planet, and on the planet are beings that live under the ground.
How many people made it from Earth?
About 9. Out of the 9, there's 3 really good-looking chicks who run around in little half shirts.
I see.
I mean, if there weren't any good-looking chicks on the planet...
You wouldn't be into the
No.
show.
No, there's one woman who's a mom, but she's kind of good-looking, but she's, like, very, like, smart and doesn't show her body that much.
Uh-huh.
But she's got a nice ass, and she gets it in shorts every once in a while. And then there's one girl who has a boyfriend, but, like, she's really hot.
Now, is this sort of like Gilligan's Island in space?
Yeah, they're stranded there, and Tim Curry, turns out, was sent there on some kind of penal colony, and he's lying to him, and he's trying to kill all the men and just have the women so he can lead them into the desert and have sex with them, like Charles Manson.
Like Dr. Smith.
Yeah, like Dr. Smith. Oh dear,
Oh dear. Oh dear.
that's it.
That's that same British accent.
Right. So that's, Earth 2. I watch that.
I'll have to check that out. I didn't know anything about it. Now,
Yeah.
that's on right after
The football game.
football competing with 60 Minutes?
No, it's on 7 o'clock before 60. Oh, no, 60 minutes is 7 o'clock.
Is 60 Minutes.
Yeah, I tape it, so that's why I meant
I
so.
see, okay.
I make sure to get it on tape so I can watch 60 minutes.
And you've been sticking with it.
Yeah, it should last another week or two, so I don't think I have that much of a commitment to it. And it's weird. The monsters are really bad. It's a Steven Spielberg produced thing, I think, but the monsters are real bad. They look like a guy who just slapped on a mask, like someone slapping on an OJ mask,
Right.
and pretending to be an alien. And in fact, one of these creatures. There's some aliens who are intelligent life, and they just appear to be wearing rubber masks. And then there's another creature that looks kind of like a half monkey, half hog or something. And that looks like a guy, like a midget in a little furry costume.
Huh. I'll have to check this out. I really didn't know anything about it.
And then they got little tiny monsters that look like Yoda, and they're real cute.
Yeah.
They look like trolls, and they move a little bit. Except if they take one of their nails out of their hands and they throw it at you, you can go into a coma for 2 days. Imagine you pitch that to somebody, they throw you out of the office if you weren't Steven Spielberg. We got this great concept. They got these things to throw their nails into your neck, and then you...
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
What have you thought of Superman this year? You really haven't mentioned it.
Awful.
Yeah?
Superman has gotten so bad. The premise really blows. Last week I'm watching Superman, right? Now, obviously, it sounds like I have a lot of free time, but...
Yeah, you watch all this TV.
I know. I don't know. It seems like I'm really busy, but maybe I'm busy because I'm watching so much bad television. But I have to watch these shows. I feel a responsibility to my audience. Superman, I mean, Terry Hatcher is a great-looking girl. Her breasts and body and ass and she's just so hot. You know what I mean? I just need her. I need to date her.
So you're still with the show because of her.
Yeah, I watch it, but it's real lame. The premise last week was I don't. It just seems like Superman on this show. There's so many easy problems for him to solve, and it takes him a whole hour to solve them. You know, he could solve them in 2 seconds with his superpowers.
I don't see. I watch the show every week, and I can't remember what the premise is.
Last week, they brought a mad scientist brought back Bonnie and Clyde from the past.
Right.
Now, Bonnie and Clyde are robbing a bank. Superman is there, and Bonnie and Clyde set off a bomb so that they can make their getaway in one of those old Bonnie and Clyde cars. Superman, squashes the bomb rather than go after Bonnie and Clyde. He could have easily flown out the window and just caught Bonnie and Clyde, and the episode would have been over. But no, he had to put out the bomb, which took 2 seconds, and he lets Bonnie and Clyde get away.
Yeah.
I can't accept that.
It's almost like it's not real.
Yeah. No, I know you're making a joke, but I'm saying there's got to be a premise you can believe in. Superman should have.
Superman.
He's Superman.
On a Superman level.
Yeah, Superman can't defeat Bonnie and Clyde.
Should be smart enough to order his priorities and go out and get them.
Yeah, well, all he had to do was squash the bomb, and then with his supervision, take a look where the car was.
And get
melt the tire.
I mean, it's a car that looks totally out of place in this era. Superman can't track that down?
Yeah, it was one of those old jalopies.
Yeah, Superman's trying to save people. He can't stop these 2 murderers.
Who will, of course, murder again.
And the ridiculousness of Lois Lane. She's obviously in love with Clark Kent. She has something for him. She won't do him. And Superman, for some reason, will not confess to Lois that he's in love with her. I have no idea why not. He's a horny guy. He wants to have sex with her.
Yeah, he's about to explode himself.
Yeah, and I mean, Clark Kent, alias Superman, this is unbelievable. These plots are unbelievable. He wants Lois to love him for Clark and not for Superman.
And she
who cares?
seems to be going for him.
Yeah, who cares? She likes both of them. It's like, let's have a sexual relationship.
With Superman, he had to be loved for Clark.
Yeah, I know, and it's just really annoying. It's almost like Superman's turned into Mad About You. Like these 2 people who...
They're always scrapping and fighting about whether they're partners
and whining. It's just the same beat over and over again. Yeah. I really am going to abandon that show. You've convinced me.
Oh.
They should change the name to Mad About Soup. I don't know. It's weird.
I know at the beginning of the show this last week, there's always a scene where he takes Lois and he flies off with her.
Yeah.
Even that wasn't romantic.
No.
I watched it. It looked like he was going to drop Lois.
Yeah.
This show is just a mess.
There's nothing good. Then I watched that show last night, Mad About You.
Yeah.
Even that sucked. That show sometimes is good, but that sucked.
I didn't watch that last night.
I don't know. I'm sick of him, too, that Paul Reiser. And that Helen Hunt. Who cares what happens to them?
A couple of episodes that I've seen, they're always trying to have sex but never accomplish it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay. Why would you want to have sex with Helen Hunt anyway?
You like her?
What? Nah.
I like her.
Nah, I don't dig her, man.
Really?
Nah.
Why, because of her character in that thing, or you don't think
she's not that hot.
She's manly.
Yeah. She's like Jodie Foster. She's manly.
Very masculine.
Yeah. And she's a good actress and everything. Don't get me wrong, but I'm tired of her being so cute. It's like...
Shut up and get nude.
And you notice that every Yenta housewife on Long Island thinks she's Helen Hunt now?
Oh, gee.
And she thinks and every Yenta thinks her husband is like Paul Reiser?
That's our relationship.
Yeah. Stupid ass. Yeah. Oh, you should hear them. The Yentas. I get that. I hear it all the time. They're such a great couple. They're just like us.
We relate.
We relate.
We relate to them. I have to watch it every week. Well, you're doing it. Why do you need to watch it?
Yeah.
If you're that couple, why do you need to watch it?
It's like every single Yenta on Long Island thinks she's going to date Jerry Seinfeld if she could just meet him because he's a regular guy.
Right, and he's a Long Island kid.
Yeah, yeah. They think they can get ugly girls who all think they can get him. And then every married Yenta thinks that she's Helen Hunt now. Helen Hunt and Paul Reiser.
So her husband's a comedian.
Yeah, that's our relationship. We're just like that.
Happens to us, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We had arguments over making the Thanksgiving turkey.
So where's your show?
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't you write this stupid show?
This could be it's like he's in our living room. You stupid ass. Stupid ass. I don't know. And then there's a whole bunch of sitcoms I don't even understand why they're popular. Because I never even watch them. So I don't know what's going on in them. Like, Frasier.
John Larroquette show.
Yeah, John Larroquette show.
What is the appeal?
He makes me want to kill myself, John Larroquette. He's not funny. He's pompous. He's
not good looking.
No.
He's not funny. He's nothing.
If I see something with John Larroquette's name in it, I don't watch it. If it's got, John Larroquette, anything. Cameo by John Larroquette.
You turn.
I don't know who he is. I don't know how he got into my life. I don't even know why his name is in my head.
It's such a big name.
Yeah, I just have no idea. He apparently can't say anything funny on his own. It has to be written for him. He's not a stand-up comedian. I don't know what he is.
But he's got a lot of Emmys.
All I know is he snuck into my TV guide and he won't get out of my head. John Larroquette. I don't know who that is. I don't know why that.
Funny. The name is funny.
Yeah.
See, that's what...
It's all wrong.
John Larroquette.
There's all these shows on.
Frasier doesn't make you laugh?
I've never seen it. I just have no desire to see that guy, Kelsey Grammer. And, man, I was reading about his life in the newspaper today because he's all over the news because he's supposedly going to be accused by a 15-year-old girl of molestation.
Yeah, he apparently, according to her, has sex with her.
No, his life is a real sitcom.
Yeah, listen to this. This is his life. All right, I got to give you this. This is just really funny. This is a little capsulation. Kelsey Grammer's life has been scarred by violence and death. His father was savagely murdered by an intruder when Kelsey was just 12. Okay, you say, hey, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's one thing,
tough
and
to get over.
That's really devastating. Okay, so you'd say if that was the one thing, you'd even say, hey, the guy's had a tough life.
Wow, yeah.
All right. A year later, his grandfather, with whom he was very close, died suddenly. Okay, say, well, hey, everyone's grandfather has to die. But
correct.
okay, all right, okay. Shortly after that, Grammer turned 20. His 18-year-old sister was raped and murdered by a serial killer.
Where did they live?
What were the circumstances? I don't know, man.
He lived under a dark cloud.
Maybe he's a suspect in all of this. You know what I mean?
He's the one common factor.
Right.
Clark Kent, so he's been Superman.
So he says, and then he says, that was the worst part of my life, he recalled in a recent interview. So you say, well, okay, that's pretty bad, and I can't believe all of those bad things happened to him, and maybe that's the end of it. But then you read, 5 years later, his two half-brothers drowned in a diving accident. This is almost comical.
It's like, stay away from this guy.
So then you go, well, that's pretty bad, but, could
all
anything...
All right, so now the bad stuff is over, right?
So then...
At some point, wouldn't you buy a rabbit's foot?
Grammer's married life has also been stormed. So then he becomes an adult. He marries and divorces twice. And that's really, divorce is real bad, but okay, maybe that's the end of it. His most recent marriage to the 23-year-old exotic dancer Leanne Cushiony was traumatic for him. Grammer accused her of assault. His wife beat him up.
Yeah.
He said she slapped him, pulled his hair, punched... Oh, that's what happened to his hair. Punched him, scratched him, and bit him, fired a gun, held a knife to his throat, and threatened to jab his eyes out with a fork. So...
And all this, and he goes to work every day.
So then you say, well... Damn, that's pretty bad. That's got to be the end of it. And then it says, well, after they separated, she attempted suicide with wine and Tylenol.
Right.
3 days later, she lost their unborn child. And then to make it worse, she goes on the Current Affair or Inside Edition and pleads for forgiveness. 2 months later, the divorce. This is within 2 months.
Yeah.
So you say, well, that's pretty bad life. And you go, well, it's got to all be over. And they go, no. That's not over. The moon-faced 39-year-old comic has also battled drug and alcohol abuse. And you go, well, that's bad, but that's not the worst of it, is it? Well, actually, in 1988, he was busted for drunken driving and cocaine possession. Yeah. They put him in rehab, but failed to rehab, so he was later arrested and served 30 days for failing to report to community service. Then you go, well, that's all pretty bad, so nothing bad could happen to him anymore. This is over. Then you find out his landlord ate his wife's feet.
Oh!
In a weird... No.
But there's more bizarreness on the road with this guy. I mean, look at his life. Yeah. Bizarreness follows him around. Weird stuff happens to him.
Well, did you hear what happened to him last week?
What?
His grandfather's ghost came back and raped Roseanne Barr. Yeah. It was out of control. And now he's being blamed because he's the only living relative.
But this guy has a job. I mean, poor Dwight Gooden, he failed a couple of drug tests. He can't play baseball.
Yeah, and what is the difference between Dwight Gooden and Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah.
There's no difference. They're both entertainers.
None at all.
Why can't Dwight Gooden work? I say let him work all he wants. What is wrong with Dwight Gooden working? If Kelsey Grammer, they should take away Kelsey Grammer's job.
That's right. He should lose his show.
Well, baseball's a fiefdom. They sit there, they control everybody. It's outrageous. It really is. Hey, anyway, so that's what's going on.
With Kelsey Grammer.
That's what's going on in the world. TV reviews, Kelsey Grammer. You get it all here. By the way, on our show today, coming up this morning, a couple of surprises. Stopping by who we haven't seen in, must be almost a year. I don't know what happened, but Richard Lewis. Baba Booey ran by him in the Friars Club. Mm-hmm. And he says, hey, what's the deal? You don't like us anymore? He says, no, I want to get back on. I want to get back on the show. I just, I felt funny about coming in after John Candy's death. I knew you guys would goof on me. So, he's a fair weather friend anyway.
You think so?
Yeah, if he's busy doing stuff.
Let's confront him on it then.
Yeah.
If he can only get in here when times are tough, we don't want him.
Right.
We're tired of this.
Yeah, we don't want to be used. This is what Jerry Seinfeld did. When his show was almost off the air, he used us.
You know that they say he and Shoshana are breaking up?
Yeah, because Shoshana won't sign a prenuptial agreement. Did you know that?
She's smart enough not to do that.
Yeah.
She wants the mother load, or she's going to put up with that.
Yeah, you're going to have Jerry on top of you for the rest of your life.
I guess that's a pretty leveling experience for him.
Yeah.
Hey.
I thought you loved me. What's the big deal?
What's my money got to do with it?
Yeah, everything. Dope. Let's take a break, Rob. When we come back, we'll teach more. Obviously, there's a lot people need to know. I'm going to take some phone calls. I've got a bunch of things to go through with you. There's all kinds of things going on. The KKK hotline. Oh, guess who's coming by today for a quick update? Vicki the Drunk says she cleaned herself up.
Really?
And she's coming in to show herself off sober.
Wow.
Vicki the Drunk, everybody.
Well, that's good to hear because she was a real mess.
Also,
do we have tape of her previous appearance?
Yes, it's all set to go.
All right.
Also, another surprise phone call coming in. I'm not going to tell you about it yet. You're going to like this one.
Surprise phone call.
Because I'll tell you about it a little bit later in the show. Everyone will like this. It's a great story. And what else is coming up in this show? There's something else very big. I can't figure. I'll think of it. Oh, on Monday, Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to come by with Ivan Reitman.
The director and the star.
Yes.
Of the new movie Junior.
The other big thing on the show today, you'll be playing James Garner's comments about you.
From the Tonight Show,
You have them?
Yeah, I taped it and got it.
Oh, good. When is James Garner coming in? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that'll be funny. So I can bitch slap that
You're
jackass.
supposed to fight him.
KKK message is supposedly really good.
It is great.
It's not good in the sense that...
Gary learned something.
Yeah, right, Gary learned something. Let's put it that way.
He talks a lot about that proposition in California.
I'll be back right after these words, Robin, to tell you even more things that are going on in this jam-packed Friday program. Yeah, come on. Rock me. Oh, yeah. What is this, desert rock? This is big. Oh, yeah. The drummer's good there. What is that, Metallica? What is that?
Hold on 1 second.
The hell don't we know what anything is?
I think it's Dream Theater.
Dream Theater?
Yeah.
They suck, though. Oh, is it that Dream Theater?
That one song, I think, that you
like. We listened to that, I thought. And we decided it didn't go anywhere.
I said, boy, that's a great song. I got to get that album. And then you listen to the whole damn song, and it's no good.
It goes in the tank.
Yeah. With Fred, it's always, I think it's...
And then he goes, oh, it's Dream Theater.
Yeah. It's the same answer each time. It's like, I think it's... Oh, it's Dream Theater.
I'm surprised that
so you think it or it is? I don't know. Nothing's exact over in that corner.
No commitment.
No commitment to anything. He knows every supermodel's name and can tell you her statistics, but he can't tell me what
you
song.
Didn't ask me to write class.
Very good. Next time it'll be about supermodels.
But then he says Dream Theater, like, oh, that's the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, right. It's Dream Theater. You're like, oh, it's Dream Theater. Like, refresh my memory, dude. Dream Theater. What's the name of your group, Fred?
Still Fred Norris.
Oh, it's because Fred Norris?
Yeah.
That's some name.
I know.
He's not even Norris, just Fred Norris.
Yeah, Norris I could get into.
I'm actually a Fred Norris fan. But I tried different permutations. That seems to be the one that works.
You're like Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis band. Huey Lewis in the news. Fred.
No.
I like Norris.
Okay, I'll try that.
The Norris connection.
The Norris experience.
Sounds a bit pretentious, but I'll try it.
Let's see Norris.
Yeah. Van Norris.
Van Morrison.
Van Norrison.
Jim Norrison.
Very good. Whatever. Who cares what Fred's band is? I don't think they're going anywhere anyway.
Hey, Fred's got a song coming out.
I know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, good luck to you with that, Fred.
Can't wait to hear Fred's song, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people are very excited about it. 6:43 here in New York. Depending on where you are, it could be 3 hours earlier, an hour earlier, or an hour later. You figure it out. It's 43 something. Blank 43.
You put in the first number.
And, no, actually, Fred has a song coming out on Leslie West's next album, which will be out. Well, let's put it this way. I hope Leslie lives until the album release. You know what I mean?
If he doesn't, it'll be a classic.
Looking at Leslie yesterday, I don't know. I mean, Leslie comes in here and he goes,
I was in the hospital for 3 days. They almost took my feet off. They almost were going to cut my feet off.
Every time something happens to him, it almost means the end.
Yeah. But you know what? He's going to outlive everyone.
And when you say you look good to Leslie, there's a level of health you're talking about.
Yeah, right. Like yesterday, I said, hey, you look good, which meant, hey, you're still walking and you have feet.
Right. You look good for Leslie.
Yeah, right.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that Leslie's on the planet.
But that girlfriend.
Very nice.
Whoa.
Very nice looking woman. Very nice.
Somehow they don't look like they should be together. That's a mismatched couple.
Well, they're together.
Beauty and the Beast.
Well, Beauty and the Beast.
He hangs around with Noel, so he looks good.
Yeah. I don't know who looked worse, Leslie or Noel. Well, Leslie's all right, because what happened was I found out Leslie was in the hospital. Someone called and told me. And Dominic actually called and told me. And
he somehow got involved with Leslie.
Well, he's involved with Leslie because Leslie, I think, is going through a divorce. So anyway, Dominic calls me up, Leslie, you know, and when Dominic has a piece of information that I should know, and it's about a friend of mine,
yeah,
and I don't know it yet, he's so proud that he knows ahead of me.
He's got to be the first one.
Leslie is in the hospital. You should be calling him.
You know, he starts advising me. Like
you've been a bad friend.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah.
And he knows.
Of course, how would I possibly know? Because Leslie's just been admitted 2 seconds ago. But
you should have been there.
Yeah, he's going to tell me what I should do. You know, I'm getting advice from a man who fixes card games. So, I then, I called Leslie, and immediately Leslie goes into it. He says, oh, man. You know, with my diabetes, I was in Europe touring. Leslie's always touring. I was touring, and I got a little blister on my foot. Now, I don't even want to think about Leslie's feet. But anyway, I got a blister, and the next thing I know, they told me that I'd have to go to the hospital because the blister was infected, and with my diabetes, they were going to cut off both my feet.
Now, what? He's got a blister on one foot, they're going to cut off the other foot?
Yeah, evidently both feet were getting gangrene. So he says, I thought fast. I didn't want to be in Europe. At a European hospital, they would have cut off my feet. I came home, and I got... So I came home, and he got home, and then he was in the hospital, so I called him, and I said, Leslie, what's going on? They're going to cut off your feet? I figured it was a promotion just to get him in the Hard Rock Cafe, like maybe they'd hang his feet on the wall. Hey, there's Leslie's feet, right under Jimi Hendrix's underpants.
You know, that line outside the Hard Rock
Unbelievable.
would be around the block if they had his feet.
I would go to see Leslie's feet.
Absolutely.
Hanging.
I want to sit at the table under his feet.
Yeah. Because I said to Leslie, if they do cut off your feet, what are they going to do with them? Will they burn them, or will they just hang them at the Hard Rock?
Along with your guitar.
Very funny.
That would be so funny, a case with a guitar and his feet in it.
Yeah. Open up the case, and there's his feet. Bloody feet. So anyway, evidently Leslie's feet were saved because they hooked him up to an intravenous.
The Hard Rock was disappointed.
Then why don't you just hang Leslie right up on the wall?
Stuff him.
Can you imagine when Leslie dies, they're going to want his clothes. They don't have a place big enough to display.
I know. Pretty wild.
With all of his jewelry.
Well, Leslie, of course, was in the legendary group Mountain, and the guy that he used to play with, of course, Felix Pappalardi, who was shot by his wife. His clothes are hanging at the Hard Rock Cafe. And evidently, Leslie tells me they leased the clothes for a year.
Leased?
Yeah.
Who needed them back?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Leslie, but you never know with Leslie.
I
You
know.
never
It's
know.
always a tale.
Yeah, he could.
A hole in the shirt where the bullet went in?
I don't know. I don't think it was that shirt. So anyway, it was just kind of weird.
He's always got a tale.
Yeah.
Always something going on.
A tale of woe. Fred, can I do the Ku Klux Klan message here, or do I have to take a break?
Break, and then we can wail.
I hear the message is pretty wild, because Daniel Carver, Ku Klux Klan man, goes into this whole wild thing about, hey, look, we let the using his vernacular now, we let the niggers use our public toilets. We let them use our drinking fountains. We let them marry our women, and they're still misbehaving.
Oh!
So what do you?
Proposition 187 got to do with that, though?
I don't know if it's. I don't know exactly what the message is, but
Gary said it had to do with 187.
I don't know. What?
It's a good thing.
Okay, but anyway, let's clear it all up when we get back.
All right.
Right after these words.
Here's
No, don't
Howard.
do that. Make sure they don't do that. That would be terrible. I have to remind people that, the Today Show has, they have a window behind the anchor people, and people from the street hold up signs.
Yeah.
I have to remind people not to hold up signs about me.
Why?
Because that would be terribly embarrassing.
They can hold up signs about other people and other things?
I wouldn't want to encourage it. If it happened, there's nothing I can do about it. That's all I'm saying.
I see.
Hey, by the way, talking about the E-show, before I get to the Ku Klux Klan message, tonight, one of my favorite shows of all time, I will have to somehow go to someone's house and watch this. The foot fetish girl will be on the E-show tonight.
The girl you tickle.
The tickling show. And that big black boyfriend who got a hold of your feet.
Oh, boy.
And ate your feet.
I forgot about my participation.
Yeah, you're in that. Evidently, the look on your face while he is eating your feet is ecstatic.
Ecstatic?
It's a funny thing with you. I was looking at the show in the edit stage, and I said, it's a funny thing with Robin. And a lot of times on the show, I'll say to Robin, come on over here, let's do this, let's do that. And Robin will hesitate. Robin says, nah, maybe I don't want to do that. With the feet, you love it.
Stop it.
Right in there.
You are such
that shoe came off.
fairy tale weaver.
You might be into that foot fetish thing.
Please.
She loved it. And the look of joy on your face.
I didn't hesitate.
The look, nope.
Not even for a
second. You bolted in here so fast, I could hardly. In fact, you almost hit Jackie in the head with the door.
Put right down the guy's mouth.
The tape is doctored.
The foot went right down the mouth.
You took my expression from another show and put it on this one.
Well, you be the judge.
There was joy.
No.
I was disgusted. Don't be ridiculous.
There was a little look of pleasure on your
That's
face.
why she took her shoe off.
You don't know what pleasure looks like.
Your eyes rolled back into your head, and you...
I was disgusted. That's why.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Did you slow-mo her groans and moans?
It wasn't necessary. Real time. It was look of ecstasy. Anyway, so tonight, see Robin get her feet eaten, and see me tie up...
Not eaten.
See me tie up Anna, and then tickle and worship her feet.
Ooh.
Remember how to wipe them down with cloths?
Right, she was all sweaty.
Smelly feet.
Did they get a good shot of the hair on her legs?
Oh,
yeah. It's real good. Real good.
I forgot.
Yeah. It's wild. It's a wild show tonight.
It's amazing you get through it to tickle her.
Yeah.
She had leggings on her thighs.
Yeah. It's real good. I was actually, I don't know, a couple of nights ago, it was Star Trek week on E, so they did William Shatner. They ran two-parter on William Shatner and the George Takei interview.
Oh, really?
Really funny, because he talks like this. Captain, I hate William Shatner. Bill. And then Billy was doing George Takei. And we have this whole problem on the show. Do you show Billy doing the impression? Because if you show him, does it ruin the impression? But I thought they didn't show him this time, and I was frustrated. I wanted to see Billy.
Really?
Yes, I told him, show Billy when he does it. A little bit, because otherwise he can't get into the impression. You got to see who's doing it.
There is a mixture you haven't reached yet.
That's right.
Of showing Billy and not showing him.
Yeah.
So you must show him. It's a matter of how much.
Yeah, because at some point you want to just hear the voice. But
and
you
get into the impression.
Yeah. So it's weird. George Takei. Sulu. from the Star Trek. Captain. Yeah.
Everything's crisp.
Yeah, crisp and over-enunciated. And I asked him that. I go, I forget these interviews. I have to watch them on TV. I said to George Takei, how come you enunciate so much in real life, and when you were Sulu, you didn't talk like that? He goes, because I was acting.
Sulu didn't enunciate. Takei does.
Right. I said, I don't know, man. I think Takei is acting, and Sulu was natural. But it's pretty wild. By the way, Billy's not with us today because he's playing one of the elves at Radio City, so if you want to go see that.
In the Christmas pageant?
That's correct, Captain. That is right. Yeah.
I was thinking about those little people from yesterday.
Great show.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, evidently everyone was calling the E Network saying, when will the midgets be on? Because they want to see it.
Would we stop using the term midget now that we know that it's a derogatory term?
I've been using it more since I learned it was derogatory.
How could little people be less insulting than midget?
Believe me. You know what that's like?
Maybe I should call them runt.
It's just like, listen, it's like
runt.
The Japanese now want to be called Asians. Or something. I don't even know what who even knows what they want to be
Oriental
called.
is insulting and Asian is...
Yeah, Oriental is insulting.
Asians, Captain.
Asians. Who wouldn't even know that?
I never saw three midgets together before.
It's great. It's a super show with all legitimately tall girlfriends. Like they were legitimately their girlfriends.
I couldn't see the kiss.
Oompa.
Of either one of them. So
Tongue
I
kiss.
can wait
Real kiss.
for
Real kiss.
The telecast so I can see that.
Yeah, well, tonight's Anna the Foot Worship show, a foot tickling show. Evidently, now I'm getting all kinds of letters from foot tickling organizations.
Oh, dear.
Evidently, there's like foot tickling newsletters and stuff. Let me see if I saved it. Wait, I might have. Let's see.
See, I got to stop working so I can join some of these clubs.
Yeah, have some fun.
I don't belong to anything.
On our own club.
My agent keeps booking me with work. I got to have time to relax.
I need a group of associates to get into some deviance.
I tell you, yesterday I said, I ought to have a little fun. So I come home, and I see my wife there, right?
Yeah.
So I figured, well, let me have some fun with her.
There's my playmate.
Yeah, so I go upstairs. I said, I got a million things to do, but I said, all right. She's in her closet picking out some clothes.
Uh-huh.
And I walk in, and I pull my pants down.
What is that?
I just walked into her closet, and I pull off my underpants and my pants, and I go, look at what's here. This is for you. And she goes, what do you want me to do with that? That's what she said to me.
She hung clothes on
She goes, what do you want me to do with that? I said, do something to it. And she goes, I have my period. I go, what is with you? I said, every time. Yeah, but at least it's not on the weekends.
Oh, boy.
Stop on the weekend?
So it'll be over by the way. So supposedly I'm going to get sex on the weekend.
That was like making a date.
Yeah. So anyway, I said, well, do something to me. Take care of me.
Why does she always have to say that?
I don't know. So because she's not. I said to her, Allison, let's face it. Let's talk about our marriage. You're not interested in me anymore. Set me free to go have dates, and you can go have dates.
Were you in a state of readiness?
Yeah, of course. So then I said, then she goes, well, what do you want me to do to it? I said, she says, go lay down on the bed on your back and I'll do something. Ooh. So I said, you know what? I don't want it. Never mind. I pull my pants back up, and now I'm completely aroused with my pants up, my jeans. And I go, you know what? I'm going to walk downstairs now aroused like this. So everyone can see that I'm sexually frustrated. That's what I'm going to do. She goes, no, don't you go downstairs. I said, no.
You're going to parade yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to show the children that you don't do anything to me. I said, this is fine. This just proves my point.
You need witnesses.
Yeah, I need a witness.
Well, you don't approach her properly. She doesn't answer.
When I pull my pants down. If I walked into your closet with my pants down and my beautiful charms all there for you to see.
I would not. I would have thrown you out, I probably.
You would have? Would you have?
That's ridiculous.
What are you talking about?
It's like she's in there trying on clothes. It's like too cold and open.
Oh, come on.
It is.
That's being spontaneous.
Right, I was trying to do something wild.
How about making sure she's in the mood, so you're feeling in the mood.
Well,
she's busy, right?
What am I supposed to do?
So you walk in there and go, hey, what are you doing? You want to model something for me?
Oh, get out of here. I don't have time for
loves that. She'd go nuts. If all of a sudden I'm standing naked and say, let's do something, she goes crazy.
So anyway.
I'm shocked that your wife stays in the house.
So then my wife says, all right, lay down on the bed. Then she starts...
Sounds like an examination.
Yeah, right, exactly. Then I get in, so I said, oh, I'm not going to do so. I pull my pants back on. She goes, no, I want to do something. So I said, okay, so do something to me. She goes and gets, she's now hunting for this.
Did you even touch your wife when you walked in?
No.
Oh.
We had I wasn't interested in touching her. I just needed to be relieved. You understand something? All I do is think about girls all day. I'm attacked by girls all day. It's just, wherever I go, there are girls. Like I go over to,
where did you go?
Yesterday after the show, I had to go over to meet, they hired 2 new writers to write my movie.
Yeah, and they were girls?
So one of them was a girl, and she was really good looking.
Oh.
She's coming by today, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has to, she has to sleep with me. No, she has to, no, she doesn't want to do that.
She needs to observe.
No, and I'm looking at her, and I'm going,
you think you would have walked up to her and just pulled down your pants?
No, I think there would have been some romance there.
Yeah, see?
All right. Oh, come on. I've already been with my wife 20 years.
I don't want to hear it.
And this one writer, she has been listening to us since Washington, D.C., and she kept it. She listened to us when we were in Washington. She was in high school and used to listen to us.
Oh, a young girl.
Young girl. And I was like, yeah, you worshiped me back then? Super captain. So anyway, so my wife says, go lay down in bed. I just pull up my pants out. I'm walking around now, completely aroused, through the pants. And she says, no. And then she says, I have to find that. Where's that oil to oil because you're dry? Like they. So I said, I don't know where there's any oil.
Everybody needs lubricant.
So we couldn't find a lubricant. When you're married 20 years, you need even a guy needs a lubricant.
Oh.
So I go, I don't know where the lubricant is because.
Do you need a lubricant at night?
Well, what happened is I had this little thing of lubricant.
Yes.
And Ralph dresses me. It has to come over for the E-show and just go through my closet and get all the clothes. Ralph found my lubricant and put it in my hair, where my hair stuff is. I was accidentally using sex lubricant in my hair.
I thought your hair looked rather straight.
Yeah. At this point in my marriage, I need a lubricant to eat dinner. All right? So, anyway. So my wife goes, I can't find the lubricant. She starts yelling. I said, this is just not worth it. She says, just get in the bedroom. So she comes in, and I lay down on the bed. She goes, get off the bed. You're naked. So she had to go get a towel. So she takes a dirty towel from last night and lays it down on the bed. She doesn't want me on the bed. Can you imagine?
He's going to soil my shit.
There's a towel underneath me.
It takes all the sting out.
No kidding. It's my bed. I'll lay on there naked.
Yeah, so get some new ones.
Right.
Comforters.
So, she didn't have the lubricant. I said, use, come on, you know what you have to do.
She was thinking about that banana trick.
So she goes, yeah, right. So she tells me I'm smelly and my underpants. I said, I took a shower this morning. She goes, I don't know.
There's an odor.
There's a way men smell.
You got to close.
And I just was like,
Maybe she doesn't like men.
I don't think she does. No. So then she started working on me. She did a pretty good job. I just said, get down there and do your thing.
Ugh.
Give me a break. Relieve my pressures.
You too.
Then she got to work, and it was pretty good.
Yeah?
Once she got into it. But it's a lot of
Listen to the foreplay. Yes, you will. No, I don't want to. Yes.
It isn't exactly wild.
Do something to me I don't smell.
Yeah.
Oh, forget the smell.
Yeah.
Well, you need a towel.
I said I'm a guy. I'm supposed to smell.
Here, wait a minute. Put this towel down.
Yeah, I'll slap some 4711 on me.
And I can't find the lubricant.
You gotta take one of these.
And don't.
Yeah. It's pretty wild in there. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you're burning up the house.
So she released me because I was all sexed up after looking at the writer, and then Ginger Lynn had been in here with a banana. And I find my mind drifts like, if I was single, would I have gone to the movies with Ginger Lynn yesterday? Would I have,
You don't know what you would have done.
I would have been so busy. I know I wouldn't have gotten any work done. My work career would be over.
You wouldn't have even had a writer. You'd have never gotten to the movie.
No, I would have been at the movies with Ginger Lynn, so I never would have met the writer.
Did you get to see the banana incident on the e-camera?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Here's a screensaver.
I won't see that until.
A screensaver.
This is a screensaver. Yeah, right. Yeah, I showed the guys on my computer. This Jeff Schick got me this video program. I stored a whole bunch of video in my computer.
Yeah.
So,
of what?
Pictures of me, of course.
Oh.
Just so I can stare at myself. So. It's actually an ad for my paperback. I just loaded it into the computer. You can do so much neat stuff. I should do a whole computer rap. I'll do that next week. I'll tell people what they have to get.
I see the ads for OS2 on TV now.
OS2 Warp.
What is that?
Okay.
Shut that thing up.
I just did something bad. Hold on a second. My computer, if I do something wrong, says Baba Booey.
What'd you do?
I'm not sure. In program command operation. Okay. No problem. All right. Let me get back to this. So,
OS2
I want to play the Ku Klux Klan message, though.
Oh.
But you want to know this? Okay.
Yeah, I just happened to see that, and I didn't know what is warp.
In order to explain this, it's gonna get a little. I'll do it simply.
Yeah, if they're telling people they can buy it, Howard, it's got to be simple.
It's not. That's the problem. It's simple to use, but in order to properly explain what it is, I've got to make sure I do it in a simple way. Okay. You know how they have like Apple computers?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one way of sort of interfacing with a computer. You know, the whole Apple thing with the icons and you click.
Sure.
Okay. Then they came out. Microsoft came out with
Windows.
Windows sucks. I hate Windows. Every Windows program is different, so there's no universal way of using them. Mm-hmm. That's my problem with Windows. If you buy a Windows program, there's no universal way of getting instructions or the way it should be used. No program is uniform. And the problem with Windows is, while you're using one program, like your fax program, it ties up your whole computer. True?
Well, I have heard people say that depends on how much memory you have.
Trust me.
All right.
You can't multitask like you want to.
All right.
Okay? Maybe you'll run one other application. I'm talking about running 20 applications at once. You shouldn't be slowed down.
There was a guy who faxed me the other day, said he could do just as much.
Show it. He must have a computer the size of Guam. Yeah.
Of course, he was from NASA.
Then you can buy a system. You can buy an IBM computer and load OS2 Warp.
Right.
That's your operating system.
Mm-hmm.
With OS2 Warp costs about $100. If you buy it at a store now, it's probably about $89 now.
Mm-hmm.
Discounted.
Mm-hmm.
For $89, you get a universal system. Every time you click with your right mouse, you get a list of instructions and commands that you can load up. And every program within OS2 works the same way. So if you have a fax program, it works the same way as a calendar program, your Arcadia calendar, or your word processing. I use the Describe thing called Describe, and everything works the same way. I automatically know how to work it because I know how to work OS2.
Mm-hmm.
And I can run 30 applications at a time, 40 if I want to, 50. I can watch TV on it. I can, I could call you on a video conference. I could type a letter, and I could fax you, all going on at the same time, and pull in video if I wanted to. And the only reason I could do it is because it's multi-threaded. It's called multitasking.
All right. What is Warp?
Warp is a package you buy. It's OS2 Warp, and now with the package, here's what you get. You get the OS2.
Uh-huh.
You get a fax program.
Okay.
A word processing program. An ability to call over the phone and see people.
All right, so what you're telling me is you load OS2 Warp into your machine.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now you've got your OS2, and it has all these programs already installed.
That's right.
That's simple. I explained it in 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, but no, you didn't. She explained it in 10 seconds. After I explained it. Oh, but what do you get? Now you understand the value of it.
Uh-huh.
All right? Well, at least I hope you do. It's very difficult to explain computers because, you know what it is? There's so much technology out there. Who the hell can tell what's going on?
I don't No. See, I have been dealing with you computer people.
See, I told the people at IBM, I said, you guys don't know how to explain to the common man how he can use his computer.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I get all these computer people in there, and they want to draw you diagrams.
Right.
They always have to have pictures.
Right.
And I say, no, it's very simple.
Yeah, and then
it's a file cabinet.
Right, and then see, I'm good at explaining the difference between all these things. I said, but you hire all these geeks to explain it, and these commercials don't explain it. Basically, I was saying you got to hire me to explain it.
Right, you want to be the spokesperson.
Yeah, I want to be the IBM spokesperson and do a half-hour infomercial. But they'd have to pay me gobs of money.
Because I see these people running around going, warp, warp. You know, they're all standing around the computer in the commercial, and I go, what the hell is warp? Is that a game?
Yeah, well, warp is cool.
But it sounds like they're selling you a game.
See, here's warp. Here's another thing on warp. You see this thing I got on the bottom of my computer? See this button bar here? I don't know if you can see it.
Who is he talking to?
You!
Himself.
See this button bar?
Yes.
I can launch any program from this bar and put any program on this bar just by dragging it over. You see, there's so much stuff. I need to do an infomercial. I could sell 1 billion of these things because I'm a dope. And I can explain it to other dopes. See? That's the point. I'm a retard. And I can work this.
All right.
So if you're retarded, like me, yeah. Anyway, listen, you want to hear the Ku Klux Klan message or not?
Because that's something I think we can all understand.
All right. It's something we can all understand. Let's take a break. Maybe I should just do the Ku Klux. Do I have time to do the Ku Klux Klan message? I have to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right. I'll take a break, and I'll come back and play the Ku Klux Klan message.
All right.
I mentioned on the air that tonight's E! show is the tickling show.
Yes.
Where the girl was into foot fetishism, and then her boyfriend started eating Robin's feet.
Oh.
So I got a letter here. Howard, please, I'll show you how people are into this, like this tickling. You know, like you'd think, hey, I just tickled a girl.
Right.
This is a guy who builds his whole life around. Howard, please do more tickling segments on your show.
You finally got around to him.
I particularly enjoyed Anna, who will air tonight on A, and what you did with Belinda Carlisle. Remember, That's
right. You cut her pantyhose and tickled her feet.
That's right. I had no idea I was tapping into something bigger.
See?
You can see from the enclosed magazine photocopies that there's a big audience for women getting tickled. There are also literally dozens of adult videos on tickling. Adult bookstores carry these magazines and videos in their bondage sections.
Oh, boy.
So it's just, I told you, I get them all the time. People send them to me. It's videos of guys tying up girls and then tickling them. They don't have sex with them. They just tickle them. Because you can't have sex with a girl on camera if she's tied up. I'm including copies from 2 pictorials featuring the fabulous model Nikki Dial.
She's famous in tickling circles.
Evidently. Yeah, listen to this. I haven't seen her in any tickling videos, although she does appear in bondage and X-rated tapes.
Oh.
I'm one of many who would love it if you could interview her and, of course, tickle her on the air. Please note that people like me love to tickle women but aren't interested in other things associated with bondage, like whips, beatings, and other such punishments and humiliation.
You just like to tie them up and tickle them.
Yeah. Also, we like to... Evidently, there's a group of these guys. Also, we like to tickle women all over their bodies. Belly, underarms, knees. In other words, not just their feet. Like his rules. Although, if a girl's ticklish there, well, certainly we'll take the opportunity. But we're not foot fetishes like that guy you once had on. I don't know who he's talking about, but we don't worship feet.
I see.
See, he likes tickling, not necessarily just feet.
Right.
If the woman wants to be tickled on her feet,
that's okay.
That's okay, but he's not necessarily into feet.
They aren't going to just concentrate on feet.
But there is another group that concentrates solely on feet and legs.
And they're foot fetishes.
Right.
What he's trying to say is he's not weird.
Right. He's not weird like those guys.
And I love that there are rules.
And then he sent me some magazines and stuff, like Tina's Turn to Tickle, and this girl's like tied up naked, and this other girl is tickling her and stuff. It's pretty cool.
So they even like to watch other girls.
Yeah.
Girls tickle other girls.
Then there's a $9 magazine called Tied and Tickled.
That costs $9?
Yeah. Well, it's a limited audience. And they've got these 2 broads tying each other up, tickling each other, and one of them's tickling them with a dirty dust mop and tickling her belly. Then they run a disclaimer about all models are 18 years of age or older. Proof on file.
Like that matter.
Then it's okay.
Yeah. Kelsey Grammer ought to get that kind of proof of purchase with his girls.
Show me your papers.
Show me your papers.
Are you 18? Okay.
By the way, he denies all the allegations.
Of course, they always do.
Yeah, I believe him. 18. Here's one. Tickling Times. 18 pages of letters and contributions from the readers of Tide and Tickled.
Because I guess lots of new ticklers don't know what to do.
Here's an article, Tickling Art by Robert Bishop. Tickling.
What would be tickling art?
I don't know. Tickling in adult movies. Got some. Yeah, all these babes just tickling. It's mostly women tickling each other. That kind of turns me on. And they're all tied up. It's cool. I might get into this. I got to get into this a little bit. Come on over here, Robin. Come on over. I'll tie you up.
I have no desire to be tickled.
Come on.
Is she ticklish on?
Oh, are you kidding, Robin?
Me?
Why do you think she's always laughing?
I'm ticklish on the inside.
She's not laughing at me. I'm not saying anything that funny.
Go ahead.
No, thank you. Sit in your chair.
Evidently, you need consent, Jackie. It's one of the things I read in the magazine last night. You even need consent to tickle a babe. The world is getting too politically
correct.
correct.
You can't even do that on your own.
Yeah, you can't even have some fun. All right, let's play the Ku Klux Klan message. Never mind the tickling stuff. But anyway, Anna, the tickle fetish lady, will be on E tonight.
Tonight. All you tickle fetishes.
Yeah, all you fans of tickling, watch me. I got to admit,
Tonight's your night.
I fell right into it. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed that you got something out of that.
Oh, yes. I'd like to tickle more women on the air. I'm into it now.
See, that always fascinates me, that you enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I got to admit, I enjoyed it. Is that weird?
That looked like fun.
Yeah, I don't know. It got me sexually
charged. She was really enjoying it.
She was kind of my slave, and at least you could do stuff to her that would, make her uncomfortable.
But you don't go home and do this.
I'm not interested in doing it to my wife. I don't want to sit there and tickle Allison.
If you had tied her up yesterday and started tickling her,
I don't want to do that.
maybe things would have gone differently.
Oh, please.
Hey, you take your pants down and say, hey.
hey, what about this? Hey, take care of this. Well, hey, it's kind of exciting. Like, I'm the gardener, and I come in and pull my pants down.
Not even the gardener is that rough. He's got more finesse.
All right, what do you want to hear first? KKK message or James Garner talking about me on The Tonight Show?
Jeez.
Hoo-ha. What do you want to hear?
We haven't heard a KKK message in a long time.
All right, here we go. KKK message it is. Start off with that. This is Daniel Carver.
This is Daniel Carver. It seems that pampering niggers will never stop. The majority of the humans in our once great nation keep giving in to these filthy, savage, jungle, half-ape, gorilla-smelling nigger animals because...
He's on... I just want to say, from what I hear, he's particularly on fire in this one.
That was a new record for the amount of...
Yeah. What was that? Jungle-smelling...
Half-ape, gorilla-smelling, jungle-living, gorilla-smelling, half-ape...
Niggers.
Savage niggers.
Niggers.
Like that.
He really hates black people.
I don't know.
That's a genuine hate.
I bet you he's got one in the basement. He's tickling.
I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. He's on fire. See, his whole theory is that even with giving all the black people, letting them drink at the water fountains and stuff, and letting them date, he says, even look at O.J. Simpson.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
He says we let him.
We did everything for O.J.
Look how he paid us back. So here we go.
They are afraid of them. They think that as long as we give the niggers everything that they want, then they might not steal and rob to get what they want. I saw on the news a report on one California town where we're going to change the history classes in school so that they wouldn't be any white heroes. Instead, they want to teach history only about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Is that true, Robin?
I haven't heard that.
You mean you're going to take away all the white people in history?
No more George Washington, no more Abraham Lincoln.
And only Martin Luther King?
That's right. Or Coon.
Martin Lucifer Coon? See, I wasn't aware of a lot of this. I'll be checking into this.
You're a sleeping white person.
I am. I'm dopey.
Wake up, white people.
Wake up, white people.
Other nigger hero, if there is any. They claim that this will stop violence in the schools in California.
Well, actually, I got to admit, I went to an all-black junior high and high school.
Yes.
And The theory was that if there was all the black people were going wild because there was no black studies program and there was no black soul food being served in the cafeteria. It was just like pizza and stuff. And getting to the point of violence, because it was violent.
Well,
arguments.
I don't know how honest you are about all this, but go on.
Why am I not being honest?
You always embellish.
I'm not. Come on, Robin.
I don't know. Who are these people who were carrying on?
Wild people.
Or teachers? Who was carrying on?
Students and parents.
All right.
Not teachers.
Okay.
So the school board was like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, we're going to have soul food and we're going to have black studies. So, because otherwise no one's going to calm down.
What were they doing, Howard? Were they protesting? Were they leaving class?
I don't know. It was just getting weird.
You can't explain.
I don't know, but I understand it was very uncomfortable. Trust me, it was uncomfortable. You know, there was a lot of screaming and yelling at these meetings, and you're a racist.
What, was this happening at the PTA?
You're an Uncle Tom. Yeah, you and Uncle Tom. You ain't letting you got to have some black studies. These children got to learn about their heroes. And okay, all right. So whatever it was. And you're serving pizza. That's Italian. You know, whatever it was bad, okay? It was like, you're serving pizza. Got a pizza and cheese stick. Cheese stick ain't African-American. We want, cheese stick. You know, it's a cheese stick. So it was real bad. And
nobody was saying African-American. I know these are.
No, you know what I'm saying. But it was like really bad meetings. And it would be and people calling people Uncle Tom and all this. You know, as soon as you want to get someone pissed off, it was Uncle Tom. And these children don't know nothing about black people. You know, whatever it is. All right. So, so everyone caved in, of course. And I remember the first day they started serving the soul food.
Yes.
Well, I never saw so many black people puking in my life. The kids were freaking out. You know, we had black-eyed peas and greens.
Stuff you don't want to eat at home.
You know, this was slave food. This was what the massa gave to the slaves. It was leftover. The pig knuckles was what was left of the pig.
Yeah, he was eating the ham.
Yeah, there's no reason to eat that stuff.
The knuckles.
Yeah, there's no reason to feel that you have to eat that stuff. Slavery is over. I mean, what do we have to? You know, that's like eating harassment at a Jewish school or something.
Or picking through garbage because you had no food.
Yeah.
Continuing even after you have money to buy food.
Yeah, why would you eat that? So, it just doesn't make any sense. So that was quietly squashed in 2 days. In 2 days. 2 days
of
some...
They went to a totally soul food diet?
Yeah, every day was soul food. You couldn't even get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Kids, no, not even pigs. Pig knuckles would have been a treat.
It was
all you would find is like some sort of like rice with big black things in it and collard greens, but steamed and you know all this crap nobody wants to eat.
Oh,
I mean, you're a kid.
The bottom of the garbage bowl.
Yeah. Everyone wanted like cheese doodles and grape soda. Yeah, I mean,
sticky buns.
Yeah, sticky buns, hamburgers, something cool. Black people don't like soul food. Listen, I know this. I know what they like. They like grape soda.
That's soul food.
They love what is it?
Knee-high.
Knee-high and thank you and
it's grape and orange.
Orange.
Yeah. And it's got to be that knee-high.
Yeah.
It can't be like Orange Crush or something. Yeah, right.
Grape
yeah.
or orange.
It's got to be the real thing. I know what they like. They like pizza. They like I know what black people like.
Barbecue chips.
Well, yeah, and if you're gonna have soul food, they like a rib, you know, which is more like Chinese food. Anyway, so then black studies, of course, started because everyone said if we don't have a black studies, there's gonna be a riot. There was gonna be a riot. And it was awful. So after the soul food thing went down, the black studies opened up. And at this point when black studies started, I must have been in 7th or 8th grade. There was still like about 20 white kids left in the school, or 5. I don't know, so somewhere between 5 and 20. Every one of us, unbeknownst to each other, had signed up for black studies thinking, hey, maybe we won't get our asses beat. We'll look like we're liberal, you know, and we care. Not one black person signed up.
5 white people were
5 white people were in the class. Suckers. Sitting there taking, and they quietly disbanded that, too. No one was really interested in learning.
They weren't interested in learning shop. Why would they be interested in black studies?
Exactly. Black studies was hard. I mean, you had to study history.
They were flunking gym. Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, who wanted that? Everyone was... You know, it's so funny. I got to tell you, I'll get right back to the Ku Klux Klan.
You're sounding like Daniel Carver.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about reality. He's got bad intentions. Let me just say something. You know, I have to laugh. This guy, Newt Gingrich, gets into office, okay? So he's been given this mandate, Republican mandate and everything, and you think he's going to concentrate on cutting the budget, which you could get behind, you know? Right away.
Increasing business.
So this guy, Newt Gingrich, ruins it right away. Right away, he's screaming about school prayer. School prayer, got to have school prayer. I turned on the TV the other night. I don't know. I think let me see if I wrote it down. There was a school here, right in New York. And I said, this guy's worried about school prayer. The schools are falling apart. I said, they have a school here in Crown Heights. They had it on TV. The school now, everything has been stolen out of the school. The school has 1,500 students. They're down to 400 books. Even the books have been lifted. The desks are gone. Everything is gone.
Who is taking this stuff?
They had the principal on the air. I couldn't understand what the principal was saying.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
I listen, no offense. I don't know what was going on. They're down to 2 pens and 400 bucks. They're worried about praying.
They're praying that the equipment comes back.
You think prayer is going to help these kids?
They quoted that principal on TV.
Yeah.
And they put like the quote around it. It was something like, "There ain't no books missing. We ain't done nothing wrong."
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And they made a point of saying that it was a direct quote.
Yeah, I know. The students are nude. Their clothing was stolen. It's in a barrel somewhere. You're going to worry. I said, can you imagine the balls of these guys, these politicians? They're going to sit and tell you now. Here we gave them a mandate, those creeps. And they're going to now sit and worry about whether or not some kid's going to say a prayer in school. That Phil Graham and that Newt Gingrich. They said, listen, these guys, I can see already they're going to blow it. They're going to lose the majority in the House, and they're going to lose the majority in the Senate. They're blowing it already.
That's all they feel like
doing. These Republicans always ruin it for themselves. They have a good agenda for the economy, and they blow it. They get into our personal lives. They suck. They start with those abortions and the prayer in school, and they blow it. And Newt Gingrich, of all people, comes in to discuss his divorce with his wife while she's just finished an operation for uterine cancer.
I wonder if he prayed before he started that conversation.
That bastard should be... They should force him to pray on public television every night. Lead us in prayer. I pray for all the women with uterine cancer who get dumped.
Who need abortions and won't get them.
Yeah.
I'm in Congress.
Oh, for Christ's sake. That Steve. I'm so disappointed. Anyway, let's get back to the message.
Yes.
Let's get back to the humor.
He's inspired you.
Yeah.
Got you on fire.
Got me on fire.
I say, wake up, white people. This won't stop niggers from being niggers. Letting them drink out of our water fountain didn't make them less violent. Letting them ride on our buses didn't make them less violent. Letting them go to school with our children didn't make them less violent. Letting them vote didn't make them less violent. Affirmative action didn't make them less violent. Even drawing circles around nigger town for voting districts so a nigger would have to be elected didn't make them less violent.
Hey, he's on fire.
You know what? He's almost making a point with me.
You haven't gotten any less violent.
No, I'm sitting there going, you could make a case they've got more violent.
Let me tell you something. We better not run these anymore.
He got me
If he's got you going. Come here, I want to tickle you. Come on over.
No, Daniel's already tickled me.
Yeah, he's tickling you now. You don't even need to be tied up. The hell is he talking about? Well, he's on fire, Daniel.
Oh, I'm telling you. Preach.
So what is he saying? So what should we do?
I don't know.
All right, let's find out.
White people even went so low as to marry these filthy, stinking nigger animals to make them less violent. And did it work?
No.
No.
Look at O.J. Simpson. Millions of dollars, a white slut, but just as violent and just as savage as a homeless nigger walking the streets of New York City. Just as savage as a gorilla in the jungles of Africa. People, niggers have got to be sent back to the jungle we got them out of. White people, we can't have law.
Yeah, I heard the page there. That blew it for me, too.
This is not spontaneous.
No, I thought it was real. This has been thought out.
But he's good.
Well, he's gotten better at it.
Professional speaker.
Yeah. I mean, the man is...
He's got the passion. This is like his I Had a Dream speech.
Yeah. This might be his greatest speech ever.
That's true. I mean, he's really going today.
His I Had a Dream. As he preaches into a answering machine.
I had a nightmare.
You know what would be really great? If there's any way we could send the e-cameras to videotape him while he's doing his message.
That's a good idea.
Put him on the steps of the Jefferson
I would
Memorial.
love to. I mean, I wonder if he does a lot of tapes.
Yeah, let's send Fat Ganji down to tape him. See if he ever comes back.
In blackface.
I want to be paid for
I want to see. Did we ever get a picture of that front yard with all the signs in it?
Oh yeah, but let's send a camera down there.
Yeah, because we really need to tour.
Because evidently his house, the whole front lawn is cement. What does he call them? Cement niggers
with the signs.
Really bad hand-painted signs.
Can you imagine a guy like on the front of his lawn that says, buy a cement nigger?
Put it by your cement palm.
There's a guy dedicated to the Ku Klux Klan.
By the way, he
24 hours a day.
Loves Italians.
Does he?
Nothing wrong with Italians.
Is that right?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
We spoke to him about it once.
Oh, yeah. He said the Italians are okay.
He doesn't have anything wrong with them.
Well, he hasn't studied them.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he hasn't. He's so busy worrying about black people, he hasn't really had time to study the Italians.
Yeah,
he could find a reason.
If he found out that Sicilians mated with some blacks, he'd probably hate us, too.
That's right.
Never made them any less violent.
Order and have niggers, too. People, the Ku Klux Klan started in Pulaski, Tennessee back in 1865. Now, on November the 12th, 1994, the Ku Klux Klan will have a rally in Pulaski, Tennessee. It's time to get the Klan in action again. The Klan saved the South after the Civil War, and now the Klan is even stronger in the North because the Northerners see what savages niggers really are. You can't make humans out of niggers, so join the human race and send these filthy, stinking niggers back to their jungle homeland.
This is I Had a Dream
Thanks for calling. This is Daniel Carver.
Wow.
Wow. What a powerful speech. Wow. What a man. What a guy. That was his I Had a Dream. Fred is right.
I'm telling you, he nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
He nailed it.
There was no problem there. You couldn't say one bad thing about that speech.
There you go. He had Robin taking to the streets.
He converted me.
Robin is wearing a hood.
Go ahead, find a hole in my argument.
How do I join?
Unbelievable.
Send for a statue.
There it is.
Send them back to Africa.
Africa. I like when he goes, what did he say? Africa and I like that he can't say the Ku Klux Klan. He can't. Isn't it Ku Klux Klan?
Yes.
That's what I always thought.
I like that he can't say it. Ku Klux Klan.
Well, Daniel would be the first to tell you he's not an educated man.
Right. There you go. You're absolutely right. I stand corrected. Let me come back and play you, even better than that, is James Garner talking about me on the Tonight Show.
Okay.
We'll be back right after.
He's got to go a piece to be better than Daniel.
Oh, you wait and see.
All right.
That big nitwit. We'll be back right after these words. All right. What is this, Aiwa? Good. I really want to talk about the Aiwa NSX 4000 mini system. Let me explain to you what this is. A lot of people don't understand where technology is going. A mini system is CD, tape. You can plug your TV and get sound all around, surround sound all through the room. You've got a karaoke on there. You've got your radio receiver, and this is all the size of a microwave oven. Now,
unfortunately, we have to say the word integrated. It is an integrated system.
It is an integrated system. Integration works. And let me tell you something, Robin. The benefits are that the sound produced is rear sound, surround sound, and it is amazing. And you never could get this kind of output from a system this small years ago. You would have to buy one of those huge component systems to even come close.
And everything would have to be an add-on.
This is 30 watts per channel. It even has, it's actually very beautiful. It'll fit right in with the motif there.
Oh, and tell about the laser.
There's a laser. When you put your CDs in, there's a little laser show that goes on. It's beautiful.
You can see right through the top when it's playing CDs.
Remember how you used to have these equalizers and you had to set them? Nothing like that. They're preset graphic equalizer. Listen, if you'd like a free Aiwa catalog or the name of the Aiwa dealer near you, because you got to see this equipment, and the catalog's great. You want something free to come to you in the mail? You'll love the catalog. Dial 1-800-BUY-AIWA, extension 311. It's really nice, and it's like a shop-at-home kind of thing. 1-800-BUY-AIWA. That's free. If you dial this number right now, 1-800-BUY-AIWA, extension 311. Thank you, Aiwa. Jackie, new rape joke page Martling. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Holiday special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. And next Wednesday night, November 23rd, it's Jackie at Rascals Comedy Club in West Orange, New Jersey. For jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. All right. All exciting Jackie news. Okay, so this imbecile, James Garner, most people probably don't even remember who he is.
Maverick.
Anybody who's 25 or younger doesn't even know who he is. And anybody who's 25 or older is trying to forget who he is.
Wouldn't they be seeing the reruns of the Rockford Falls? They come on sometimes.
Those are hardly ever on. Right. Not on any good channel, anyway. Because he sucks so bad, people don't want to watch him. But James Garner is one of these guys. Now, this is not the first time he's commented on me. How I became... Listen, James Garner's an old man. Maybe this is an attempt to seem like he's in on the youth culture or something.
I think so.
But...
and to get people interested in him in all. What would you talk to James Garner about?
This is the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. There's nothing to talk about. So Jay says, "Hey, let me try something here. Let me ask you a couple of different names and see your reaction." So obviously James Garner had this all preset.
Of course.
Because Jay asked him a million different names. James Garner doesn't have a thing to say about anybody. Can't tell you why he doesn't like someone. He has nothing to say. He's boring. He's dull. The interview's going nowhere. Then they get to my name and he finally has a little comment.
He wakes up.
He wakes up. And even while he wakes up, you can't even tell why he doesn't like me. He doesn't have an explanation. He just doesn't like me. But I've read in other interviews, he goes, "I'd like to slap Howard Stern around." This is a guy, he doesn't have anything to say about anyone. This was all prearranged. They could have asked him about O.J., and he could have said, "Hey, I think the guy's a filthy murderer and he ought to be locked up." They could have asked him about Woody Allen, who sat and had an affair with his practically his wife's daughter. The mother of his child's daughter. Doesn't have a word to say about any of this. Doesn't have a word to say about Michael Jackson. Oprah Winfrey doesn't have. None of these celebrities have a word to say about anybody. They're all afraid. I don't know what they're afraid of. They don't want to appear difficult. If they appear difficult, it'll...
Oh, they think these people are powerful
right.
and can do things for them, and they don't want to step on any toes because you never know when you're going to need somebody, I suppose.
Seinfeld dates, I don't know, what was she, 17, 18?
She was 17 at the time.
17 at the time. No, nothing to say. Nothing. No opinion. The guy's worked with all kinds of directors and actors who I'm sure have over the years been obnoxious or rude.
If you looked into his past,
yeah,
you'd see a little wild, questionable behavior.
Right. But the only person they feel comfortable talking about is me.
You are the Antichrist.
Yeah. Now listen to this.
Now, I know you like to give honest. I have a list of... I put some names together here. You give me your honest opinion of each one of these names.
Oh, really? You don't want to do that, do you?
Okay, how about...
No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but we're playing now.
I'm so wild. You don't want to do it. Like, someone even cares.
I'm a pistol.
Yeah, like poor Jay is on there trying to...
He's milking
this
for all he can get out of it.
He's trying to get something out of this cardboard man.
This fossil. Let's put it seriously. He's an old rock.
And he's sitting there trying to look youthful.
Newt Gingrich. We've been doing jokes about him.
Root Ninich. Neuter Gingrich. No, thank you.
No?
Don't like him.
Not your kind of guy?
Okay. Right. So
how about
don't like him. Why? Why don't you like him? No answer. Nothing.
He has no idea.
I don't like him.
They told me to say that.
And he goes, Root Gingrich. Goot Rinrich. I don't like him.
Really well thought out jokes.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton?
All right. Yeah. I met her. Nice lady.
Nice lady?
The audience is laughing because they're embarrassed for this guy. He's not saying, and Jay is like, why are we doing this? The reason they're doing it is so they can get to my name.
Yeah. I don't know why they're wasting time.
She's had enough time of it.
Enough time? Okay. How about the Wonder Bra?
The what?
The Wonder Bra?
Oh, that's wild. I can't believe they said Wonder Bra. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Look.
They must be doing this to ask James Garner if he knows what's going on in the world.
Yeah, right. If he's still on this planet.
I don't even know what it is.
Have you seen? Well, it's this thing they've been advertising. Apparently, it's somehow... What? It pushes them in your face, really, is what it does.
Oh, well, I like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's one will get you. Everybody has an opinion on this. Howard Stern?
He's the epitome of trailer trash.
Oh.
Now he's got an opinion. Now he's got an opinion. And where this all came from, I don't know.
And what is trailer trash?
Well, I read one, what he is. I read one interview with him. He said, I was, New Year's Eve, I was home, and I have a satellite, and I accidentally put on that pay-per-view special, and which is impossible. You can't accidentally put it on. You have to subscribe.
Unless you're stealing it,
yeah.
Which we determined yesterday they should be arresting James.
Yeah, right. He goes, I saw it, and it was terrible, rude, really rude. I accidentally watched it for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Couldn't take my eyes off it. What an accident.
I couldn't, I don't know what happened. But anyway, all these guys want to be outrageous. My theory is they want to be outrageous.
Every time I see him, I'd like to slap him in the mouth and say, you sit down, little boy, and shut up.
Sit down and shut up. Is that from my book?
Not only that, this is from the radio show every day. He's out there listening today. Good morning, Jim.
Jim, you old fossil jerk off. If you want to come in and slap me, my bitch, which you are, James, come on in here. You're a big man, Rockford. Come on in here, and I'll bitch slap you into the ground. I'll fight you. I'll kick your frigging feeble ass, you rockhead bastard. You old dick.
I'll break your hips.
I'll break your hips open. Come on in here and slap me. Watch what happens to you. You stupid. He's all full of hot. These are these guys who want to. They want to have opinions. They must listen to me. They want to be. They want to be outrageous.
They want to be you.
They want to be wild.
They've had to keep their mouths shut for their entire career.
Yeah, and now they've got opinions, and they're bad at it. Newt Gingrich, Goot Rinrich, nuh-uh, sir, don't like it. Well, what about the Wonder Bra? Never heard of it. Why don't you get with it? It's only in every magazine, you old fossil. Read something.
I'll shove you down on your old brittle bones.
Yeah. Come on in here. Come in and slap me down.
He'll treat you like a man.
Yeah, come on in here. I suspect you're sitting there wondering if you're going to have a solid movement this morning.
Or what time is your stroke?
Right. Believe me, when I'm done with you, you'll be in worse shape than your old prostate. Listen to that guy. I'd like to slap him. Come on in and slap me. I'll give you permission.
But he's got to say he's going to sit you down in a chair because you're going to just let him slap you.
Yeah. I'd like to sit him down in a chair and slap him. Well, I wouldn't even mind if he would tell you why. Mm-hmm. You know, he's like such a bore.
Bad boy.
Jesse Helms.
Yeah, no comment.
How do you like that? No Jesse Helms, no comment. Howard, no comment for anybody.
Jesse Helms actually affects people's lives.
Yeah, right.
No comment on him.
No comment. He could hurt me in some way. He's so brave.
He has power.
And it's so interesting. No comment. Newt Gingrich, no sir. Who cares, you tired old man? No, you're not even relevant anymore.
Wonder Bro what?
Maverick. Put him in the movie. Like someone believes that he's gonna rob Mel Gibson. That was a believable movie. I gave it to my father to watch. Someone sent me a tape of Maverick.
Yeah.
He goes, "What are you sending this for me? This is awful."
It is terrible.
You had to give me. I said it was bad. I said, but maybe you wanted to watch something.
Sucks for free.
Yeah, it sucks for free.
On your little set, it sucks.
Yeah. Stupid old fart. Dumbass. You sound so stupid. Make a point. Say why you don't like Howard Stern. Get on. He asks you about Jesse Helms. Say something.
Go home
you like
and dye your hair.
Yeah, do so. Yeah, this big black head of hair on him. He's got a big gobbly turkey neck. He's got this big patches. That's what he's going to do. Sit me down in a chair and flap that skin into my face. Suffocate me.
His hand or his turkey neck?
He's got a big turkey neck, and he's got this big, shocking, thick black hair.
I think he even dyes the eyebrows and everything.
Yeah.
You know, everything's got to be dark.
Yeah,
Dark.
You just dip your head into a vat of ink. And by the way, Jay, thanks for speaking up for me on my behalf. Please, Howard, come on the show. Come on the show.
You got material.
You got it.
He took James Garner with little material.
There you go. Pick anybody. Although I did read in the paper, Jay's within a tenth of a point of Letterman.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
What's happening there? Is Letterman sinking or is he rising?
I have theories on Letterman, and I mean, I really believe that on 11:30 at night I could beat both their asses. But having said that, I have a real strong feelings about what Letterman should do with his show. But I wouldn't tell him. Why would I tell him?
What's he done for you?
Nothing. Because if people were watching Letterman that much and they're switching over to Jay,
what does it tell you?
What's it telling you? So I have some theories on what he should do, but you know, what do I know? Bob Morton's running the show over there. He probably knows what to do.
Find some more people outside of that theater they can promote who have businesses.
Yeah, Bob Morton, he's a good man. He'll be in control.
Some more foreigners to send on tour.
Yeah, he's heavily credentialed, so I'm sure there'll be no problem.
Maybe he'll break out his mother again now.
Yeah.
He's whipping it
That's what Dave ought to bring his mom out again.
Their secret weapon.
Yeah. Dave's mom.
Dave's mom gets big ratings.
If I was Dave, I'll give him one clue. Get James Garner on. He's a real ratings pleaser. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, there's a million things going on. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.
I think that one petrified me. I can't move.
I went right through the microphone. All right. Hey, Gary, get in here. Am I going to do the... I got a little confusion here.
What?
I was going to do a little rap on Vicki the Drunk right now, but I'm wondering if I have to speak to... if I have to take a phone call here from Ray. Ray Combs.
Yeah, he's going to call us when he gets out of the shower in about 5 to 10 minutes.
All right, so I could do a rap here.
Ray Combs used to be host of the Family Feud?
Yeah, wait till you hear this.
What's going on?
Well, you just hold on.
You want to
wait 10 minutes.
Set up.
So Vicki the Drunk, if anyone remembers that show where Vicki the Drunk came in, she was totally polluted. I mean, she was bombed, and she came in...
Listener, didn't she just call us?
Yeah, and she came in a bikini, like a thong, and she was loaded out of her mind, so...
And yellow.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of her, just in case you forgot. She was supposed to come in today.
As drunk as I've ever seen anybody who could still talk.
Yeah. She made Jackie look like an honorary AA member.
I didn't drink for 2 hours.
Breathalyzed her and seen what her level was.
It was through the roof. Anyway, here is, just in case you can't remember, Vicki the Drunk.
And, I just got, I don't know if I should say this on the air.
Sure.
A whole bottle of Valium filled 100, and there's 50 gallons.
Oh.
Huh?
You have a whole bottle of Valium?
And you got 50 already?
You took 50 Valium?
I took about a half.
I think Mike, your neighbor, stole.
No. Who?
I can't believe Mike called.
Now, what about?
Believe it.
What is this about the Valium? You got a hold of some Valium?
Oh, well, I go to cardiologist because I get panic attacks.
A cardiologist.
A bacardiologist.
You get a panic attack?
You get a panic attack.
What would that be, last call?
And,
so anyway, I got them refilled.
Yeah, you got the Valium refilled?
100 in a bottle. They're 5 milligrams, not the generic brand, the one with the V in the middle.
Right.
And I just counted them today. There's like 50 gone.
Why are you counting your Valium?
Well, what else has she got to do? She doesn't work.
Because my...
Counting volumes on the wall.
All right, so... Or maybe you remember this. Are you a nudist?
No.
No. What happened? Why would you run on the boardwalk naked?
Well, because I was out of my mind.
You were drinking again, right?
Yeah, that's not usually on the checklist.
I was like disorientated.
Gotta go to the grocery store, run on the boardwalk.
What did you
naked.
think you were doing?
You were disoriented, right?
Yes, and I went across the street.
Do you want to stop drinking?
Bobcat, please, no time for a morality lecture right now.
I'm just asking her. I'm not
trying to interview Vicki.
her. I just wonder if she wants to stop.
No, she doesn't want to stop.
I'm not going to do an intervention here during your show.
If I want to stop, I'll stop.
Okay, I'm not going to get on your...
All right.
My life.
Exactly. Yeah, Bobcat. We don't need your dad here.
Does your father have a problem with you drinking?
Yeah, they all do, because none of them drink, believe it or not.
Would you consider yourself an alcoholic, or you have it under control?
No, I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, you are.
You know that. I love it. If I want to stop, I'll stop.
Well, if what happened was Vicki was supposed to be here today to tell us that she had dried out and she had been off all drinks for
88 days.
And
Where's Big Al? Big Al is her intervention person or something?
Oh, is that who that is out there?
Met through the show.
Yeah, they met through the show.
Yeah, he came in and tried to talk to her.
After Vicki was on the show, this guy Big Al, who's like into like helping drunks. Like,
well, yeah, he used to be a drunk himself, I think.
Yeah, where's Big Al? Oh, there's Big Al. Hey, how you doing, Big Al?
As I recall.
So what happened? What is that? Do hugs, not drugs. That's your organization.
That's it's me. Just my.
Oh, just you. That's your personal slogan?
Yes.
Do hugs, not drugs?
Yeah, and Gary came up to me and said he put 25 cents in his candy machine and he thought he was helping me. It says hugs, not drugs.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me.
I see.
There was a thing on the TV about it being a scam or whatever the situation might be, but it's not me.
All right, it's not you.
No.
In other words, it's not you.
No, it's not me.
Okay.
Thanks.
He looks like Kramer a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not.
Kramer's a very handsome man.
Thanks, Rob. And that's the last time I'll give you an article.
Hey, so Al.
Yes.
What happened with Vicki? What do you like? You go around. Is that a good way to pick up chicks? If you could like help them.
Great way, Howard.
Really? Seriously?
No, what was happening was I was driving up to pick up another young lady to take her to her first AA meeting, and I heard Vicki on the radio.
Yeah.
I called in. I spoke to Gorilla, and I said, "Hey, give her my number off the air. I'd like to help her."
Right.
As I was driving further, she said something that really upset me was that she really loved her kids.
Yeah.
So that pissed me off.
That upsets me too.
Well, so I pulled over.
I hate when people love their kids.
No, but
I hate it when they lie and say they love
them. You know what I'm saying?
And
that's when I called in and I said to her, I said, if you really loved your kids.
So give me the bottom line. Is she really off drink for 88 days?
88 days.
88 days. Now,
why isn't she here? She was more reliable as a drunk.
Yeah. Personally, for our show, we liked her better as a drunk.
Well, she called me last night about.
You ruined everything. We had a good character there, Vicki the Drunk.
She used to show up when she was drunk.
It's thanks to you, Howard, and the show that she's alive today.
Oh, you're ruining me.
You are a good guy.
You show wrecker.
No,
I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. I had a great drunk. I had a Vicki the Drunk.
I wondered why we hadn't heard from her again.
I was going to put her in my next video. Oh,
she's doing
You ruined
well.
her.
She just felt uncomfortable coming on. I think she didn't look as well as she could have. And,
really?
Things like that.
Oh, she can see herself now.
Yeah, but she's sober now.
Robin, you should see her. She's a beautiful girl, and
yes.
I'm glad that she got the help that she needed.
Well, thanks to Big Al. There you go, Vicki the Drunk.
Thanks to the Howard.
So will Vicki be coming in, Vicki the Drunk, at any time?
I hope she will be. She's just not ready right now, she said.
Really?
Can we talk to her?
She's not ready yet.
If she's listening and she would call in or something like that, but that's the only way we can talk to her.
She doesn't want to talk to us.
I'd rather see her person to person.
She could handle things better when she was drunk.
Yeah, it was a lot easier.
She showed up. She could talk.
That may be true.
Is she still running around naked and stuff?
I don't believe so.
No. Are you hanging out with her?
No, I had dinner with her on my birthday.
What's going on
with
there?
my wife.
Oh, okay.
And her boyfriend and her two beautiful daughters.
Oh,
and,
she still has that boyfriend?
Yes, she does. And
he stopped drinking too?
No, you were thinking about her husband. Was the
Robin, I'm learning more about Vicki the Drunk than I really care to. But Big Al is here to say that Vicki won't be coming in because Vicki's getting it together.
Which is fantastic.
Oh, please. For you it is, not for me.
Can I say something about you for 1 second?
Oh.
I really admire you.
Oh,
First of all, not only for your great talent.
Thank you.
But also for your family values.
Yeah, well,
and
that's right.
No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Just for 1 minute.
I'm no Newt Gingrich.
No, but
I need a drink from. When I'm around Big Al, I have the opposite effect. You know how he gets people to stop drinking? I need to drink when I'm around Big Al.
Then you could call me and I could help you out.
Yeah, Big Al, please. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Continue telling me how great I am.
Okay, no, seriously, because when you had your wife in here with all the yentas,
yes,
and you were discussing, I think, that she should be staying home instead of running around.
Yes.
I really admire that because that's the problem with our kids today because I don't spell love, L-O-V-E, I spell it T-I-M-E. And, plus...
That's right.
You got a problem.
No.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
No, he's got a slogan for everything.
Spending time.
No, if you start you want to say the word love and you spell it T-I-M-E, how is anybody supposed to know
stop it, Robin, please. Al is making a point.
But also...
See, Al's making the point that, while I don't spend any time with the kids, at least my wife does.
Well, I think it's ridiculous for Al to sit here and tell you that you should be dictating to your wife, and that's a good thing.
No, Al knows what I'm talking about. You're off on another planet. Al is 100% right. Listen, when you decide to have children, and you have two parents, one of those parents has to agree to raise the children, while the other one goes out and earns bread for the family.
That is ridiculous.
And I don't care if the man stays home or the woman stays home. Someone better stay home. That's what's ruining the country, splitting everything.
You got that right, because, another thing I admire you is, too, your love and caring for your mother.
Oh, please.
When women stayed home, there were no alcoholics.
That's what started me on my addiction. Was
your mother left?
No, I got a phone call that she was dead.
Oh, yeah?
And when she died...
And it turned out to be a joke?
No, it was serious.
It was serious.
Why would you start drinking then?
You loved your mommy so much that you had a drink?
Well,
he wanted to go back. He wanted to go back to the bottle.
No, I played pro basketball. I traveled around the world with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Really?
And when my mother died...
With that belly?
Yeah, right, I'm white. Right. Robin says, hey, he's white. Very observant.
Are you white?
Yeah,
so what were you doing with the Harlem Globetrotters?
I was on the Washington Generals, the team that they beat up on all the time. The losers.
I see, the bad
no
team.
wins, 245 losses, never won a game.
Yeah.
Could you have won?
Probably once in a while, but there were so many things involved.
Al, excuse me, I'm learning too much about you. No offense. I mean, you're a great guy, but gee whiz.
You know Vicki the Drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted Vicki the Drunk today, not you with your slogans.
I'm sorry.
Do hugs, not drugs.
Well, you see, if it wasn't for you...
Yeah. I got a slogan for you. Have sex with your wife at least once a month. That's my slogan.
Thank you for reminding me. Today's our anniversary, and if I don't say I love you, honey...
All right, I'm done with you, Al. Okay. Listen, Al, please.
Can I give you this?
What is that?
This is something that I want to give you.
You know that's going right in the garbage, don't you?
Is it an award?
Yeah.
Are you giving me an award?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's different. Hold on a second, Al.
We'll let it go in the garbage.
Let me prepare myself. Prepare yourself,
need to
Howard,
have
please.
a speech ready. Did anybody
Howard,
help?
I didn't realize I was being... Baba Booey, why was I not informed I was receiving an award? You know that Al makes up his own awards and his own T-shirts. I thought he was part of like some big alcoholic group.
Right. But it's him.
It's him. Did you just make up a plaque when you came in here?
No, I've been doing this.
What is this plaque?
I've been doing this for 8 years, speaking and saving lives. And you know something?
What is this plaque? Yeah, sure. Right.
Yeah,
what is this?
Yeah. Okay. It's
it's a nice flat surface. I can snort my coke on there. Excellent. Go ahead.
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be great to snort coke off a Hugs Not Drugs award? I'll be like Elvis.
It comes with a bag.
Phony.
It comes with a bag in the back.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says.
You know, they have these places where you can go and make up awards. People give themselves awards now.
Oh, yeah.
Awards mean nothing now.
It's a bowling trophy.
It's a bowling trophy. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
It says presented to Howard Stern in recognition of...
What'd that cost you to make?
Seriously?
Yeah.
$30.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I got it from Paul's Trophies.
All right, go ahead.
In recognition of and appreciation for your love and caring for the kids and for your support in helping make...
Are you going to read it to me?
No. Yeah, the Do Hugs Not Drugs program.
But you are the only guy in Do Hugs Not Drugs, right?
That's right. For all you do...
So this is you handing me a...
Yeah, thank you. God bless you. From Big Al's All I Can Vicky.
Okay.
For saving the girl's life.
Well, let me have it.
It did something good.
He did nothing.
Don't get tired of people always talking...
For an excellent substance abuse prevention, Do Hugs... Thank you so much.
He's throwing it away.
Right, where's my garbage truck? Let me file this with my other awards. There you go. What are you, crazy, Al? You go. That's no award.
He doesn't even want Vicki to be sober.
What? Yes, I do.
Meanwhile,
no,
look at this.
Howard doesn't.
I don't want you. You're ruining the show.
Drug addicts and alcoholics you think are listening to your show right now?
Listen to me. My problem is very few of them come on the show. I need them to come on.
Well, maybe I can recruit them. And I can. Hey, you get them in here, and I can help them.
Robin, look at this. Look what it says here.
What?
Underneath this writing, my award, it says highest bowling average. I think he scraped off a bowling trophy.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's very nice of you, Al, to make up this nice plaque. Thank you so much, and God bless you, Big Al. Big Al Slozak.
Zolak, please.
Whatever.
If you're going to say it, get it right, please.
Well, that's what we need. Another Polish do-gooder. There it is. But, very few of those.
Call in to say hello.
We got a Polish do-gooder here. That's as rare as drugs. All right, what is this?
Our phone call is on the phone. Ray
All right.
All right.
You got to get rid of me.
And he's got a great story.
Good luck with your Do Hugs Not Drugs, and congratulations to you on getting Vicki off drugs.
Thanks.
There you go. Very good.
That
Do me
that
a
must
favor
have
and
been
sign
a
the book.
Excuse me?
job.
You know, Al, you are a pain in the ass. Why don't you go play basketball with black people?
Love me if I don't get the sign for her.
What, the book? Okay, let me take a break, and then I'll talk to Ray, okay? Ray's got some story. Want to find out what happened to the host of the Family Feud?
Yeah, because he's now replaced.
Yeah, well, wait till you hear this.
Oh, boy.
That's why you see big, fat Richard Dawson. That's all they could find. I
haven't even seen it with Richard Dawson yet.
I could do a whole discourse on that. I watch Family Feud. Wait till I am going to do a discourse on Family. You are going to learn.
You're going to get Richard Dawson fired?
You are going to learn about Family Feud. And you ought to hang around, big guy. I think Ray Combs could use you.
Another guy that needs help?
No, you don't need that kind of help. No, Ray's is totally straight. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Who is this?
You'd have to ask Fred.
Who am I listening to, Fred?
I think it's The Offspring.
He thinks. Oh.
I think it's The
All I know is I went to pick my nose during the commercials, and my hand smells like that Big Al Slovak. He had to stand there and shake my hand, and the guy is perfumed and sweating. and my hand smells now like some cheap cologne.
And you have a really cool thing that you try to do. Howard tries to bury his face in some paperwork, and these guys stick their arms out, and Howard tries to make believe he doesn't see it for as long as he can until it becomes uncomfortable.
And they leave it hanging.
Yeah, they're going to shake your hand.
And this Al Slovak sweats like a Polish bowler. I mean, my hands. Come here. You got to smell my hand, please. Just come here.
Why do I have to?
I don't know. I need you to do it. I need you to verify.
Come on.
And then we'll get to Ray Combs. Come here. You got to smell it. It is so obnoxious. I can't even pick my nose. Come around. You got to smell this. Come here. Get a good whiff.
Dude.
I mean, that's not me. I smell like Al Slovak. Al Slovak, he put his smell on. Do you smell it?
Yeah.
Do you smell my hand?
Yeah.
And it's disgusting.
I can smell from here.
Smell my hand, seriously. You got to...
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Why do I have to shake his hand? Al Slovak.
Well, why don't you go wash your hands?
If it was Howard Stringer from CBS, I'd
You love that smell.
I'd love it. It's Al Slovak. Can you get him on a boat back to Poland?
Oh.
Where are some of your handy wipes? Maybe that would help.
Can you keep some handy wipes?
I can get you one right now.
You got a baby wipe? Yeah. I'm going to talk to Ray Combs meanwhile. You got to hear this. Let me get Ray on the phone. This is the greatest story of the world. I had to track him down.
First of all, I don't know where he came from.
Let me handle this. You'll learn something. This is show business. Ray?
Hello, Howard.
How are you?
Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Robin.
So listen to this. You know I watch a lot a lot of television. You got a baby wipe? I smell like Big Al Slovak.
I smell something on your hand, Howard.
Hold on, let me see if it works.
What is this smell I'm getting over the phone?
Why can't he go help drug addicts? Why is he here?
That's you.
Oh, now I smell like a baby wipe. Oh, I want to puke. Oh.
Well, at least it's a smell you can recognize.
All right, very good. Now, let me say something. So I watch Family Feud. I'll tell you why I watch it. I am one of these people who believes that the game show should never be hosted by a guy who's got to sit there and make conversation. Now, let me tell you why. This Richard Dawson is the worst game show host in the history of game show hosts.
Well, as I recall, before he left, because I haven't seen him lately, but before he left, there was hardly a game left.
Yeah. He was
spending so much time.
And as a result of him, they said, well, maybe we should get other guys who do this. Remember they gave Paul Rodriguez a dating show or a newlywed show? Mm-hmm. The comedian? Paul Rodriguez is a very talented guy, but let me tell you something. This man should not be hosting a game show. It's all wrong for him. A game show has to be hosted by a guy who's into the game, like Bob Barker. That guy knows how to host a game show.
Even Alex Trebek.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, Alex Trebek is as dumb as a wall. He'll have you believe that he knows something. Wait, let me say something. Take a look at Jeopardy. I love the show Jeopardy. Mm-hmm. Take a look at it. There's about a minute in the show where Alex Trebek has to ask each individual player what they're up to. You want to punch Alex Trebek in the face. The guy cannot ad-lib. He cannot talk. He should move the game along.
And he's a Canadian.
And he's a Canadian. Are you a Canadian, Ray?
No, I'm not, but with Prop 187, it looks like Dawson and Trebek might have to leave the country.
Yes. Let me tell you something about Alex Trebek. You hide those cards that he reads from, and I'll bet you he forgets his name.
He's so funny because he really thinks he knows the answer.
Yeah,
so when you miss it, he goes, whoa.
Yeah, let him get up there and play it. Oh, that's too bad. What is he, Mr. Red?
Yeah, he's looking down on you.
Anyway, so you got to hear this. So I tune in a Family Feud. And I like Family Feud at the end, when they get the two people up there and they got to now hit 200 points.
Right, it's the two people from the winning family. Now they're going to try to win some money.
You can goof on me for this. You could say, hey, Howard, what is your problem that you have to watch the two people get up to 200 points? Why are you busy doing it? You say you have free time. Look at you. You have free time on your hands. There's something wrong. I like at the end.
I'm beginning to wonder about all this work.
Hey, I like the end of Family Feud when they have, and Ray, for I don't know how long, what was it, 7 years?
7 years.
You stood there, you asked those people, like a robot, you asked those people, and you handled it, and the show moved along, and I liked it.
You didn't interfere with the game.
I took the check and I went home.
Right.
I did my business.
You did your business. Listen. I don't say you're any great personality. I don't say anything like that. All I saw was a man standing there moving the game along. I got no problem with Ray Combs.
Taking a check, and that's what it was about.
Yeah, fine. You did your job.
You put on the hairspray, you be a game show host, your survey says, and you go home.
Exactly. Even saying survey says, That's enough. That's enough personality for me.
I'm telling you.
But you knew the game. You weren't trying to be the game. You were trying to move the game along.
Plus,
even that a-hole Wink Martindale, as much as
he was the greatest.
As big as cardboard head as he's got, as much air is stuffed into that socket where your brain's supposed to be. I got to say something. The guy moves the game along.
All I ever remember of Wink Martindale was him saying something about the game.
So
he never talked about himself.
Never. You know, I don't know a thing. I mean, you'd want to say Wink. What's with the name? But you don't. But that blimp head could do it well. A head full of sausage.
The only good old game show hosts are all dead, I think.
There's only 6 game show hosts in all the world.
That's right.
And we're never allowed to travel on an airplane at the same time.
So let me tell you about Ray. You got to hear his story. Ray, I'm getting you to this story. So I tune in.
You're talking too much here, Ray.
Yeah, Ray, please. No, just let me move the show along. I tune in the show. I see Richard Dawson.
Yes.
He's back now. I was so thrilled when he left.
Big and grizzled and gray.
He's old. He's great. I saw him in People magazine. He got a young wife.
And a baby.
A baby. The guy must be 100 years old. How old is Richard Dawson? 100 years old?
Closer to that than 50, I think.
And he's back on. How you doing? Now he won't hug the women and kiss them because he's married to this young chippy. So he, I guess he's got to control his urges. So I said, gee, I wonder what happened to this Ray Combs. I'm curious. I don't see the guy.
Right. What happened to him?
Okay. Ray. So you had a 7-year deal, right?
That's right.
Okay. 7th year, you come up for negotiation.
That's right.
And what do they say to you?
Well, at the end of the 7th year, I think pretty much everybody in this town knew that my intention was to move on to a talk show, an entertainment-driven, something hasn't been done in a long time, a daytime talk show where you could see people like yourself instead of having to wait.
In other words, a show where black people get on stage and argue with one another?
No, nothing
you're talking about the Mike Douglas show.
Or Merv Griffin. But
oh, really?
Yeah. A daytime entertainment from Las Vegas with a band.
What do you want to do that for?
Well, a couple $1 million a year.
Oh, you had a deal already?
Well, I was putting it in place.
Okay, go ahead.
And
this is like Jackie, always putting it in place.
But the fact what remained.
Go ahead,
as I went into the 7th year, the people who held that contract knew whoever hosted Feud in the 8th year would have to host it in the 7th. And
so you left. You want to make it clear that you left.
Well, it was mutual.
Right.
I left.
You weren't
really
fired.
You weren't fired.
No. Well, it depends on who you talk to, but they were glad to see me go, and I was glad to leave.
Okay,
and
so
they were very confident that he would double the rating.
So you want to hear a sad story?
What?
Ray goes out, gets himself into a car accident.
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean gets himself into a car? Was he driving?
Were you driving, Ray?
I was driving.
What happened? Were you drinking?
I don't drink. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I just say no. I was driving down the Ventura Freeway at about a rare 65 miles an hour. And he went.
So you were breaking the speed limit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, a young girl cuts straight in front of me, and I pull into another lane and start a series of collisions. And the ultimate story was I did a 360-degree circle on one of the biggest freeways in the world, and ultimately ended up within a few seconds quadriplegic. Totally.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And I stopped breathing. And
is that a great story?
Wait a minute, Ray. You're talking to us from a wheelchair?
Yes.
No. It's even better than that. I've been very lucky.
Wait. Let's soak this in. So Ray goes and becomes a quadriplegic.
That means nothing moved.
At first,
now I hear this. They say, Gary, book him immediately.
Oh.
I say, book him immediately. This is beautiful.
Make him a regular.
Make him a regular. Call him third base.
You got another job.
It's great. So I said, this is an unbelievable story. Yeah, how come you don't read about this?
Yeah, what the hell happened?
I just faxed you a copy from the Globe article that came out when I read about it. There were 2 motorcycle policemen that drove by just as it happened, pulled me out of the car, resuscitated me, kept me breathing.
Wow.
Until they got me to the hospital, and the recovery, I'm proud to say, was upgraded from quadriplegic to incomplete quadriplegia.
Have you heard about this, incomplete quadriplegic?
Well, sure.
What is that?
That means
that you have to come back next semester and take
that means everything.
Yeah, you get an incomplete. No, what it means is incomplete quadriplegic means that you can kind of walk.
Well, now it would be. It's been a slow process, but to the doctors, I would say it's been miraculous. It would be undetectable to the unknown eye that I'd had an accident now, and looks like I'm going to fully recover.
So you didn't completely sever your spinal cord?
Didn't sever it. The pressure was so great that it stopped all body function.
See, what happens, Howard, I can explain this to you.
Would you do that, Robin?
What happens in an accident is you could either sever your spinal cord completely, which means there would be no connection between...
Or damage it.
Top of the and the bottom, or you could have so much swelling and bruising that it mimics a severing of the spinal cord until there is...
You go, girl. You go.
Say it. Survey says.
Survey says. Show me Robin.
So, like, now he's out of the wheelchair.
Right, so he's repaired. He's healing. His spinal cord injury is healing.
You married, Ray?
Many people did.
Hey, Ray, you married?
I'm married with 6 children, and I need a job, Howard. 6 kids.
Oh, really?
And we are homeless. We will work for food.
No, you're not homeless.
No, we're not homeless. But we have 6 children. I've got a new project again that looks like it's going to start in January. But many people did hear about the wreck, and the reason that it stopped, it was
Hey, you got to understand something.
So you're walking around and everything?
Yes.
Oh,
I said to myself, after they got rid of this Ray Combs, or he left, or whatever the hell happened on Family Feud, I said, I'll never have trouble getting work, because if they had to go to Richard Dawson...
Now, wait a minute. You got to stop for a moment, then we can come back to this. You know that you are the only person, I don't say this just to suck up to you, because I can suck up to bigger people than you.
Right.
You're the only person I ever wrote a fan letter to.
That's true, and you misspelled 2 words.
It cost my secretary her job because she didn't use spell check.
Right.
She spelled the word television
He sent me a fan letter a couple of years ago.
I remember.
And I put it on Channel 9 TV show because I said...
And you graded it.
Yeah, I said, take a look at this guy. He sends me a fan letter. He's got a secretary. He works for Family Feud. He misspelled almost every other word. I said, what kind of letter is this?
I'm not hosting Jeopardy here.
Didn't he spell feud wrong?
Yeah, feud was F-U-D-E. Family Feud. I said, what is this? Yeah.
You caught that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I got your name right.
Well, anyway, listen, Ray. I wish you continued whatever it is you're continuing on.
So what happened to the TV show, the daytime TV show? No,
it is still
well, nobody wants to watch a guy in a wheelchair host a daytime TV show.
Come on now. Yeah, Teddy Pendergrass and I are going out on tour. And
there you go. No, but you
know that the people that are listening in a lot of the cities.
And listen to me. Forget about just do game shows. There's big money to be made in that.
If you start a revolt, maybe they'll pay Richard Dawson off. People keep coming up to me now. They believe that the reason I left was because I got hurt.
Are the ratings higher with you?
They are substantially lower.
With Dawson?
Yeah, and the stations are dropping it very, very quickly.
Well, there you go. Well, you're in good shape.
I don't know that I'm in good shape. I mean, even if they wanted me to come back, it might not be salvageable now. I mean, nothing bad about Richard. I think he's doing the best he can, but it's like bringing Muhammad Ali out to fight again.
Right, exactly. The sting is gone.
And he was really good in his early day, but,
Yeah, well, there you go. There's the story. Isn't that a great story?
Amazing story.
I mean, Bob Barker, think about this. I love this guy. He's telling all of America to have your dog spayed or neutered, but he's working all over town. I mean, this guy's getting busy. He still can do it at 72.
Ray, let me ask you something. Did that accident affect you? Your speech hasn't slowed down one bit.
No, I tell you what.
What is it, Gary?
Fast on those game shows.
Ray was also bumming out that that sort of Hollywood sort of forgot him because when he was in the hospital, and they thought he was going to die, all the media was converging on the hospital, and they had to lie and say they moved him somewhere else. And then the doctor just said he was okay when he really wasn't.
Oh, I see.
So that they would drop it out of the media.
After the second day, when I was lying in the hospital bed, you see, I'm lying there, can't move anything, and a news flash comes in and says, Family Feud host Ray Combs is fighting for his life at this hour. His wife, Debbie's by his side.
That's
Here's
good.
some excerpts of his career. And what bothered me the most was that I knew I had better excerpts than that.
Listen, Ray, that's good stuff when they sit there in Hollywood. I didn't hear one thing about you.
No,
I didn't
read it.
Well, I really appreciate very much that you did ask about me last week, Howard.
I just thought it was a cool story to tell on the air. Anytime a guy, from TV's in a wheelchair, that's always good radio.
Oh, I'm up and moving now, so don't...
How long before you could have sex with your wife?
Well, no, we probably had it right in the hospital with steroids. I couldn't feel it, but she probably took advantage of me. I can't say. She's a hot-looking woman, baby.
How long did it take you before you could stand up and urinate?
Oh, that's about 3 weeks or 4 weeks. That was a biggie, baby.
Yeah, really?
That was a big thing.
Would they put a tube up there or something?
Huh?
Would they put a tube up there?
Well, of course they do.
A tube and a diaper.
Oh,
hey, I could have done those adult disposals.
You wore a diaper?
Oh, man.
In the hospital?
Nothing worked out.
They don't have any control of anything.
When you're
Let me get this straight. So here you are, and people recognize you. You're the host of Family Feud.
That's right.
You're laying there.
Are you going survey says?
So like who's in charge of wiping a quad?
Let me tell you what.
Honey, I'll go do that. That's a man from TV.
You don't care. When you're a quad, you care who puts the food in your mouth.
Let me understand something. So you're conscious of everything. Like a nurse comes in and has to change your diaper?
My wife was pretty good about doing
Yeah,
that.
but there were times your nurse had to do it, right?
Yes, that's right.
So how embarrassing is that?
Well, it was pretty embarrassing.
Do you remember all that stuff? Because a lot of times you're
the
in
first
such
week I don't
shock.
remember because they put me on heavy-duty drugs.
So wait a second. Was it real embarrassing when they had to come in?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So take me. Excuse me. Let
me just say this, Howard, just for information. He really doesn't know what he's doing either.
That's
right.
true.
Because he can't feel anything.
So take me through this for 1 second.
Right.
So you're in the diaper.
That's right.
And you're dooting.
Well, you might think you do. You might.
You don't even know.
God,
As Robin says, you don't even know what you're doing.
Well, your mind will say, "Oh, I just."
So someone has to come in like a baby and check your diaper.
And they have it's sort of like getting a play-by-play of what your body's doing. They have to tell you.
That's right.
So like, does the nurse stick her finger in the diaper?
No, Howard. They just they take the whole bad boy off and they go, "Oh, you were a good boy tonight," or whatever happens.
Yeah.
And then they stand you up, and then all of a sudden.
And then they wipe you?
No, and then things happen. I mean, they never know when you're going to go. You never know when you're going.
You don't even know when anything's there.
When you're a quadriplegic, one of the most.
So you don't feel anything. So they walk and go, "Hey, what's that smell?"
Well, I don't know. I guess they would.
Like you could be laying there for 2 hours and smelling up the room, but they don't.
Your hand.
Yeah, and they don't check you.
Well, his nose would work.
Like they would just change your diaper every 2 hours. So if you just go, you're sitting in it for 2 hours, right?
Right. Or they would just hope that you would go because nothing worked. Everything would just.
And not only that, sometimes, Howard, when you don't know anything like this, they could have just cleaned you up, and then they would roll you over, and then you would soil yourself.
She was a nurse. Do they give you a report like, "Hey Ray, there's like corn in there today" or something?
No, but they usually couldn't do that because most of it was IV. But Robin, have you been a nurse?
Yes, I was a nurse.
I would like you to give me an enema. I think I've never had an enema.
So let me get this straight. So like everyone knows it's Ray Combs in the hospital.
They're waiting in line to stick these things called bullets in me, and I'm thinking,
I don't get the whole diaper thing, And then, like, what if you get do you get involuntary erections?
That could happen.
When you're on a massive steroid, I got to tell you, the greatest part was
not embarrassing,
no,
is it,
hold
Ray?
on now. I mean, it was like a rock.
12 inches is not embarrassing. 12 inches
of
is,
anything.
A 12-inch arousal is not embarrassing at all.
Now, let me tell you. Well, for me it is because I'm normally 3. And the nurse came in and I said, "Look at this. Could you get me the doctor?" And she said, "Well, this is normal. It's the steroid. It makes the."
If I could have a 12-inch erection, I'd get into an accident every day.
Well,
but the point is, you're just glad anything's working.
Right.
Well, I was pretty impressed.
All right, Ray, I learned enough about you and your diaper.
Well, I appreciate you getting into my life so much, and I think it really helped my career.
They stand you up and wipe you?
No, they just roll you over. Robin told you.
Yeah.
When I get to New York, I'll come in and show you where we produce.
In fact, were you on a striker frame?
Yes. No, I was actually on an airbed.
An airbed, okay.
Cool.
An airbed.
Airbed.
And now I'm telling you, it would appear that I was never injured, so I feel very lucky.
Any video of you getting your diaper changed?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
It's a hard copy.
They didn't film it.
All right, good luck, Ray.
Listen, thanks so much for even asking about me.
Okay, Ray.
Well, it's a pleasure to hear that you're okay.
Yeah, we like stories about diapers and duty.
Let me tell you, I hope if I ever get a game show again that you approve of it.
4 weeks on a diaper with people changing you, I would kill myself.
Well,
you're glad to be alive.
You're just ahead.
And you have a pretty big penis, so it was no big deal. But I know for me, imagine a nurse taking that I have there.
No, I'm telling you, this is how people are when they're in that condition. Every time somebody removes the sheet, you say, "Is anything happening?"
Robin, you do know so much about it. Really, it was a...
Are you real big, Ray?
Me?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, no. I'm a magnifying glass. I'm a
really?
man.
So, like women, like the nurses, they see it. Aren't you uptight?
Not really.
No?
Not really.
I'm a little...
Your fears would go away, Howard.
I'm a tiny guy. I'm the only host on television that if you have a large screen, I'm actual size anyway.
Hey, do I have a camera there with you?
Yes.
Could you pull your pants down so we can see your genitals?
Well, I'm not wearing anything right now, Hal.
All right.
Well, listen, I really appreciate that you even asked about me. Last Tuesday, I was working with people on Fraser's show, and all the crew came up and said, Howard Stern was asking about you and saying you were dead and various things. And...
Hey, do me a favor. Hold up to the camera one of your fingers. Show me which finger mostly reflects the size of your genitals.
I can't do it.
Come on.
Okay.
How's that?
Maybe.
Are you driving again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, that's not so good for the rest of us.
You want to inform everyone what car you're in so we can avoid you as you do your 360?
That car that, Mark Kinnear Greg Kinnear.
Oh, I got you. All right, my man.
Listen, I really appreciate
Let's see, great Ray Combs on the road to recovery.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Ray. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The former host of Family Feud.
Oof.
Checking
That's
those.
a tough deal to go through.
Never mind that. He's checking those ratings every day to see how Richard Dawson's doing. All right, very good. We'll be back right after these words. Hey, you know who just stopped in to say hello to us after like 12 years of being away from the show? Richard Lewis.
Well, let's invite him in and find out where he's been.
He came in here during the commercial. I threw him out.
How did you do that? Very nicely, or did you just...
Yeah, well, I just said you're going to ruin your entrance. I mean, you know, we have cameras in here. There's an entrance
He
to be
doesn't just
made.
walk in and get on the set of Letterman and kiss him.
Yeah, you don't walk on the set of Letterman. You don't walk on the set of Howard Stern Show.
Now
here he is.
Now he's going to milk it.
Here's Richard Lewis. You look good.
Is this a bank?
Just sit down. Yeah, it's like a bank. Is this a bank? That's funny.
I wrote that in Paris, that joke.
Very funny. Very good. Nice jacket.
Is this chair?
Yeah, that was
Is there a camera in my behind when I sit down?
There.
What is that, velvet jacket or something?
It's Bill Haley gave it to me. His deathbed. What do you think? I don't know what it is, Howard.
Let me see.
Howdy, buddy.
Cuts you kind of funny, that jacket.
Huh?
That jacket cuts Richard funny, doesn't it?
I'm trying to see him. Baba Booey won't
Stand
get
up,
out of the way.
Richard, stand up so Robin can see. Stand, Baba Booey, back off. Doesn't it cut him funny like a girl?
It's a little... It misses his waist.
It misses
somehow.
his waist. Yeah, it's a little high. It's cut a little high.
Whose jacket is that?
Whose jacket is that? Is it your girlfriend's jacket? Oh, look at them, muscular.
Let me ask you a question.
Jacket makes you look heavy.
The jacket on? You want me to masturbate?
No, I don't want you to do
You want me
that.
to bring Shari Lewis in? She's waiting in a line.
No. Sit
What
down.
are you doing that for? Oh,
Sit
you have
down.
to talk.
We can't hear you otherwise. It's a concept. You're talking to the microphone. It's not television. It's not a sound stage.
Now he'll leave the microphone up there and he won't have it.
Sit down.
Robin, how are you, honey?
You're not going to do that whole Jewish thing today, are you? Just be yourself.
Why are you putting on glasses, darling? You're so beautiful.
Put on your headphones. You can't hear anything. What is that?
Nothing, man.
No. You keep your glasses on. Put on your
I
headphones.
like those glasses.
Thank you.
Really?
I knew you liked them.
You really do.
I like them.
Well, you like everything about you. I have never heard, if you go into a doctor, let's say you have an open sore, isn't this a great boil?
Albert Brooks doesn't like you.
Oh, please, give me a break.
Albert Brooks is mad at you.
Yeah. A lot of
Doesn't like you.
Republicans are mad at me. Why
is Albert Brooks mad at you?
I know. I caught half of that interview. I don't know why. Because we haven't spoken in a while, probably.
He says you don't know how to do phone
What
conversations.
did he say exactly? Oh,
yeah, well, he said the same thing I said, but I wasn't that insulted by it.
I never insulted by it. He's a genius. I don't care. No, we haven't spoken. I do care, actually. I miss him.
Right.
I think we had I was maybe insensitive once at a party. This is actually the only thing I remember. I was insensitive. I met him at a party, and I might have said something self-centered.
Like
and
what?
He screamed at me.
What did you say? I got to know what's bad to say to Albert Brooks.
No, I'm trying to think. I mean, it wasn't like, he was, God forbid, it was an accident.
Right.
And I went over and there's a crash. I go, Albert, I'm doing Letterman tomorrow. What do you think of this line? It wasn't anything like stupid.
Right.
I just said something. I don't know. It was something like, I didn't ask him about himself first. Stuff like that.
All right.
And then he called me up that night and screamed at me and he hung up. I never heard from him.
Oh, really? And he actually called and screamed at you?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did say something like that.
He did. So I'm really, it hurt my feelings.
What? Was he direct? I mean, I wouldn't have the nerve to call somebody up.
I was insensitive. It hurt my feelings. I mean, I knew that we had the greatest times together. I mean, sitting down with this guy.
So you were real friendly.
We had a great connection. The guy is so, he's brilliant.
He's brilliant, right.
Forget about it.
He's brilliant, but meanwhile, his movie didn't gross anything. Go ahead, yes. Yeah.
Hey, it happens. Look at Richard.
That's right. You had your own problem. Poor Richard. They have an article today.
Why is Jackie wearing a glove? What are you, a proctologist?
Easy. Richard had a bad time with that John Candy movie. And that's why he didn't come and visit us, because he was afraid we were going to goof on John Candy, because all of a sudden that's his best friend.
Well, he's the widow,
let's go out in the street and ask 10 people if I should come in after my co-star and good friend that passes away on the set. Who do you want to see first? Your therapist, the president, or Howard? You know what I mean?
Wait a second.
Seriously.
Let me stop you right here. First of all, everybody loved John Candy. I know that. He was a very loved guy.
We weren't grieving?
Oh, only you can grieve for John Candy? We couldn't grieve with you?
How did you deduct that crap from what I just said?
I don't know.
I just said, I know you don't know. You know something?
Why couldn't you talk about John Candy?
Let me tell you one thing.
You refuse to do
it. I adore you.
No, you don't. You refuse.
If you continue to let yourself stay in your own little world and in the dark, you will continue to be the king of media.
Right.
If you try to analyze yourself, you will fall apart because you really know that you're crap.
First of all, I have analyzed myself. And I've gone through a lot of self-analysis. While I don't pay strangers thousands of dollars to listen to me like you do, I have analyzed myself.
Yeah.
And despite what you might think, I already know I'm crap. That's the difference between you and me.
12 years. 12 years, and you've never been that real.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's bond. Listen to me. Richard, I don't know why we're always arguing.
I won't bond until you do something very sophisticated like you normally do. Like, as soon as I leave the chair, smell the seat.
All right, do something sophisticated and talk into the microphone.
Stop doing this to me.
No, talk to the microphone.
It's too high.
So too bad John Candy died and Albert didn't, right? If Albert died, you would have been happy, right?
That's a suck comment, man.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't handle that.
Well, how could I respond? A rooster would shake his head to that.
If you had a choice, if you were God and you said, okay, John Candy must die or Albert Brooks must die, who would you pick to die?
That's a hilarious question. I don't know.
Come on, be honest.
Who's taking your calls?
Huh?
Who would you have picked?
You know something?
Go ahead, tell the truth.
I was walking here from the hotel, talking to myself like a psycho.
Right.
And I was saying questions like, if your mother was in an accident or your uncle lost his penis.
No.
Who's hospital
now you're
would you go to?
Okay, now listen.
I miss Howard. I miss Albert a lot. Maybe
Can I ask you about John Candy?
Sure,
Can I ask you about your relationship with John Candy? Were you very close, or was it just a movie set close?
Movie set close.
All right, you got to be friends with him.
And you couldn't talk to us? It was only movie set close?
Yeah. And you were all broken up that for a year you had to avoid me?
No, it wasn't for a year.
2 years?
No, I came back like around May, and I took off for 3 months, and I've been home writing.
And were you grieving?
Well, I was grieving, sure. This is one particular show, one of my favorites.
You were the last person to act with John Candy.
The night before. And Bob Picardo, brilliant actor. China Beach, and he's on the new Star Trek.
And you know what amazes me? When people, like even the guy in The Crow that died, whenever they die, the movie comes out anyway. You think that it wouldn't come out because... I
know. The whole thing's...
But Albert, Richard.
Albert.
Richard.
Yeah, whatever.
You haven't been here in a long time. I've forgotten who you are.
You come in more often, we'll know your name.
Talked about me, if you hadn't brought it up. We were great friends. We'll probably be friends again one day. You know what I mean? I think I was insensitive, but he screamed at me.
What did Albert say to you when he screamed at you?
He called me like a self-centered maniac, something like that, and hung up.
Did he call you a filthy Jew? Is that true?
No.
Someone told me that.
No, I want to get back to this John Candy thing.
Can we start ranking your lines before I leave?
Okay, yeah, very good.
Will that be in the top
I'm just
5?
trying to keep it going.
I love teasing. You know why?
Why?
I'm frightened of you.
Listen to me.
Wait a minute, I have to get back to this.
One second.
Oh, you want to get back?
We're going to get to John Candy.
You want to focus?
Yeah. Albert Brooks.
Yeah.
Calls you up and says you were rude at a party and you get upset, and what do? You hang up the phone and just say, I'm not going to take this from you?
No, I didn't say anything. I was shocked.
Because you've never gotten that kind of honesty before from somebody.
No, you know the thing is...
why should you have to listen to that from him? What, he's such a genius? That you're a genius in your own right. Why do you have to listen to him?
No. Here's the deal. There have been many times, when actors, I'm sure you're the same way. If I once wrote you a letter, I wrote you a note.
Yes.
I can't write you a note to your house. I had to write to like sending in for a Procter & Gamble commercial, contestant. I never sent a friend a letter to a P.O. box. I hate you for that.
Right.
It's so stupid, man.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You sent a letter to my P.O. box. I don't want you having my home address. You're not stable. I saw you what happened when your mother called in on my show. You almost went through you went in the bathroom. Gary said he went into a convulsion. You're not kidding.
Howard.
Hey, you know what I heard?
What?
Paul Reiser went into grieving for John Candy when he heard you were grieving.
Oh, man.
Can you believe it?
Did the same thing?
Did the same exact thing that you were doing.
Can you believe it?
Was grieving the same time you were. Can you believe it?
Doing real good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aren't you mad at Paul Reiser?
No.
Don't you feel he stole your material? Tell the truth.
My material? No, he has no material.
But didn't he take on your persona?
I don't even know anymore. It was a long time ago, but he's his own man now, Except the only time I scared, this is literally happened. This is like 10 years ago. This is before either one of us had, got up there and doing shows.
Before people knew you.
So I was doing, he started years after me.
Right.
So someone once told me, was standing at Catch a Rising Star, now defunct, sadly. And I was on the Tonight Show, and there was like a 21-year-old bartender, and Paul was ready to go on. This is a story told to me.
Right.
This is the stuff that started to get me nuts, basically.
Go ahead.
And the guy says, look, Paul, he's doing you. Okay, so that was the deal that made me nuts, because, I hadn't had a series or anything, and then the fear was that if he would have gotten a series first, then all of a sudden I'm doing him, and I was doing it way before. So that's when I was a little nutty, but he's cool now.
Well, he's not cool. Listen, and let me tell you something.
Did he write your book?
Huh?
Is that book yours or his?
A lot of that is your material, isn't it?
Right.
No, what you were responding to is you have a certain persona on stage that you do, and you felt that Paul Reiser had very much learned your persona. True?
Years ago, I used to get hundreds of calls, turn on the television. I turned it on, half of the comic friends, said, "Oh, I can't believe this," and the other half said, he's not you. He's not doing you."
Right.
He never did. He has his own material.
He has his own material.
There was a style there that was irked me a little bit.
Do you hate that his show is successful?
No, it's a great show.
Yes, you do. Of course you do.
I love Helen Hunt.
You love Helen Hunt, not Paul Reiser.
I don't love Helen. I mean, I don't know Paul that well.
Right.
What do you want me to do?
Commit suicide right on the air. Commit suicide right on the air.
He's trying to push you over.
I'm trying to push you over the edge. Get back to John. Get back to no, not John Candy. Albert Brooks. So he calls you on the phone.
Listen,
a fellow comedian.
We used to go out. He said one of the funniest. Here's the thing. We did when Howard would when Albert would do a movie, say.
Right.
He's so consumed with his work, and that's why
which
he's
is
so
good,
wonderful.
Right.
He would go away for months and months. This is the thing that bothered me. So if you'd call him and he was doing broadcast news, you might not hear back from him.
Right.
But then you call, and it was like when I used to date actresses.
Right.
It was that kind of mentality.
Right.
I understand it because I'm that way on occasion too. I don't think it's extreme, but perhaps. So one day I think I met him at a party. I was self-absorbed.
Right.
I don't know what I said. It was years ago.
You were thinking, right?
And he thought that I had he just thought I was really a selfish maniac, and he called me and screamed at me.
Now you know what he says.
So
he hates when you called me at my house.
I don't hang up. I mean, I never say goodbye.
Right.
I never say goodbye. It's like I like to get off. It's from comedy. I like to get off on a laugh. I swear, Jackie, you can understand that.
No, Jackie doesn't understand that.
No. This is personal life.
I forgot that you're
Jackie's that way on stage.
There's a difference between stage and home.
Jackie's an a-hole on stage. He's a different kind of a-hole off stage. Okay, listen. What I'm saying is that you have a habit. You have called me.
Jackie joke before I leave.
You have called me at home. You have called me at home, and you have said very rarely.
Yeah.
But in the middle of talking, I know I'm not fun. In the middle of talking to me, please don't ever call me again at home. By the way.
Yeah. Like I have your number. You change it every 4 minutes.
Exactly. Keep away from maniacs like you.
Ooh.
Listen to me.
Brutal.
Richard.
Yeah.
So you.
Why can't I sit with Robin one day? I'm starting to get hot.
She doesn't want you.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
You're one of the sexiest women on radio.
So you are on the phone with Albert Brooks, he says, and you do this move where in the middle of the conversation you just hang up.
Yeah.
And he resents
I didn't hang up.
He hung up on you.
He was mad at me, so
screw him. That's all. You got other fish to fry.
We'll meet again. We'll talk about it. We had such. He said I have to give him.
How many years ago?
I once had bees in my house. I was upstairs and I heard zzz, and there was hornets.
Right.
Thousands of hornets, and I'm frightened. They're like praying mantis.
Right.
I freaked out, and Albert on a whim would say, "Come on, let's go eat. Let's go eat." I go, "Albert, I can't. Come on, I'm hungry. Let's go get a,
Right.
He said, "Let's go meet you at the deli. Let's go eat. Let's go to the Palm. I want to get a steak." I said, "I don't want to go. I got to get out. I got to go to a hotel. I got to get a guy in here. I got bees in my house."
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what he said to me? He says, "Come on." He said, "Throw some honey on your neighbor's roof and meet me in a half hour."
Oh, that's great. That's great. He's a real funny guy.
Oh, forget about it.
All right. And then when
Albert Brooks telephone, if he calls me back and apologizes, I still love him.
All right.
He has to apologize to you?
I've been at NAS before.
No, you'll apologize. Listen, you are self-centered. It's true.
I worry about the homeless, not about Albert Brooks.
No, you are very self-centered.
I miss him, though.
When did this happen? How long ago was this?
100 years ago.
What is this Jones about?
All right, go back
it's
to...
not exactly a heavy feud, man.
Go back to John Candy. Now, I read...
I'm coming now.
Go ahead, put on your coat.
Yeah.
You know what I wanted to say? First of all, Richard Lewis claimed to be so broken up about John Candy.
How dare right now, you stink for starting a sentence so filthily.
And he continued to do publicity.
Listen.
For that movie, and refused to come in here.
You're a jerk.
To promote it.
Yeah, why did you do publicity everywhere but here?
You're a very, very smart woman.
Why did you do publicity for the John Candy movie?
Because it was John's last movie. I was hoping it would have been, well received. That it was, but that's been way beyond.
Can I make an argument here?
I didn't make my damn point, Howie.
No, let me make a point.
No, I didn't make. I have to answer this absurd question.
Go ahead.
It was Johnny's last picture. We didn't know that it was
Johnny.
John Candy, you're talking about?
Johnny Candy?
Yeah, we were in Paris in 1949 again. Listen, yeah. I would have felt real. It was difficult doing this. I felt it was one of the hardest months of my life. I was mourning.
Why? Because the guy died?
Hold on a minute, okay?
Yeah.
If you're going to respond like Howdy Doody, I'm not going to continue.
But the guy died. I mean, people died.
Yeah, it's just,
the man committed suicide, did he not?
No.
Isn't it true on the set of the movie?
I would have felt really miserable the rest of my life if I didn't promote John's last movie.
Why didn't you do it here?
Huh? Here?
Yes. Why didn't you promote it here?
It would have been like doing it in a nest of naked ravens.
No, because he was hoping that it'd be a huge hit, and then he would never have to come on the show again.
See. I've always been on the show.
Fair weather friend. Now, listen to me.
You don't mean that, do you?
Yes.
How dare you?
Now, listen to me.
Blame me after a friend's death. You know, you.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me. I am saying one thing to you.
I didn't mean that before. I still want to have intercourse.
Isn't it true? I don't want to have intercourse with you.
Huh?
All right, listen.
Oh, boy. My life's over.
Listen to me. Isn't it true?
Yeah.
What I read in the Inquirer, that Candy literally had hundreds of candy bars.
That's a new business, man.
Didn't he? Come on, I've got to know this. Come on, you were there. In his trailer, he would have food orgies. Like he would just sit there and eat.
No.
Gorge.
Oh, come on, tell the truth. He would gorge. You did. Come on.
No, I didn't hang with him.
Bags of food.
Didn't hang with him.
Did you have to rehearse?
Huh? Yeah, but on a movie you don't rehearse that much. You know?
You don't?
No. I was with him in Rome with Sean Young. We did a.
Is she a kook or is she?
Sean Young.
Yeah.
One of the great. She has never done this show.
No.
She's awesome, man.
Really? Did you have sex with Sean Young?
No, she was married.
She was.
Yeah, she's one of the most beautiful women in the world and great, man. She's so hip.
Really?
Yeah, she's so. She's like there's like a hyphenate. She's like brilliant dash flake. You know what I mean?
I see.
But her flakiness is so endearing. I fell in love with her.
And you and Candy became close, and you never saw him eat. You never saw him eat?
Saw him have a whole wheat sandwich. I don't know.
No, the man ate a lot of food.
No, not on the set. You don't eat a lot when you're eating unless it's a food.
They claim that he went into the trailer and would eat candy bars.
He was having pizzas delivered by the hour.
And Richard sees nothing.
Yeah.
Richard, I'm boring. You won't answer the question.
Thing. Let him live and let him rest in peace, man. Don't bring up club sandwiches.
That's wrong to bring up. To remember John Candy in some way. What should I say?
Huh?
I want me interested.
Let me tell you something. This guy.
He was a great guy. He was a brilliant actor.
This guy was like he was such a superstar. I've never been around someone who's in Rome.
Well, you know that I want to know about the food. You're telling me things I know. I want to know about the food.
You know, if you would have called me at my house in L.A., I would have brought some of the takeout menus.
No, you see, you're overly sensitive for John Candy. John Candy was a humorist. He would have seen the humor in talking about what he ate.
He was a superstar actor, humorist.
Yes, but he was a funny guy.
He's been picking up, hasn't he?
John Candy was
one book.
John Candy was a funny guy. You know that.
Hilarious.
A funny man.
SCTV, that was the best.
The best show.
Best.
So when I say to you, did you see evidence of food consumption? Don't get uptight for him. He's a comic.
All right.
When you die, I'm going to talk about things about you.
Depending on how you die.
If you die in a funny way, I will talk about it.
You might outlive me, but your brain is already dead.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Let us take a break with having you have said that, and we'll talk to Richard
I meant
Lewis.
it affectionately.
No, you did not.
I swear to God.
Let me tell you something.
I watch the E! Show every night.
Do you really?
Every night.
And
the only problem I have with it, it's repeated so often I get nuts.
It's 3 times a night.
Yeah, it's like for people either.
So watch it at one time.
People with the flu.
Why do you sit and watch E! for 3 shots in a row? Why don't you sit there and just pick one of the half hours?
Clinical depression.
Yeah, I think this is the case.
I want to know. He says he came back and he started writing. What is he writing?
Well, nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
How jealous are you that Loser Belzer is on a decent show? How jealous.
Well, he's one of our best friends.
Yeah, but he is a loser.
It's about time. The guy's a wonderful.
Did you ever really think anything good was going to happen for him?
No one ever thought anything good would happen. But
Bells is one of the funniest. I love Bells.
You love everybody. Who don't you like?
Huh?
Name 2 people in show business you don't like beside me. Who don't you like?
Mel Brooks.
Do
you like Mel Brooks?
Huh? I love Mel Brooks.
What happened? Why did Mel Brooks put you in that movie? And do that to you.
What's wrong with being in an Idols movie?
All right. You know? Let me take a break and we're going to talk. There's a lot of things.
Let's just bring up.
And who is reading your scripts? And
obviously, you're
my secretary.
Who told you to do the John Candy movie? I want to know. Who told you to do that? Did your agent? You decided. You decided.
Who told you to be in a room for 10 years and think you're God? You.
You're a very talented guy, but someone is advising you improperly.
You know, this is an interesting subject.
I'm going to get a new series. I'm going on the road next year. It's a concert tour, a Magical Misery tour.
You hate going on the road.
No more, man. I want to do my own material now.
What? You never did your own material?
No.
Whose material was that?
I truly haven't been in the last year. I didn't like the projects I've been, so now I want to hold the microphone and do my stuff.
Listen to me.
Don't you think that makes sense?
You hate being on the road.
No more, man.
Really? You love it?
Now, I don't know yet. I'm going to go back. I'm going to play all over the country.
You know it's going to drive you into depression.
I hope not.
It will. He hates being on the road.
No, I don't know.
But I wonder, because you're in the process of now making a movie.
That's correct.
Oh, that's right.
And you don't want to make the mistakes that Richard has made.
That's why you haven't seen the movie yet. Let me tell you something. The reason you haven't seen my movie yet I'm the one who has rejected every script.
That's true. You have
4 scripts have been written. I've rejected. The studio wanted to make the first one.
So is Richard reading these movies and
No.
these
Listen,
scripts?
if Mel Brooks had come up to me, I would have burned the script in front of Mel Brooks. I would have said, let fire to it. That's what I would have done. And that's what you wanted to do. Tell the truth.
No.
All right, I'll let you respond to that when we come back.
Am I going to be in a little cameo in your film, Ben?
I don't know. You're kind of a jinx. I don't know. I'll see. You'll audition.
I can tell you the compliment he gave you the other day.
I do. I love Richard
I'll
Lewis.
audition when Hitler moves to Brentwood, Ben.
Exactly. No, actually, I got Reiser already. I don't need.
No.
He does a great Richard Lewis impression. You know, Reiser hates me because I say that because I'm on your side in this.
I don't really have a side anymore. It was like ages old.
I'm with you on it. I know what you're saying. I'm reading between the lines. We'll take a break, and Richard Lewis.
What a shock, man.
Richard Lewis is here. He won't be here much longer.
Really? You kicking me out?
I'm not going to kick you out. No, we're going to do. No, I'm having a great time with you, but we'll do a little interview, and then I got to do the news, and I go home, and I have to relax.
Got a great new girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now he's willing to talk about the women in his life.
He gets great girls.
But he would never talk about this before.
I do now. I'm in love.
He's in love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is for real. This is it.
Hold it. I'm going to take a break.
All right. What's her name?
And
Can I put my Bill Haley jacket back on?
Yes.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, put it back on. We'll be back with the great Richard Lewis right after these words. By the way, tune in tonight on the E! Show. Yes, tonight's a wild Friday night. Stay home because Anna, the foot fetishist, will be on with me as I tickle her.
Really? Send me a tape, will you, Howie?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have to watch the Truffaut film.
No, you're busy watching your
that
films.
episode.
No. Meanwhile, he tells me in here he watches the E! Show every night.
I know he does.
Of course he does.
I try to watch some of my cable specials. Man.
Seething with jealousy. One thing I know about people who are successful in show business.
I love you.
They're all jealous of you when you're on top.
Richard is the worst.
I was just telling Richard during the commercials.
You're moronic.
I was just telling Richard during the commercials that the most successful people in Hollywood will never want to see you do well.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and I have to teach him everything.
You know
anyway,
what's a really great phenomenon?
What?
When the show is off, like between the breaks.
You get in the light. Get in your light.
Yeah, what is the light for? A bank robbery.
No, yeah, right. Get in your light.
Stupidest friggin' set.
Yeah, meanwhile, this is the best you've ever looked.
I want to be seen. No, I never mind.
You know who did you dirty?
Who's that?
This Jamie Lee Curtis. I was watching Arnold's last movie with Jamie Lee, and Jamie does a strip in it, and she looks great, and her breasts are popping out.
Constantly peeling out of her clothes.
When Richard Lewis had his TV show with Jamie Lee Curtis, she couldn't dress provocatively for one show.
Open a button on her collar.
When Arnold Schwarzenegger got in and told her to strip.
Oh, how would you...
Turned her into a prostitute.
You still in touch with her, or is she just totally bitter from what you did to her?
That was a successful show.
It was.
Try to say, read my lips. You are success. You can't say. You guys just suck.
No, you did great. You did great. Listen, the Don Rickles show was successful too in its own right. All right, listen. Listen, right, Robin?
I've forgotten about that.
So did I. He reminded me during the commercial. I love you. I love you. I love you.
I love your new look.
Do you?
Yeah. You're sort of dressing like one of the kids in Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to change my look very soon.
No, your look is good.
If I ever change my look, you won't have anything to make fun of.
No, I love, because once you start, it was such an abrupt thing. You know, you dressed, you didn't dress well like a year ago.
That's right.
And all of a sudden, I was in bed, I put on the show, and you look like Annie Hall in drag.
Right, I'm trying to dress better.
No, I know it's good. It says at the end, during the crawl,
yes,
how it's closed by Kekle. It's kind of like one name.
Of course, I'm now being dressed properly.
Man,
of course.
Suck,
no, I suck. Look who's not being dressed. Like you are. Like look at you.
Who picked out that jacket?
Yeah, who picked out that jacket?
And those glasses.
Jacqueline of London.
Yeah, Jacqueline of London. So don't tell me.
And those trendy glasses.
Like he would know what to buy. He has the girlfriend shopping for him.
Of course.
I got a girlfriend
model.
now. I'm in love with a woman.
Yes?
She's smart. She's great.
Why have you not done Letterman? When is the last time you did Letterman?
Social issues that count in this.
When is the last time you did Letterman?
Huh?
When is the last time?
Night, 2 nights ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yes.
How'd that go?
Dare I say, might have been my best shot in 14 years.
Really?
Yeah. Dare I say it, in this hellhole?
Really?
Yeah. Let me say this.
You know, last week Letterman's ratings were not good.
Yeah?
No, I'm just telling you that. So who knows how well you did.
Yeah, your favorite governor is on, but Pataki was on.
Pataki, yeah. You were against him?
I was on before him. I opened the show.
Oh, that's the show you were on?
Yeah, huh?
That's the show you were on? That was a good show.
Yeah, and Melissa Earthman. It was cool, man.
Oh, the lesbian?
I usually don't say hello to someone and say...
Isn't she the lesbian?
Yes, she's a lesbian.
Do you know she stole Lou Diamond's wife? Isn't that the one?
Yeah, don't take your women around her.
Yeah, did you take your girlfriend to the Letterman show?
Yeah.
That's a good move. That's how you keep them interested.
You know,
if I was Richard Lewis...
What do you suggest?
Right.
Well, I respect gay and lesbian people, unlike you. You know?
Right.
Who doesn't?
I respect
You're
them.
suggesting I should have like a Secret Service, a guy say, I wouldn't go over there to look like a homosexual and a lesbian.
And who is this girlfriend? Is she a model?
Don't be homophobic anymore.
I'm not homophobic. I'm with you, aren't I?
Oh, God!
Listen to me. Listen to me.
I saw Nutty Professor the other night. That's why I'm doing this.
It's the best. It's the best.
One of the hippest things I've ever seen in my life. Here's what were you saying?
Who is this girl you're dating? A model?
No, she's a writer. And she's great. Great lover.
What does she write?
Here's what I'm going to...
What did she write? What did she write?
She's children's books, screenplays.
Are you serious? What movie have I seen that she wrote?
That's the thing.
What movie?
I am not telling you.
You
nailed me enough. You're not nailing my little logo.
No, did she write Wagons East? Did she write Wagons East? What did she write? What did she write? Seriously. Just share with us. Share your good fortune with us. Where is she? Is she beautiful?
She's great.
Why do you bring her to Letterman and you don't bring her here?
Huh?
Why don't you bring her?
We discussed it with our counselor last week.
You have a counselor?
Yeah, I always bring my girlfriends to counselors. I swear to God.
Do you really?
Everyone.
That's so healthy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to marry this woman, I think.
Really?
Oh, I don't know. I say that.
How long has this been going on?
A year.
How do you know you're in love?
How do I? Because I've never felt happier.
How old is she?
Huh? She's in her
20s?
Is that how else you're?
How old is she? 21?
35.
No, how old is she?
35.
Liar.
Yeah, she's someone. I finally found someone. You know,
is she really 35?
Yeah.
Say, I swear to God, she's 35.
I swear to God, I think she's 35.
I think she's 35. What do you not know?
Isn't that a good age?
You know you'll get bored with her. You know it'll happen. Billy Joel leaves Christy Brinkley. You don't think? And she's a great lover.
Insatiable.
She can't get enough of you.
We do it in restaurants.
Really?
Unbelievable. Like in dark corners.
Get out of here. You're lying.
I'm living out every...
Let's call her.
Huh?
Let me call her.
And she was afraid to come in here. You're making love in public.
Yeah, she's afraid. Yeah, she's having sex. Write down the number and I'll call her. Write down the number. I'll call her.
She's at a business meeting.
No.
Yeah, okay.
What's she written?
Huh?
He's lying. He doesn't have a girlfriend.
Not only do I have a girlfriend, I had
this guy dates
anything I want.
No, you cannot curse on my air.
Huh?
You can't curse.
You know, for a homophobic man...
I'm not homophobic at all.
Huh?
You're a homophobe. I don't see you doing anything for gay people.
Oh, really?
I advise gay people.
I work for Amphar out west.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Right, I've had enough of this interview. I'm throwing you out of here. I've had enough.
You do?
He's lying about the girl.
You're lying about your girlfriend. You don't have a girlfriend.
I had oral sex 38 minutes ago. Okay?
No, you don't.
Oral sex.
You had a tuna sandwich 38 minutes ago.
I meant tuna sandwich. Sandwich. No, it's good to see you.
Is this really true?
I'll be on the magical misery. Yes, I'm in love. I'll be in the...
Am I going to meet your girlfriend? Or are you going to march her?
I have asked you to dinner.
What is her name? Loco?
Huh? Loco.
Loco.
Okay.
And she's a writer.
The paparazzi were going nuts yesterday. We were
he has no girlfriend.
He doesn't have
It's hard to get a girlfriend
when
you're...
Loco. L-O-C-O.
He's in between series. Once he gets back on TV, he'll have a girlfriend.
Her name is Loco. It might be in the paper tomorrow.
Let me tell you something. You're a very funny guy. And I don't care. I don't care.
Well, I saw your book.
Well, I don't care what anybody
says. How dare you put me in a list? First of all, these lists are...
I wrote you were funny.
You said, yeah, but when I saw very funny, extraordinary, they put me funny. I took that page and I blew it down the friggin' toilet.
Oh.
Funny. How dare you say funny?
You're not the top comedian in the world.
From your
you're a funny guy.
Point of view.
You are a funny guy.
Huh?
You're funny.
But funny.
Have confidence in that.
I resented you put me in a list funny. And then it was like, very funny. Makes me piss in my pants funny. Yeah. Unbelievably funny. I get an orgasm funny. I'm funny.
Yeah.
You could shove your funny. Oh. Take your funny. Take it out of the next.
You don't like that?
Take it out of the next one.
I'll write a sequel. You'll see what I'll say about you. Listen,
I still love you, though.
You're a very funny guy, but you're not... Listen, you're no Pat Cooper.
Very funny. Then put me in very funny next book.
All right, that's it.
I gotta
go. Come here and give me a hug before you go. Give me a hug. Come on over here. Come here. I'm no homophobe. Come here, I'll kiss you. Come here, I'll kiss you right
on the lip.
Come here, I'll kiss you right on the lip.
I even come
here, give me a hug.
Close to touching that small penis of yours. All right, that's all. Who loves you?
I love you.
I love you too, man.
I'm gonna take a break. This was very, very trying.
Yes, we haven't seen him in a long time.
It's always a confrontation.
This is the worst. This is a lighting.
This is the worst interview I ever did. What?
Lighting for a parakeet's ass.
All right, good. That's very funny. That's good. That's what you've been working on for a year?
Very funny.
The great Richard Lewis, everyone.
There you
Make
go.
up with Albert Brooks.
Get the puppets on every show.
He loves the puppets.
Be a guest shot on microphone, Richard. Puppets are...
Can I tell you one thing? I have already spoken.
Awesome.
I've spoken with
the...
Yeah, listen to me.
All right.
Just shut up for a minute. I spoke to the E-Network. In development now is a special that will be a puppet special with guest stars.
Oh.
And yes, I'll write a little something in there for you.
I can't wait.
All right? I'll write a little cameo.
All right. Who loves you?
I love you. I'm going to have a John Candy puppy. He's going to eat till he explodes. There you go. I'm kidding, man. Get a sense of humor. What's the matter with you? The man was a comedian. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Someone said Fred should call his band, not Norris, but Ignore Us, because he ignores us through the whole show. See who wrote that to me. Some guy.
That's funny.
Sitting here reading faxes.
Ignore us.
Ignore Us.
That's very funny.
Jim,
You gotta be kidding. That's funny.
can't make out the last name. Jim somebody. Oh.
Fred doesn't like it.
That means you name your band Ignore Us if you don't like it. That means it's good. Well, Robin, here we are on a Friday, and a lot has happened in the news, obviously.
The show has just whizzed by.
Not for me.
Oh,
but at least you had a good time.
I had a good time.
Yeah. Man, I felt every bit of those 4 hours. Oh, I felt every second of it. But God bless you that you had fun.
Sorry that you didn't enjoy it.
I know.
Painless for me.
Fred just said to me he never slept so good in his life. And so the two people there had a good time.
Feel like a new man.
Jackie, I'm sure, had a good time.
Jackie.
That's right. Personally, I'd rather be in the hospital as a quad than have to do the show. But all right, listen. I'd rather be having my diaper
You
changed.
say that. Remember what your mother said the other day on Hard Copy, Howard? Be careful of what you want.
You'll get it. Shut up, you old crow. What do you got there in the news, Robin?
Well, of course, Tropical Storm Gordon is still wreaking havoc as it comes up the East Coast. They are saying that we may be affected by it before the weekend's over.
Really?
Yeah.
Not we won't have a hurricane, though.
No, of course not. But, we could get some rain and stuff like that. So.
Rain, I don't mind. Then I have another excuse to just stay in my house.
Is there a little pressure for you to leave?
Yes, once in a while everyone gets all excited. The kids and my wife team up and say, let's go out to dinner. And I can just say, it's raining. Then I get to stay in.
And that keeps you in.
I just want to stay home. I just want to live in a cocoon.
I don't understand
with my TV.
Why you don't like the outside.
I don't like anything. God bless bad weather.
No, you know what I think it is? I think you have yourself convinced that you don't like anything. And then when you do something, you do enjoy it.
No, you got me wrong.
You never enjoy it? You don't come home and say, that wasn't so bad?
Yeah, I might say that. That doesn't sound like enjoying something. I'm like, yeah, that wasn't so bad. All right, I tolerated that.
Because I understand that Baba Booey is cooking up an outing for us. Have you heard about that?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, what, with the Qzar?
No. Nothing you would enjoy. He wants you to come see his baby.
Why? Tell him to bring it here. Tell him to bring it on the air. That'd be good for the show. So we can look at it. We got a camera in here now.
No, he thinks you should make a pilgrimage.
Oh, so we're going to have to go to his house, his new house?
Yeah.
Never heard of video.
Yeah, never heard of video, right. Yeah, Baba Booey doesn't know video. Videotape the kid. His kid don't look that different from any other kid.
Concept.
I don't want to go to his house.
He hit me with that the other day. He's going to make it on a Saturday.
I'm not going.
Oh, you're not?
Because I'm busy.
You don't even know what Saturday it is.
Saturday is so precious to me, Baba Booey. Give me a break.
Trust me when Howard, let me tell you something.
And what are we going to do? We're going to go there and stare at your kid?
Nope, I mean this from the heart.
Yeah. Who cares where you live?
I'm going to have some people from the show over. You and Robin are invited, but I swear to you, on my life,
you won't be upset.
That I would not be upset. I understand.
All right, but can I just say something? Can I say something?
Let me finish.
Don't even invite me. Don't invite me.
No, it's wrong.
I don't want to have to say no.
Remember the time... I
don't want to go.
Remember the time you were slightly insulted because you felt I didn't invite you to my birthday party?
Oh, please. Did you buy that?
Yes, I did.
No. Gary, the best thing you ever did for me was not invite me to your birthday party, because to take the breath up to say no. And I don't want to say no. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
My feelings won't be hurt.
Saturday is so precious. I love to sit home. I get in front of my computer. I diddle around with that thing there.
Do you really think you could comfortably not go?
Yes.
Because I'm telling him
He's telling me I can't. And so would you please extend me the invitation of not going?
Okay.
Thank you.
But I don't want you to... But don't turn it around and say, hey, Gary, you insult your boss because you didn't invite him.
No. You don't... First of all, you're not insulting me at all.
I'll tell you, this is what I'm going to do.
Beg me not to come.
I'm going to invite everybody else, right?
Good.
You'll hear about it.
Right.
All of a sudden, if you feel like you want to go, you say, hey,
right.
I'm going to go, but you don't have to answer me.
Thank you. And you want to know something? I respect you for that. I love you. I'm going to tell you something. I don't care what I say on the air. I like you. And I like the job you're doing. I think there's some areas you could improve, but for the most part, there's a lot of things that you do that are right that other people can't do.
And you don't feel that you should go see his child?
I want to see his child. I want him to bring it here. I want to see it in this lighting.
We're waiting for a certain period of time.
No, I just want to see. I want to see the kid.
Yeah, no, and
I'm anxious to see your kid. I'll look at it. Well, there it is. And it's beautiful. I sent a gift.
Howard's saying, why waste?
I'll send another gift.
Why waste 3 hours at my house when he can do it all in 2 minutes right here?
Right. So I'm not going to sit here and name all your good points on the air. You know them.
Hey, they're too numerous to list, I'm sure.
Yeah, seriously, I like Mary. I like your wife. I like
you. Don't want to go see Mary? I mean, isn't that...
I like Mary. No.
You don't want to see Mary?
I don't even want to make a joke out of it.
Even the house. I thought for sure you'd want to see the house.
I'm not trying to be a dick or anything.
Throughout this whole thing, Robin has not said whether or not she's going.
She would go. Robin's a lady. Robin loves baby. She's a woman.
It's part that Robin wants to see where I live, what we're up to, that sort of thing.
For the show.
She needs to. Robin's got to.
Well, there's that too.
Robin's got to look under all the tchotchkes, see what we got to make a list.
Right.
Scoop on us. I understand that.
Let me know what happens.
There's a 3-day hiding period before Robin shows up.
Right. All right. Very good.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for that. I love you and I love the kid. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled for everybody.
I can't believe you're not going to go.
Flop-up-lolly.
No one wants me there.
You know what we would do? We would
Fred's
stand
not going.
in the corner and comment.
Fred, are you going? Seriously?
I wasn't invited. I mean, it's
he hasn't extended invitations yet, Fred. I was giving everybody a preview.
Yeah, what happened to Fred's wedding party that he was supposed to throw?
That's going to happen.
He probably had it and didn't invite us.
No. Arrangements are being made.
Fred, you got married like a year and a half
Fred
ago.
will be married 10 years when he gets that reception together.
Calls are being made.
Allison said to me the other day, this was about 2 months ago, she says, we never got Fred a wedding gift because he was supposed to have that party. We were waiting till then. She says, do you think I should just send something over? I said, you know what? Screw him.
My wife and I had the same conversation, except it didn't end with the screw him part. It ended with, why would you want to send Fred something he doesn't need? Fred said he was going to register.
Screw him. You said it a nicer
Fred
way.
said he was going to register. I rather said Fred something he needs.
Fred register. Fred doesn't even know what that means, Fred register.
No, he does. He's into that stuff now.
He would register at Sam Ash.
Right.
You're right.
For pics.
A tuner for his wedding.
I just said to my wife, you know what? It's so much time has passed. Who cares?
I'd be happy with it. Well, that's your choice.
That's all.
That's your choice.
That's all.
No, Fred, you have not given us a choice. You say you're going to give a party, you don't give a party.
No, Robin, let me finish. It will be done, and if you choose to ignore it, Howard, that's your choice.
Are you going to Fred's party?
Fred's I would go to.
See, my wife was coming out. She's like, we haven't gotten Fred anything for his wedding.
Yeah, mine too. I said to my wife, relax.
Don't worry.
I said, Fred doesn't know the difference.
We'll give something for his 5th anniversary.
That's what we're planning for.
5th anniversary.
Sounds like it's going to be a great party.
Well, it's not
I'm sure when you get loaded, the fun will begin.
Party with garbage buckets, but we'll try.
Jackie, everyone's looking forward to you being there. You'll get good and loaded. You can complain about me all day.
There you go.
But you see
that's the entertainment.
Party is this?
That's my party. I'm stocking up on Budweiser.
Right.
I'm getting a fridge put in the basement. Jackie will go, pound him down, and you won't be there.
Right.
They'll talk about,
Yeah, Howard's all right, but
he could be a good guy.
If this is Howard. This is Jackie after 2 beers.
Yeah, Howard's okay. Yeah, he's okay. We have our differences, but...
All right, 6 beers later.
Oh, man. It's really funny. I'm
been here.
Standing in the studio the other day, and he's talking about his movie, and no one asked me to write.
How many? They don't start yelling Jew till about the...
Because if he asked me to write, I would be like, hey, man, what am I getting?
How many beers till Cheap Jew Bastard?
Yeah, right, yeah.
4.
Jew.
4 is right.
4.
I don't need to sit and hear that.
But I did notice that Fred is already getting ready to decline Gary's invitation.
Right.
He's already screaming, I haven't been invited.
Yeah.
Gary hasn't invited anybody.
I haven't picked a day yet.
Doesn't matter if Fred's angry.
I already said no.
Right, who cares about any of these
I'm going to
parties?
fool Fred. I'm going to invite his wife.
We don't need a charade. We like working with one another. We have a good time. And then you go home and you relax. How much free time do we have away from each other?
Boy, I can't believe you can't celebrate the good fortune.
Should be celebrating from the day I got here, then, because thanks to you, I've been doing a lot of that.
Yeah, if I had to celebrate for every ejaculation, I wouldn't have time to work.
He celebrated yours.
Talking about a big party. Why, did I have people to my house when my daughter was born?
Oh, yes.
I wasn't invited, Robin. So.
Well, you weren't working with us then.
Well, which
Remember
daughter?
The first
Which daughter?
one?
Emily?
You had the big party?
I had a party at my mom's house.
Right.
Because I didn't want anyone to know where I lived.
But a big party nonetheless.
Yeah. Jackie, were you at that one? You were there, right? Yeah, I see you in the video.
Sure.
Yeah, you were there, actually. You were there with Nancy.
In the backyard?
Yeah, that's when you, I guess, didn't drink that much.
Did he have a nightlight?
You hold in your hostility.
Well, you were there.
Did
Yeah, right.
he bring us nightlight?
Yeah, I don't even think he brought a gift.
He never got her a gift, no.
Right.
He just came and ate your food and drank your booze.
And then critiqued the talk.
There wasn't enough beer. They could have more food. Yeah. You throw a party at beer.
I was only on the show 1 day a week, so I was only allowed to stay at the party an hour.
There you go.
Yeah, he was still trying to get full time.
Bitch for 5 minutes. he didn't have that much to bitch about. He was only there 1 day a week.
I had to drive in to pay
Fred's
for myself.
unleashing on me because he's uncomfortable.
You know, Howard invites you to parties and pay for your tolls.
Or wear and tear in the car.
Yeah. What about wear and tear?
Wear and tear. I never pulled that crap.
You weren't even that bad.
That's a new one.
Yeah, wear and tear is not yours.
Yeah.
Aiwa.
Angie thinks he's working for IBM. Wear and tear. Yeah, we'll get him a company automobile. Kenji, I asked him to drive something in for me. He goes,
well, who's going to pay for wear and tear on my car?
I said, you know what? Don't do me any favors.
You know, that's a little pompous to ask for that when you're going to do something for a year.
Yeah.
But for one trip.
Yeah.
What about my wear and tear?
For one trip to the city.
You know, they have a figure. There's a figure that they pay you per cent a mile.
Yeah.
And it factors in your gas and your wear and tear.
Yeah.
I think it's like 39 cents a mile.
Yeah, I think that's when you work for the government. They factor that in.
Right.
Kenji making a career. Anyway, Robin, now that the hostility is out of my system.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a happy occasion.
Well, you were wrong.
We'll bring the video in. I'll bring
a video. I'll feel like I'm at the party.
You know what? Maybe I can hook the video camera up to your computer and you could watch it
I have it
from your house.
If you got video conferencing, I could be there.
You could just watch it from your house.
Right.
We'll wait for you.
You know what? Let me take a break here. Obviously, the news has been ruined. And we'll be back right after these words. Smokers are killing me.
Howard Stern.
These smokers, they come in. Who smokes in this studio? There's a pile of cigarettes in that garbage pail. They stink.
Jimmy Fink.
Oh, boy.
He's
Why?
a smoker?
You know what he does? He thinks he's doing you a favor. He takes his ashtray. What slot is he doing?
I don't know what he does. Is he on...
When is he on?
Must be filling in on that.
I don't know, because Jimmy Fink's the big smoker on the staff. I'm trying to think who's...
You know what he does? He probably has an ashtray.
You know who smokes?
Who?
Dave and his engineer.
Oh, boy.
Dave and his engineer both smoke.
Well, you know what they do? They think they're wise guys. They smoke, they fill up the ashtray. Then I got a garbage pail back here, Robin, with a little lid on it.
Yeah.
They dump the cigarettes in there. See?
So it stays.
So one day, you know what's going to happen? The cigarette's still going to be burning. It'll burn down the whole damn station.
Right.
You wait and see.
Shouldn't be any smoking in there at all.
But Dave, he's a big shot. Oh, I worked at NEW. Big deal. Big deal. You got to smoke those cigarettes. Here's a guy who uses his voice for a living. Should be off the cigarettes.
What is wrong with him? He leaves home early so that he can get away from the wife and kids, and he smokes so he won't live long either.
That's right. He's trying to get away from us, I think, by smoking. He's got a 2-month-old.
I know, those babies just keep coming. What is wrong?
Did he have another baby?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah, but within the last 6 months. Maybe less. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got another infant.
All right. Listen, it's none of my business. Have another cigarette, Dave. I love Dave. Dave's good. He did a good job. You know, we got this hungerthon going on. Do you know about this?
Oh, yes. Doesn't that start today?
Yeah. Dave did a good job. Here in New York, he's our afternoon man, and he promoted the hungerthon. Last night, I understand they made $50,000.
Wow.
For the hungry, whoever these people are. I don't know who is hungry. I personally am eating a sandwich. I could care less. As long as I'm eating, I'm happy.
You have not felt their pain.
No, I do not. I eat every 2 hours. In fact, you mentioned hungerthon, I started eating. But $50,000 they raised last night with the help of Leslie West and Santana.
Wonderful.
And they're holding, I guess, an auction all weekend. Different items will be sold off.
Bruce Springsteen, autographed guitar, autographed footballs by the Jets, the stuff from the Rangers.
What are they starting with?
Actually, the first item we're going to start with is from the Stern Show. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for one listener and a guest to have lunch at the Friars Club with Jackie the Joke Man, Baba Booey, Stuttering John, and Fred Norris.
And they eat with you there?
Yeah, we go to the Friars Club and we have lunch, and they can, Now,
how does one win that?
We're starting the bidding at $500, so you call the Hungerthon phone line right now. It's 1-800-262-0923, 1-800-262-0923. Or if you're a Cellular One customer, dial star, then the letters KROCK.
Oh, please.
K-Rock. The donations benefit World Hunger Year, and the tax deductible to the maximum amount allowed by law. I hope Melrose Larry didn't hear about this lunch. That would be a nightmare.
He doesn't have $500, does he?
Yes, he has plenty of money. That's the problem.
I heard he's saving his money for when Robin puts the sanitary belt on. That's what you ought to do. Donate that sanitary belt. $800. I'll start the bidding.
Sanitary belt.
The one you wear.
I'll give 1,000.
Who wears a
1,000.
sanitary
I'll give
belt?
1,000.
Don't say that. Just pretend you have one. We'll take one up.
I have to say, if I were a fan of the show,
yes,
I would bid on it just because.
What, the sanitary belt?
No, the lunch.
Oh, were you back on the lunch?
Because you can meet me anywhere, or John anywhere, or Jack anywhere. But how would you ever have time to have lunch with Fred?
That's right. That's a real treat.
Fred's still working on his way out of that lunch, don't you?
As Fred drones on. Just ask Fred about the business and let him drill. Ask him about Supermodels.
The rest of you can eat.
Right.
Fred will hold court.
It's like listening to the radio.
That's it.
The reason he doesn't talk a lot on this show is because he saves it up for lunch.
Absolutely.
Why don't you donate a pair of your panties used? The ones you're wearing right now.
If you went to the bathroom right now, I bet you we'd get $1,500 for them, Robin.
I'll bet.
That is disgusting.
I went to the bathroom and took them
and
off.
nobody needs to eat that badly.
What else are they got some other items that are going to be up for bid, like, some autographed copies of the book?
There's autographed copies of Private Parts, and there's also going to be a chance to sit in the studio for a half an hour while we do the show.
Oh, I hate when they give that away. Because the reality, you don't mind donating that, but then...
Why didn't you offer your underwear?
I'm not going to give you my underwear. How dare you?
It's not as interesting because all guys have the same underwear.
Yeah, you don't want to see what's in my underwear. Let's do some news, and we'll, throughout the weekend, you'll be hearing on K-Rock different items that they'll be selling, like Bruce Springsteen's guitar or something.
Jets, footballs, Rangers, paraphernalia, Knicks stuff.
All right.
Tickets.
It's for a good cause. Personally,
Very good.
This is the extent of my charity work. I make one announcement.
I'm going to give something. I'll write a little check.
Put in this. Say it's for both of us. What else you got there, Robin?
Oh, boy. An 86-year-old woman was pronounced dead and stuffed in a body bag and put into one of those refrigerators. And it turned out she was alive.
Oh.
This is supposed to happen 100 years ago, not today. Happened right here in New York, an Albany woman.
No kidding.
A befuddled coroner, they're saying, pronounced the widow Mildred Clark dead.
They're saying that the coroner wasn't a medical doctor.
No, they don't have to be medical doctors.
I didn't know that.
They are elected officials.
You mean I could be a coroner?
Yeah.
I can figure out if someone's dead.
And he went to her house. She was, I guess, found by a neighbor or something in her apartment building, unconscious on her living room floor.
Makes you wonder how many people have been buried alive.
So they called the paramedics, and the coroner came along. He looked at her, said she was stiff, and she was cold, and he couldn't detect a heartbeat. Why would anybody want that job?
Listen,
if they weren't a medical doctor?
I was with Leslie West yesterday. I pronounced him dead. And he was so mad at me. Yeah, and I almost had him at the coroner.
You had 5 opinions.
Yes, and then he woke up, so what did I know? Gave me a watch.
I got a show. Give me back my feet. Give me back my feet.
So anyway, she was in this refrigerator because they got her to the hospital, tagged her and bagged her, as they say.
Right.
And then they put her in a refrigerator.
She was a cold cut.
They were taking her out to send her off to the funeral home when they heard her gasping for breath inside this bag.
Now, what do you think happened? Do you think she was just sleeping on the floor?
Oh, yeah, she was just out.
If they made me the coroner, now, I don't have a medical background at all. I would just have a mirror, and I would put it under their nose and see if it fogs up. Then I would know if they were alive or dead. You got to be breathing if you're alive.
Well, sometimes your respirations can go down to such a level, Howard.
There's a little something has to show up.
What are you going to do, hold it under there for 5 minutes?
Sure, what else I got to do? I'm the coroner. I'd be thrilled. In Albany.
So anyway, now the woman's in intensive care in critical condition. But alive she is.
And do you think she's in intensive care because she was so cold that, because they had her on ice and everything?
No, I don't. I think that they needed to take her to intensive care from the living room floor.
I see. You think there was some medical condition. All right, very good.
Something happened to her. But she's
probably
not
smoked
dead.
some of Jackie's pot.
She's not dead yet.
Yeah. I'm not dead.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet, folks. I'm not dead.
So I guess the coroner is a little upset. He says it's a miracle. A miracle? You just don't know how to declare
a miracle. Yeah. It's a miracle we got elected.
The state health department says it's going to investigate, but it has no oversight over coroners. So they're just out there running rampant, declaring people dead.
I want you to now promise me that when I die, that you would check me, make sure I'm really dead. I do not.
Said keep you up above ground for at least a month.
A month minimum. Because if there's a way to come back, I'm going to do. How do you know that if you keep someone above ground, maybe they'll come back?
Yeah, maybe you'll start gasping for air.
Leave me up there. Don't be in a rush.
I don't really think this woman is going to survive this whole ordeal.
You know what you do?
Isn't it okay that, we just let her go?
If I die, you have permission to take my temperature with your finger. Because
what's that going to do?
It's going to make me move if I'm alive. You can bet I'll wake up.
You'll wake up for that, huh?
You know, it's funny. You know that guy who's the coroner? I forget his name, but...
It's something Fury.
Yeah.
What is it?
That guy. Do you remember when he came up to this station?
No.
He declared Tom dead, our general manager.
I agree with him there, though.
Yeah. He saw him wrapped up in his vest, sitting back there doing nothing. And he says, your general manager died several years ago. I can tell by the rotting corpse here.
Philip Fury.
Philip Fury.
We can't detect any brainwave.
Put his head in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I will stand behind that pronouncement.
They put him on ice. Philip Fury came by and declared Tom dead. They didn't see him do anything for so long that they just figured he was dead.
Yeah, well, what would you expect? The guy didn't move, he didn't blink, he didn't say anything.
And when he said something, nobody paid attention anyway.
It was totally irrational.
Then he made a bumper sticker.
Yeah, I think he started moving and he made a bumper sticker. They knew he was alive. That's how Tom never ended up in the ground. Have a good weekend, Tom.
Look at my design.
Baseball player Barry Bonds has been hit with a paternity suit. The suee is Jennifer Peace.
Oh, yes.
A 23-year-old porn star who says she had a 3-night tryst with Bonds during which he refused to wear protection.
Well,
she says she asked him several times if he wanted to use a condom, and he said no. He felt safe with her. Mm-hmm. He wasn't thinking about pregnancy, according to Peace. He was thinking about disease.
He felt safe. He felt safe with a porn star.
A few weeks later that she, missed her period and went to the doctor and was declared pregnant. She says she hasn't been with a man since Bonds. She knows he's the father of her baby.
And she can't get an abortion.
She remembers very well the night that she realized she was pregnant. I'll never forget that day. It was the day Barry hit 3 home runs in a day.
Make that 4.
She reached him. No, this is when she found out she was pregnant, not the night he knocked her up. Mm-hmm. She reached him at the clubhouse, and he begged her for an hour not to have the child because it would shame him.
Of course. And normally, if it was just some guy, she would have, I would think she would have an abortion, but who knows? Maybe she's
She says for days later, he had friends calling her also advising abortion, but she refused.
Should have paid her to have it.
She says the DNA test will prove her right. She knows that Bonds is the baby. Bonds has 2 kids. He's one of the highest paid players in baseball and was divorced from his wife, Son, earlier this year.
Son?
Was the name of the wife, yeah, Son.
Son in peace. Very good.
So anyway, he's got that little problem to contend with now. I guess he is very ashamed of his activities. She says at the time that he never denied having sex with her, but now he's saying it's not his kid.
I see.
Also in the news is the guy who plays Frasier, Kelsey Grammer. There's going to be a $1 million lawsuit filed against him, according to the tabloid, for having sex with an underage girl.
What a life.
According to a story that will come out in the National Enquirer, the young girl initially denied having sex with the 39-year-old actor and then changed her story after undergoing counseling. The parents claim that Grammer met the girl at a friend's home and then started a torrid affair with her when the girl was babysitting his 9-year-old daughter. The girl did tape some of their phone conversations, according to the Enquirer article. Grammer says that nothing ever happened.
That guy's got some life.
Fight it out in court.
Aside from the fact that he's a television star, he's had a incredibly loser life.
Yeah, one wonders how he got the TV show with everything that was going on around him.
His father killed himself when he was 12. Let me see if I can...
the father was murdered.
Murdered when he was 12.
Yeah.
The
grandfather died shortly after.
And his sister was killed and raped, not in that order, by a serial killer.
When he was 20.
Then his two half-brothers... You say, well, okay, that's enough tragedy in one person's life. Then his two half-brothers, what were they, drowning or something?
They drowned.
They drowned.
A diving accident. How did both of them get killed?
Then he marries some, I don't know, woman who tries to kill herself.
Yeah, and then she lost their kid. After beating him up in his, I guess, either police reports or court papers, it turns out he claimed she assaulted him and held a knife to his throat and
Boy, that guy's
shoot him.
I wouldn't go within 10 feet of that guy. He's dangerous.
No, she didn't threaten to shoot him. She threatened to jab out his eyes with a fork.
He's a Jonas. I mean, I tell you, it's unbelievable.
He's also had his own battles with cocaine and drinking.
But now, now on top of all of it, when you think, well, gee, he's had enough trouble for 10 lifetimes. Now some girl's accusing him of having sex.
Yeah, now the girl's 17, but she says all of this occurred when she was 15. So.
Then, did you read? He got a letter, listen to this, from Ed McMahon saying that he already won, but he didn't win. And then, on top of that...
He's had enough tragedy, you don't have to make them up.
He got invited to Gary's house.
Yeah. Did you hear about that?
What?
He had a horrible tragedy. He got invited to Gary's house. He has to go look at the baby for 2 or 3 hours.
Well, then life's just not worth living.
That was the worst. He said, I'd rather watch my father get killed than go to Gary's house and look at the baby.
That baby. Baby Jackson. The husband of New York's best-known sex crimes prosecutor has been hit with charges of sexually harassing his former secretary.
Oh, my.
Justin Feldman, who is 75 years old, is married to prosecutor Linda Fairstein, who prosecuted the Robert Chambers case. She became very famous for that. She's written a book called Sexual Violence, Our War on Rape, and now her husband is charged with sexual harassment by a former secretary. Seems to me this is another one of those cases where the woman stayed on the job and then got angry after she was fired because she is a former secretary, and now she's claiming that the guy would make comments toward her and that whenever he was at her desk, he would touch her breasts, waist, and buttocks.
Why the waist?
I don't know.
I could see the breasts and the buttocks.
Why waste time on the waist?
Yeah, maybe it was on the way to the buttocks. Yeah. All right.
It was
fair
an
enough.
accident when he touched the waist.
Fair enough, sir.
But my question is, if somebody reached out to touch my breast, would I just sit there?
You do it every day.
Oh, stop that.
You and Jackie
are
on
lying.
He does.
Jackie's still trying to touch my breast. He's never gotten
I could draw a map of them.
But it's true. I mean, if you were sitting at your desk typing.
You're the wrong person to talk about this. You and Jackie go at it like lovers.
We do not touch in that fashion.
I expect to get a subpoena every day of my life.
He rolls you on that couch almost every week. Yep. He gets you on the couch.
It just doesn't seem the same when Jackie's doing it.
Well, that's what it is. He's good at it.
He needs her like bread. It builds up and builds up, and then I got to jump on.
It builds up.
Not even Jackie's fault.
Right. Not even my fault.
It has nothing to do with him.
I'm teasing you.
You're a tease.
Penis rage.
She wants it.
Penis rage.
Penis rage. You're sitting there typing.
All right.
And then all of a sudden, a hand is on your breast and it's not yours, and you continue to type? Is that what you're telling me?
Woman's a professional. Gotta get her work done.
Oh. And how do you get your hands on her buttocks when she's sitting there?
Jackie?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
You tickle her and she jumps up and you jam your hand on her.
No, you wait till she farts and she lifts off the seat.
There you go.
When he called her into the office for dictation...
Yes, my dear.
He would ask her to close the door and press his body against her.
Yeah.
Now, Jackie's definitely done that to you.
No, that is not true. I wish you people would stop because I'm trying to have a serious discussion about sexual harassment. Jackie, I'll break both your legs. And you're making a joke. I'm just trying to understand here what's going on.
You're saying that, in other words, this went on for so long, you would wonder why...
I mean, if somebody calls you in and presses you against the door and touches you, then you say, you know what, I'm never going in there and closing the door again. But she says repeatedly, apparently, this happened, that she would go in, close the door, and that's what happened.
Well, it might have been a good job. She didn't want to lose it.
And now you're telling me after she's fired, she realizes that she didn't like all this stuff?
She realized it later.
I don't understand these cases.
It's very hard to prove something like that after, as you say, years of this happening.
It is.
Very hard. Very difficult.
Well, Justin Feldman says that the woman had financial problems, her work started to suffer, and now she's trying to figure out a way to make some money. And that's why she's making these claims.
You know, I remember when I caught you and Kinnison up against that wall.
Here we go again.
Anyway, go ahead, yes. Yes.
I just have to interrupt, Howard, to let you know that the lunch with Jackie, a friend of myself, sold for $6,000.
Wow.
$6,000. So now...
Who was the sucker? I mean, who was the person? Wow. You know, suddenly I want to take lunch with you guys.
Yeah, I'm beginning to rethink
So that's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone. Now
Jackie's like, hey, I should sell lunch instead of doing those club things.
We should have split up.
Now on the bidding block.
That's very nice. People are obviously not interested in eating with you guys. What they want to do is donate money to charity.
Now on the bidding block is a chance to sit in the studio for a half an hour while we do the show. And I not only throw this out to the listeners, I throw this out to every publicist that we've ever turned down who wants to get a guest on the show.
Oh, there you go.
The bidding starts at $1,000. It's call now at 1-800-262-0923. Or if you have a cellular one phone, dial star, then the letters KROCK. But this is to sit in the studio with you and Robin for 30 minutes.
All right. Let's hope it's a hot babe.
Governor Cuomo, I guess, was making his farewell appearance on another local radio station last night, and the question came up, now that he's no longer governor of New York, is he going to run for president? And here is the governor's answer on WCBS Meet the Governor last night.
I think the window of opportunity is up on that one.
I don't mind dwelling with the unlikely. You are now ranging in the area of the bizarre. You know, no, I think that is not realistic.
Yeah, I don't either. I think he had his 12 years. He had his shot to do something.
Yeah, if he was going to jump to a higher office, he missed his opportunity.
Exactly. I see Pataki got Koch involved.
Oh, yes, he's going to be on the transition team.
Yeah, that's good.
Still having a problem meeting up with the mayor of the city, though. I understand that Pataki decided to have a luncheon of some sort with a bunch of people, a bunch of city officials, and included Rudolph Giuliani in the meeting, but Giuliani now thinks that that's kind of a slight, and there would be no room for any substantive discussion with the new governor in such a meeting with so many people being involved. So I think he has declined.
Look, it was an overture. You got to understand what this Giuliani did to him. He stabbed him in the. It's like if I put a knife in your back and then said, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" Or "Hey, take a congratulatory call." It's a very, very difficult situation.
Yeah,
and,
but in these sporting contests, it's always good show for the winner to be gracious to the loser.
Well, I don't know. That's a tough one. They'll work together. You'll see. It'll be fine.
I don't know.
How else do you say to imagine you're running for governor and you're ahead, and then Giuliani comes and he endorses the other guy and you go down 20 points.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, let's let bygones be bygones under those circumstances.
And then you have to turn to a dope like me to get the campaign back on
I guess
track.
That's why he resents him the most.
Exactly. It wasn't that Giuliani didn't endorse him. It was that he had to turn to me for help. Look what you made me do.
Probably the most humiliating thing he's ever had to do.
You made me turn to that idiot.
I want him to be governor.
Yeah. I had to make a deal with Howard Stern.
That's like having to go to the devil.
Yeah. I got to have that dope at my inauguration.
In fact, they said that on Hard Copy the other day, that you and your father would be sitting next to Pataki.
Oh, that's right. Advising him.
When he is inaugurated.
Hey, he needs help. I'm on his transition team.
Very funny. Also in the news, you know this, what is this guy's name? This guy who tried to shoot the president?
Jackie Marlowe.
Nah, that's not his name.
Fred Norris.
Francisco Martin Duran. He's been leveled with some additional charges in that episode where he shot up the White House last month. Federal prosecutors are demanding to know if his lawyers plan to use an insanity defense.
He's cool.
They have now charged him with attempting to kill the president, which could get him life in prison if they find him guilty.
Also, his car was double parked while he was trying to shoot the president.
Are they going to charge him with that?
Yo, they're throwing the book at him on that. He can get another 10 days for that. Pile it on, baby.
So they're looking to see what they can do about this guy. Also,
you ought to name your band that, Fred.
What?
What's that guy's name?
Francisco Martin Duran.
Call it Francisco Martin Duran. That's a cool name, isn't it?
Catchy. Francisco
Martin Duran. That's the name of your new band. He likes it, I'm telling you.
I'll put it on the list.
All right.
And we'll compile it.
Meanwhile, some conservative talk show host, Chuck Baker of Colorado Springs, he's on a station called KVOR.
Chuck Baker with you.
To his audience yesterday that he's going to take a leave of absence after finding out that Duran said that he and Rush Limbaugh were part of the reason he decided to go to the White House and attack with guns. So here is Chuck Baker in one of his final...
Chuck Baker. Yeah, he's going to give up his livelihood because some kook heard the show.
One of his final broadcasts.
What a dope.
So what if the jerk, the wacko, the creep, this piece of crap that shot the White House said that? First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States is very accurate and very, very clear. If he thinks that I, Rush Limbaugh, are the reasons that he went there, then the man needs psychiatric counseling to the first degree. That bothered me immensely.
Then why are you quitting?
Like all these guys, like with their, like, you know, that's crap, man. I love the freedom now that they have on the air to say.
They never said that kind of stuff.
I got into radio, nobody said anything. It was so damn dull. Now they're all like angry guys.
Straight shooters.
Yeah, now they're all straight shooters. Unless you're Bob Grant. I like that. He got criticized for being a racist, so supposedly he's now changed.
Backing off?
He somehow changed.
Oh, boy. I have to tune in to see how he's revamped that act of his.
He's a dink. Maybe you're that way or you're not.
Either you feel that stuff or you don't. Joycelyn Elders.
Joycelyn.
Yeah, Joycelyn, she calls herself.
Joycelyn.
The Surgeon General of the United States. She was on prime time live last night with either Diane Sawyer or what is that other guy's name? Rughead.
Cousin Brucey? Burt Reynolds? She doing that show with him? You see that Cousin Brucey commercial? He does
where he slides through?
He does a TV commercial for rugs, for carpets.
Right.
And his rug slams into another rug. The rug on his head actually, like he slides on this floor into a pile of rugs.
Right.
And his rug bashes into all the other rugs. It's real funny.
Stick like Velcro?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that keeps him from toppling over. Well, anyway, Joycelyn Elders was on prime time last night. Now, you know she's been very outspoken about her stand on drugs. She says that we should investigate possibly legalizing drugs, and she had a son who wound up in some trouble with drugs.
Jackie Marlowe.
Has had to face the music. So last night they asked her about her position as U.S. Surgeon General and the fact that she has a son who's now doing time for the possession of cocaine.
By the way, she's about a B cup for those of you playing along at home.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Well, I'm just telling the guys. Always interesting to know what, since they can't see.
You're sure she's a B cup?
I would say
a little bigger than that.
Well, you're not that good at guessing.
I'm not. You're right.
I'm really the best prepared person in America today to do this job.
What job?
I'm a physician.
Yeah.
I'm a black female.
Mm.
I understand the issues.
Yes.
I've been poor. I understand racism. I understand sexism.
But do you understand his show?
And I've been through it. And I'm here.
And I'm a black
and I'm
woman.
still
and I'm
ready to fight. And I have nothing to lose.
Does she have fake teeth?
I think so.
Yeah, she's flapping those gums. I am. I knew a lot of black women like that in Roosevelt, like moms, who were like real, like proud. They're like, I am. And they all talk slow like that. It's like, I remember I walked into the Roosevelt Diner once, and there was this little kid. He must have been about a year and a half.
Yes.
And this woman was just like Joycelyn Elders, like an older woman with this cute little kid. And the kid was just acting goofy. He was little. He was like 2 years old, baby. My son, you must act with absolute pride when you walk out in public as a young black man. We must have pride in our appearance, how we behave in a diner in front of others, because we represent the entire black community when we are in an element such as this.
You remember this whole speech?
Yo, like it was yesterday. Waitress, I will now proceed to have a hamburger with my proud black child, my beautiful sunny boy. And then finally she just shut the door to the ladies' room.
Shut up.
They dragged her out of the place. This is what reminds me. It's
I'm really the best prepared person in America today to do this job.
Her credentials are she's a woman.
Did I?
I'm a physician.
I'm a physician.
I'm a black female. I understand the issues.
Everything she's saying is so important, by the
Yeah.
Everything. I will now wipe my buttocks and back areas.
Let me pause so you can absorb that.
Yeah, I am saying things that are so profound, and that's a cool move. I don't do that. I talk too damn fast.
Well, you know what? I once saw Felicia Ayres Allen Rashad, whatever her name is.
She's another one.
At a public function.
Yes.
And I learned so much from her because she came out on stage and she looked at this crowd and in the slowest manner possible she said, "You are all beautiful."
Yeah.
And everybody went, they went crazy.
Yeah, and if you talk like Jesse Jackson does that, it's like people. It's just a way of speaking, and you know what? It's so condescending because everything you're saying isn't that hard to follow. You really think I must be an idiot? I mean, Joycelyn is not saying anything here that's that important.
I've been poor. I understand racism. I understand sexism. And I've been through it. And I'm here.
Absolutely.
And I'm still ready to fight. And I have nothing to lose.
Nothing. Absolutely damn tivitily. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Thank you.
But if you see Felicia, she was perfect.
Yeah.
Because she said.
Well, get the speech.
Thank you.
Get the Felicia Rashad speech. Go dig that up.
For coming here.
She's another phony.
Tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you're like, wow,
whoa,
really?
That is incredible what she just said.
She just said, she just thanked us for coming here tonight. I mean, can you believe it? Hello.
All should applaud yourselves.
People of Earth, I salute you. It's like they don't know English. Here she is. Here's Felicia Rashad accepting some award, some phony baloney award. Yeah.
This one.
She should give the instructions on an airplane. Please fasten those seatbelts. Excuse me?
Close cover before striking.
Yeah.
I don't know who's happier, my husband, my mother, or my sister. This is certainly a very distinguished award, and I am very privileged to accept it. I once heard a great being say...
I once heard a great being say... Being? Talks like that.
You don't get anywhere in this world without people's grace.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd like to thank you, the people, for your grace.
Thank you. Beautiful. You are spectacular, honey. You could have wrapped that speech up in 3 seconds.
Thank you. Yeah, that was about 10 seconds.
He was just talking like a person.
Into 2 minutes.
Some guy once said to me that, you know, you should be very thankful. Thank you. That's all. That's good night. Yeah.
Stop.
That's Joycelyn, though. She's some character, huh? Wow. She's the Surgeon General?
Yeah.
I'm really the best prepared person in America today.
I am the best prepared person in America today. Sulu laughs at that over-enunciation. All right, enough of that. Yeah, go ahead, Robin. Need to drag. Oh, my.
Yes.
Busy in the middle of a hungerthon.
Oh, I'm losing articles. You got me so crazy. Here we go.
Oh.
Sony.
Sonoboni.
Big Japanese company that bought into Hollywood a few years ago, buying up a big movie company, and everybody expected them to make a lot of money. Well, they're announcing that they're not making money, they're losing money.
I was thinking they should hire Judge Ito as a spokesman.
And now there is all kinds of speculation that they're going to shake up the company and fire some people and hire some others. They're still blaming poor Arnold. They're saying The Last Action Hero was the biggest flop.
Actually, it wasn't.
That's part of the reason that Sony is losing all this money.
Well, first of all, you put a studio in the hands of a hairdresser. What do you expect? It's unbelievable. Barbra Streisand's hairdresser they hired to be the head of the studio.
Well, he left really quickly.
Well, look at the movies.
But he was, he left, and Peter Goober was left there by himself.
Goober. They put Goober in charge. Look, I've met everyone in Hollywood. None of them know a thing.
Well, look at the list
That's
of
hit and miss.
movies they put out. I'll Do Anything, Lost in Yonkers, Geronimo, Cops and Robersons.
Cops and Robersons, that was Chevy Chase's fiasco.
Yeah.
That was supposed to bring him back after his Fox horror show.
The Last Action Hero, Wagons East.
Now, read what they say about Wagons East. Go to almost the bottom of the article.
Well, I'm not reading there. I'm just reading the list.
Go to the. I wish I had the article. I threw it out. Richard Lewis caught me reading it.
Oh no!
Because Wagons East was Richard Lewis and John Candy, and it said it only made $3.5 million, and it was. You got it?
Is it the Post?
They say it was a loss of $18.3 million.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, I can't find it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's in the article. It's right almost near the end of the article. Third column.
This is more than 3 columns.
Oh.
Maybe you read something else.
Third column. There's 4 columns?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Go to the third column, almost
All
the bottom. Last paragraph.
Over the summer, John Candy's last movie, Wagons East, opened flat and did a laughable $3.7 million gross.
Yeah.
Much of the trouble was blamed on Peter Goober.
And take a look at your list there. There was a movie that lost more money than Last Action Hero.
Oh yeah, there are a couple that lost more. Last Action Hero only lost $25 million.
Right.
I'll Do Anything lost $50.
Yeah. So.
But they still blame it on Arnold because he's the biggest star.
But meanwhile, Arnold's made a whole bunch of hit movies, so maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe it was the script.
The hits were Sleepless in Seattle, Groundhog Day, Philadelphia, and Cliffhanger over the same period of time. So.
I don't understand how people make money in the movie business. Saying like a big hit movie like Philadelphia only made $22 million. I don't buy that.
Well, you have to figure in how much it costs to make it and how much they spent to promote it.
Yeah, there's hidden things in there.
Yeah.
That made more than $22 million. If you're lucky enough to break through and have a hit.
No, they're saying that's the profit.
Yeah, that's what they're saying is the profit. They made more than that.
You think it's more?
Yeah, a lot of people made more money than that.
They say the profit on Sleepless in Seattle was $100 million.
I know for a fact it was $105 million.
There's hidden things in there, too.
Absolutely.
And finally today, in Somerset, New Jersey, a 14-year-old boy has been found only delinquent for pounding nails into the heels of an 8-year-old boy and inserting golf tees in the wounds. What do you have to do over there?
Jesus, delinquent.
Yeah, that sounds like a very light thing to call a kid who could do something like that.
He hammered nails into some kid's feet?
Yeah, and they won't reveal his name because of his age. We have to protect him.
No, I think we ought to reveal his age so we know to keep our kids away from him.
Oh, 2 other boys were also accused. Their ages were 9 and 10. They await hearing.
Well, then what do they have to fear? The ringleader he's a delinquent.
The 3 boys are accused of attacking an 8-year-old on August 25th and using nails to create shallow wounds. The motive of the attack was unclear. But the 8-year-old boy refused to steal a tobacco pipe from a store.
Oh.
And so they took him, grabbed him, took off his shoes, and pounded nails into his feet and put golf tees in them.
Golf
Where
tees?
did they get golf tees?
They put golf tees in the feet?
In the holes in the feet.
Oh, I see. And they played golf off his feet?
I don't know if they got around to a game.
Boy, that's wild. I mean, that's very inventive. I might have to fire Jackie and Fred, hire them as riders.
Strange world we live in.
Imagine having the gumption to, like, put nails in somebody's feet and then, like, pull them out. And
put tees in.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, very good. That's a good story. Where'd you get that?
The Big Al brought it.
Oh, thank you, Big Al. Got to give him a little credit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Don't forget to watch the E! Show tonight, Robin, because that's the big tickle show. Where I tickle Anna's feet and other areas. And then
you went wild on her.
And then Anna's boyfriend eats your feet.
I keep forgetting that
Worships
I had
him.
anything to do with this show.
Oh, no, you're in there. Your feet are there.
Well, I hope they look good on camera.
I hear it's a highlight. It's like the look on your face while your feet are being eaten. No, not quite ecstasy.
No, I don't think so, Fred.
Might be disgust, but I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, so that'll be, there's a fine line between ecstasy and disgust. Hey, Jackie New Rape Joke Page Martling, I have to admit everyone's excited about your news with this wild comedy CD and cassette. $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. All of show business is your oyster. Holiday special, buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Next Wednesday night, November 23rd at Rascals Comedy Club in West Orange, New Jersey. It's Jackie for jokes and info. Call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service. Also, don't miss Stuttering John starring in Tony and Tina's wedding. Tickets are available through the Ticket Central in Manhattan. And to get a signed copy of Stuttering John's incredible CD or cassette, call 201-942-OUCH. Does he have to put adjectives in his plugs? Incredible new. Does he have to do that for me?
I thought that was you.
No.
He's been waiting. I think he puts those in so that you'll goof on him. But
yeah, well, tell him I'm really not into being goofed around with him. I don't need it.
When they give me those, I assume they've been passed
No,
on.
how do you assume of anything?
You were reading that for so long. At first, I started to question it, and then I said, well, he must mean it. He's saying.
I read along, and then I go, you know what? I'm not going to buy into this and start arguing. And just get it out of there. Don't miss Steve Gorilla, the Gorilla, hosting the VIP room at Expo. Do you look over the plugs before?
No.
Well, that's your new job.
Go through Tom.
No, never mind Tom. You look at them and then give them to Tom. Don't miss Steve Gorilla hosting the VIP room at Expo, New York's hottest new club located on 43rd Street between 6th and 7th Avenue. On Friday, November 18th, Ms. Howard Stern at the Sports Authority in Smithtown Mall, Smithtown, Long Island, 6:30 to 8:30. Saturday night, November 19th, at the Sports Authority at Woodbridge Mall, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And if you're looking for a DJ for your office Christmas party, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. Many dates still available. As Scott always says,
music to scrape the tar off your fingers by.
There's a bunch of things we need to talk about before we close out, Howard. This bidding for the hungerthon, you have this 30 minutes to sit in on the show. The bidding's still open on that. The bidding, I understand, is still open on the lunch. That was a high bid that we have, but the bidding's still open on the lunch with us.
I see.
Closing things out, Papa Boo.
And,
Stupid.
And so the bidding's still open on the lunch, and then, of course, your bestseller, Private Parts, which has been on the New York Times paperback bestseller list for 10 weeks. I think it's spent 25 weeks on the hardcover list. We have a limited amount that will be autographed by the entire crew.
Mm-hmm.
And the bidding can start on that right now. We have a limited amount of them. And
Limited amount of what? The soft?
Of the books. Yeah, soft cover books, paperback books. So the numbers to call are 1-800-262-0923, or if you have a cellular phone, dial star, then the letters KROCK. And your
Can I get out of here now?
No, because Pete Fornatown wants to come and give you a shirt, and your writing crew is here.
Here's the shirt.
Your who crew?
But you don't have to
your
talk to
writing
them.
crew.
I thought they didn't want... no, there's 2 writers who came over working on the movie. They wanted to see what the studio looked like. Do they actually want to see me on the microphone?
I don't know. They were just sent here. But I know that Pete Fornatown is supposed to come in right now and present you with a shirt. Oh, here's Pete right now.
Oh.
I thought that was Stuttering John.
No, Pete, what are you doing? You think that looks like Stuttering John?
I'm still in the shirt business, Howard.
Pete's like really into this hunger thing.
Sure.
Oh,
He brought it with
he's
him.
been doing this for years.
Pete's like really... he feels guilty or something. Believe me, Pete...
What happened so good in your life?
Pete's hanging by a thread anyway. He could end up hungry. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe that's it.
That's right. Maybe you realize you're one step away from being hungry yourself.
Don't look back. It might be gaining on you. Something like that.
Hi, this is Pete Fornatown. I'm here for the hungry.
It's a very special Friday here at the Hungerthon.
And tomorrow, and I'll be back on a special Monday. All right, go ahead.
What do you think, Howard?
Pete is holding a beautiful T-shirt that the Hungerthon people will be... what will you be doing with that?
These are being offered for pledges of $50 for the T-shirt, $70 for the sweatshirt. It's the John Lennon self-portrait with his signature beneath it and the line, "Imagine there's no hunger."
That's what that is? I thought that was a child's squiggle on the shirt. That's John Lennon?
That's John.
Imagine there's no talent.
Imagine he's...
No, actually, that is a very rare self-portrait of John Lennon that Yoko only gives permission to use on very rare occasions. Am I correct?
That is correct.
So that's a rare T-shirt.
It is a
Would
rare
that be a
T-shirt.
collector's item?
A collectible.
It is a collectible.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
And,
Very beautiful.
And Yoko has donated her royalties to World Hunger Year on the show.
Well, how'd you get her to part with any
I'm
money?
not sure, but...
A miracle. Gee, Yoko's so generous. He only got $50 billion.
Yeah, that woman coming back to life in Albany wasn't a miracle. Getting Yoko to part with money, that's a miracle.
Usually I take gratuity for donating. I wish she'd donate her vocal cords. Anyway, so Pete, you are very... Because Pete, I know, gets charged. This is Pete's big time of year.
Yeah.
This is it.
Because evidently, like, Pete claims he knew Harry Chapin. And
Was this Harry's?
this was Harry's thing before he got his head chopped off on the Long Island Expressway by some truck.
In the back of a Rickles truck. I
That's
remember
correct.
the day.
Howard, you don't understand. In the summertime...
Was it really a Rickles truck?
That's right.
Oh, no, seriously, is it?
Rickles does it better.
No, it
Do it
wasn't.
better
Was
than
it?
Rickles.
No, it wasn't. Was it?
I swear to God.
Fred, would you get a normal voice, you dummy? Was it? I'm asking you for real.
I believe it was.
He can't help
You
it.
don't even know that.
No,
You
I
believe.
swear, it was on the Long Island Expressway,
Oh,
right?
please.
You are right.
You should see what goes on
you
with
are
this hunger.
correct, sir.
Anyway, so Pete Fornatell, of course.
This is...
I want to take Fred and throw him through a window. I don't know how he knows these things.
He
He can't tell
doesn't
me
know
what...
who's playing the music on this program.
No.
Well, let him crash into the back of a truck, and I'll tell you.
So Pete goes around saying that he was friends with Harry Chapin. And this was Harry's big thing because Harry hadn't sold a few records in a while.
Yeah, didn't Harry have a brother he could pass this on to?
He did.
Melvin Chapin. And
why did Pete get it?
so Pete is somehow involved. And I know Pete gets charged up every year. He's like, guess who's coming in? Father Bill Ayers. And it's like, well, who's that?
Bill Ayers.
He's very, he got married. He left the priesthood.
He did?
Yeah, they still call him father, though.
Oh, boy.
Bill Ayers, they start in like...
Who is Bill Ayers?
In like May, right?
Yeah.
You see, there's Bill Ayers is up here, the people from World Hunger Year, there's meetings, and you see him in the conference room in May already planning for November.
And you raised $50,000 last night, I heard, with Mountain and Santana.
They were great. Fred was there. Fred,
Right.
what'd you think?
What'd you think of it, Frank?
I thought it was a very special.
Walk into that, Pete.
Right. So what happened with Bill Ayers? He got married, right? He was a priest and he got married.
Yes.
What kind of priest is that?
But he married a girl.
But he was
which everyone got shocked.
But he was a radio priest.
No, he's
he has his own show and stuff.
Happens all the time.
Hey, once in a while, a guy finds his wiener, and he's got to use it.
Yeah, I mean, what happens?
He got horny. What
Briefly
can I
robes, and all of a sudden he realizes that, you know, the bottom of his body is working.
Hey, he woke up one day, and things were happening, strange things.
Saw a set of cans, threw away his Bible, picked up some condoms, and whoopee.
You friends with Bill Ayers? Are you close?
Oh, God, yeah.
You would go over his house and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
And do you like
Need a
goof
wife?
on? Do you goof on the fact that he broke his pact with God?
Well, no. I mean, he married my wife and I, so we're wondering.
So the three of you are married?
Well, that's interesting.
When I took Pete...
I thought he just married a woman. I didn't realize he married a guy and a woman.
I take you to be my husband. I knew this was a dangerous guy.
Pete will only come in here at the time of the hungerthon.
I know. Other times he stays out. This is the only time he'll brave this situation.
When I took Pete's class in college, Father Bill Ayers was one of the guest speakers.
But why is Pete so enamored with Father Bill
And why do you
Ayers?
still call him father? He married a woman and dropped out.
No one does. Only Howard does.
All right, what is going on with Father Bill Ayers and you?
Real quick. Let me tell you two quick boring stories. Bill and Harry founded World Hunger Year.
Okay, Bill Ayers
in 1975.
All right.
Harry went to a radio executive who we all know and love in this room, who gave the green light for these events back in 1975.
Right.
He whose name shall not be mentioned.
But you're very serious. I mean, you build your whole year around this.
Well,
you are really into hungry people.
Are you more into music or the hungry?
Yeah, what do you love more, music or hungry?
In this order, Harry's memory.
What do you think you're going to go to heaven or something because of this? Because you're not.
Are you a religious guy?
Manish Tanavo Hazat.
Robin, I prefer spiritual.
I see.
Are you
into New Age?
Are you into our Lord Jesus Christ pretty heavily?
Sure.
Yeah, really, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly.
Church-going man.
You pray?
In terms of...
Do you pray to our Lord Jesus
Christ? In terms of a role model,
absolutely.
Not bad.
Pray every day?
Before we get too far
What's your story, man?
course here.
Do you have any fun, or do you just
the other
like...
thing I want
do you go to church? Do you go to mass and stuff?
Do you get laid, or what? What is your story?
I saw a couple of his kids.
Yeah.
He's got kids.
Yeah, you practically a priest, or what?
He's more of a priest than Bill.
Yeah, wait. I'll get Pete to respect me. I'll put a collar on to respect me. Here it is.
Now, Howard.
Now, here, talk to me. Go ahead. Yeah.
Before we get too far off course here.
Yeah.
You heard that.
Let me see you.
Yeah. Got a collar on. Right? He's a priest groupie.
I see.
Yeah.
Good.
Does it? No.
Do you go to confession?
Pete, do you go to confession?
No.
You do not.
No?
I'm very surprised. You've been baptized, I hope.
Yes.
Thank God. Mm-hmm. You born again?
No.
No. All right. No. You want to make a confession to me now?
No. Or ever.
You have something you want to talk to me about now that I got my collar on?
Yes, I do. Hungerthon 94.
So what do you mean? So what's with you and this guy Bill Ayers? So like you two dudes like put this whole thing together.
Right, well, after Harry left us.
So suddenly.
Really.
How sad. Good career move, though. I think it was pretty much over for him.
Do you think Harry was tired of, this whole hungerthon thing?
I think he just had to get away from Pete, so he just backed himself into a truck.
The back of that truck?
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm so sick of Pete and the hungerthon and Bill Ayers, and just bam, right into the truck.
That was the other story I was going to tell you. I actually met Harry. He was hitchhiking.
Really?
On a road on the way to the Southern State Parkway, and I picked him up.
Hey, there's a cute guy. I think I'll pick him up. So wait a second. No, what do? You pick up guys.
Hey, was it really raining hard in Frisco? Put your hand on my neck.
No, really. You mean you just saw Harry Chapin? Like this was when he was famous already?
No. That's the weird thing. This is 1970. It was a benefit for an injured fireman in Long Beach.
Right.
Okay. And he was hungry. And I after the third half-hour drum solo of the night,
right?
You remember?
Yes, I do, sir.
I had to get the hell out of there.
Right.
Jumped in a red Volkswagen, heading back to the Southern State Parkway, I think. And there's this lanky guy on the side of the road. And there was a different atmosphere then of
you picked up
picking up long-haired
sure. I'll tell you, I was alive during that period. I didn't pick up anybody. Was Harry nude when you picked him up?
No, not at all.
Give me a ride.
And we got into this conversation, and he was a filmmaker at the time.
A child was born just the other day. He came in the world in the most unusual of ways.
Oh, boy.
Let me take my clothes off now.
You ought to do the remake. Anyway, so all of these things connect.
So you had a certain kismet with Harry
It's
Chapin.
the Harry's memory. It's the fact that Bill took over the organization.
Because you're maybe the only guy who remembers Harry. You realize that?
No.
No, there's many fans.
You didn't see the tribute record last year with Bruce Springsteen and Richie
Listen,
Havens?
my father and I used to listen to Father and Son. Or was that Cat Stevens? Sorry, Harry. What was the one?
Cats in the Cradle.
Cats in the Cradle. And, my father would smack me around a little.
Listen, before we get too far off course here, Howard,
Go ahead.
I have a document here. I think
now this is what we've probably been building toward.
What's the document?
I am a girl.
Did you have a sex change operation, you knucklehead?
He just came in to show you his new birth certificate.
Yes. I have a document signed by Harry right before he bought it.
Our friend Gary here mentioned a while ago, of course, that we
what is this document? Tell us.
In 1981? 1981 was the course, I think.
I have proof that Lee Harvey Oswald
was
not acting alone.
I know what this is. I wasn't sure what this is.
Hurry up, I'm starving. You're making me hungry.
Yes, now I am hungry.
It's hard to get a word.
No, I'm one of the hungry. You have a document.
Yes.
Yes.
In every group of students, there's always a couple who stand out from the crowd. I mean, that's just the dynamics of a group.
That is very true.
This is the professor we're hearing now.
Well,
is this Professor Pete Fornatel?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
And
Should I get my little blue book?
Well, I have one for you here.
Test?
You took a class with Pete, right?
Yeah.
Did you have to take tests?
Yeah, I think that's what he's leading up to.
Oh.
You got
I
Gary's
have
test?
in my possession Gary's final exam.
Really?
Now, wait a second. Remember, I told you
there you go.
I told you what the final in Pete's class was.
What was it?
This was really weird. Pete brought in right before Rod Serling died. Is this what this is?
That's right, yeah.
Right
what
before,
a class. I was king of the gut classes. I don't know why I never got this one.
Right before Rod Serling died,
yes,
Rod Serling was going to do a syndicated rock and roll radio show. I'm not making this up. Called The Concert That Never Was. And it was going to take all live performances and put it together.
Fantasy Park.
And Pete had all the tapes and all the documents about it. He played everything for us, and then we had to write, would this have worked?
Oh, boy.
And that was probably
I wish you were my professor.
You know,
what a waste of college tuition.
I just realized.
Professor Pete Fornatel.
You know, we spent one whole night watching.
Where can you go after something like that?
Yeah, but Pete, what does that qualify you to do after you take your class? Honest to God.
The course was once a week, right, for 13 weeks. So it was like 2.5 hours. I know one whole night we spent at WNEW with Scott Muni yelling at us. One night we spent.
Get out of here.
One night we spent at a syndicated radio.
Why did he yell at you?
I told you the story a couple of weeks ago. One of the students mentioned to Scott about. He said, "Well, in my experience," and Scott just said, "Stop right there. You don't have any goddamn experience. When you have experience, you come. When you've been in the business 20 years, you come back to me."
What a load.
And then,
but you're glad you're out of that nut house, huh, Pete?
I love it here.
You sure do.
And then one night we watched the Atlantic Records 25th anniversary film. That was 2 hours. Yeah, it was a great course.
That's a cool class.
It was a great course.
I think I do that at home. It's called listening to records and watching videos.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I just realized that if I had walked in here and started talking about the exam paper right away, I'd have saved myself a lot of grief.
But, yeah, right. So you have the exam, and you have Gary's response.
Well,
what did Gary get?
What can we do with it?
What did you grade it?
He got an A.
He did?
He did get
Let me see.
Wow,
let me see it.
There's the questions in the front and Gary's blue book.
Was there anybody who didn't get an A?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, there's your blue book.
Oh, man.
Gary Delabate.
Read the little thing on the bottom of the blue book, Harry.
Honor code. Every student is on his honor to neither cheat, nor plagiarize, nor act dishonorably.
Gary?
Yeah, right.
I never... How could you cheat on that thing? What do you think? Oh, no.
Many people confuse the demise of network radio with the demise of radio itself. With the discovery of television, radio had to adapt to survive. And it did so in a few ways. But I got to see where...
Oh, where we go.
Where you answer the question. Oh, is this boring? Wow, and it is in Gary's disgustingly neat handwriting.
Anal retentive handwriting.
Yeah, look at that. Girls don't write this neat.
Know.
Unbelievable.
Well, maybe Fred or somebody could take a look at it and...
Yeah, we'll highlight the
pick out the highlights.
Are you auctioning this?
I don't know. What should we do with it? How can we...
You know what? People buy crazy stuff.
Okay, I mean, maybe Gary would pay blackmail for it. I don't know. What?
No, you did get an A.
Maybe Gary wants it back.
Could this be worth anything?
Auction it out.
I'll leave it for Jackie.
Maybe Baby Jackson would like to see some of Daddy's exams one day.
See what Daddy did before he got yelled at by me on the radio. Well, let me say something. We'll put it up for auction and let's see. Now, you will handle the auctioning here in New York.
That is correct.
You will be in charge. There's big pressure on you to outdo each year, but it is a good cause because what happens? What are
Who are the hungry?
Who
Where
are the
are
hungry?
they?
Are they mostly black people, or what are we looking at here?
The thing here is that it's not the soup kitchen
hungry
aspect of dealing with hunger. It's more the organizational. It's more, the line from the Bible about you.
No, what are you talking
Give a man
about?
a fish he eats for one day. Teach him how to fish. He eats for a lifetime.
Oh, I see. You teach people how to fish. Cool.
Here's some worms and a
Very
hook.
good.
Get out of here.
I'm a
Keep
teacher.
them off the streets.
I'll
They're
teach you about
fishing.
syndicated radio and fishing.
So that's where the money goes.
I see. You train people how to farm, in other words, to grow
Where?
their own food.
No,
In New York?
Yeah.
Grassroots groups around the country.
I
There's,
see. Teaching people how to get back on their feet so they can feed themselves.
Yeah, there's all sorts of good things going on all over the country, but people don't know about it unless they're put in touch with each other.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
You've moved me now. I'll tell you why, because you're doing something good. And I'll tell you something. I wish I was involved, but my career is much too happening to be involved in something on this level. If I get involved, it's got to be a national.
People here need to learn how to fish?
Yes. Robin's still trying to tackle that fish thing. Anyway, the point is, somewhere some good work is coming out of this.
Oh, wonderful.
And Pete really does work hard on it all year. Him and Bill Ayers have these.
What does Bill Ayers do in the meantime? I know Pete's got this radio gig.
Who knows?
Where does an ex-priest go?
He's the CEO of World Hunger Year and still does radio on another station.
Is that right?
In New York.
I don't listen to that station.
Just remind everybody that all the things that we put out for bid are still open up, which is a lunch with Jackie, Fred, myself, and Stuttering John.
Bidding up to $6,000 already.
30 minutes to sit in on the Howard Stern show.
That's already up some money.
And, of course, we have a limited amount of your paperbacks autographed by everybody on the show.
And someone sits in on the show, they sit here during the commercials, we'll hang out with them and do that kind of thing.
Sure.
And, we'll try to be nice to them.
I just genuinely appreciate all that you guys
Stop groveling, will you? All right, very good, Pete.
1-800-262-0923.
All right, and very good. What is it, Stuttering John? Look at this. Stuttering John. What is it?
It's $500 a book.
$500 a book?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which we said earlier.
What do those people writing my movie want? Do they want to come in here and look at me?
I think so.
So quickly tell them to come in and look at
The
me.
show's over.
I want to go home. I met them for the first time yesterday.
Yeah.
One of them was a good-looking girl. How do I look?
What are her credentials?
Who cares?
Oh, you.
I don't even want to know. Just hand me the script. I know they're more annoying than Pete.
No.
Pete was very good today.
Was he? I didn't hear a thing he said. I was too busy listening to myself.
He said he married a priest.
He also married a wife, too. He married both of us.
He married both of us. It's our golden anniversary.
You guys want to watch me?
Ooh.
Fred, what is that noise you just made?
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh. These are two Hollywood writers.
This is what Hollywood writers look like?
Where's Rob?
You know, all I know is I walked in yesterday. Did you hear me talking about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I walked in yesterday.
What?
I was looking at Larice here.
Uh-huh. Are they a team? Do they write together all
Sometimes, not all the time.
I see.
This is Larice and Rick.
Uh-huh.
But I was, like, really attracted to Larice.
Yes. So nothing got done.
No, everything got done, but I don't know. Could you tell I was attracted to you?
No.
You couldn't?
No.
Were you attracted to me at all?
No.
I thought you were falling in love during it. I thought you were giving me some kind of look during it, but...
You didn't hear what she said after.
Don't you need to love your subject to write about him?
What?
Don't you need to love your subject to write about
Yeah,
him?
don't you need to certainly...
there's some truth in that.
Yeah, you have to be in love. And didn't you grow up listening to me and stuff?
Yeah, DC 101.
Right. Cool. No, Pete, you can't be in the movie. Nobody wants
in
me.
a great spot on
Why? Can't we recreate what we just did? Hungerthon. Hungerthon. Over the Hungerthon. Kiss my ass, Pete.
Oh.
Hey, can't we put the Harry Chapin crash into the...
Oh, there you go.
I think it's already in.
Is it in there?
He was listening to the show when it happened.
So anyway, does this help you by seeing the studio?
Yeah, it does.
No, it was really funny. Like, Ginger Lynn was on the show and everything. I was all sexed up. And then I said, I'll go over and meet the writers. That'll be good.
You didn't know Larice would be there, huh?
No, I knew Larice was a writer, but I didn't know what she looked like. I didn't know she was younger. And I figure a writer's like 100 years old or something. I walk in, I want to feel her up.
Oh.
What about you, Rick? You ever get it on with Larice?
Not yet.
You're not married or anything, are you?
No.
Yeah, so I walk in and I go, and I said to myself, I wonder if, like, Larice is good looking.
You wonder?
Yeah, I was walking over.
Can't see. Oh.
I was I was getting out of my car and I go,
I thought you were looking at her.
I said, she won't be good looking. I never have any luck. So I went upstairs and I'm like, whoa.
Well,
Jackie,
it's the usual theory that smart girls aren't pretty.
What?
What'd you think of Rick?
Who cares about Rick? I mean, Rick's okay, but I'm looking at you. You're not attracted to Larice? You probably tried.
Listen to him giggling.
Yeah, look at him. But that's what he did the whole time we met. He just sat and laughed. You're not attracted to her?
Well.
Yeah, sure.
Makes you have to get back and write.
He has you at night alone.
Oh, yeah. We have Robin's big dance number.
No, but it was kind of, you took me by surprise, you know what I mean? I didn't know what you looked like, and you actually looked like my first girlfriend.
Really?
Doesn't she kind of look like that girl Robin?
Yes, she does, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa. Except, of course, you haven't been hurt by age yet.
Hurt?
You know what I mean. The ravages of time haven't gotten to Larice yet.
He hasn't hit you in the face.
Yeah, right. I mean, in fact, my first girlfriend looks pretty good.
She looks great.
But you look like my first girlfriend when she was my first girlfriend. How old are you?
30.
You're 30?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like 23 or something.
You
You're
look
really
very young, yeah.
Yeah. Age has not diminished your beauty.
Has not hit you in the face.
Yeah.
The change hasn't happened. No, I was just like, whoa. I was like, whoa. So I was like, look, and it's very hard for me to like concentrate when somebody good looking's in the room. You know what I
You
mean?
wore glasses the whole time. I couldn't tell where you were looking.
Yeah. But I made sure to look at Rick a lot and then look at you to show you that I wasn't interested or anything. I mean, I'm a married guy. But I would want to be alone with you for a week riding. I don't know.
Cabin you two need
Yeah, we'd get a little cabin fever going.
Suddenly I'm out of a job.
Well.
Yeah, Howard has to write the movie himself.
Yeah, I might need to work with Larice. Yeah. I need to work with her alone. Get you out of the picture.
Just let me know how
The chemistry with you isn't working.
Yeah. Hey, Rick, you're ruining the script. You got to leave. Larice, you just work on it with me. We'll see if we can't come up with something funny. I think we could.
Rick's bringing it down.
No, actually, very beautiful woman. What can I say? And Rick, you're very handsome. All right? Anyway, that's Larice and...
Rick.
Rick. I'm going to take Rick. I'm going to drive you to a lake. I'm going to seatbelt you back in the car.
Want to make sure you're safe.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you have this problem when you write with Rick. I mean, he must have feelings. True?
Sure. No, actually, he doesn't.
It's never come up?
We've just been friends for years.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Nice luck, huh?
You know what that means?
You know what that means.
He wants to bang her and she don't want to bang him.
Right.
That's why he's laughing.
All you can do is laugh.
Yeah.
I laughed for about 19 years of my life.
What are you going to do, cry?
Yeah, until I met my wife. Listen, that's the breaks.
Yeah. Now, why did you need to see what goes on in here? Why do you need to look at us?
We just want to see you, Robin.
Is that right?
They want to just see the energy of the room.
We have to write in the
Robin, don't you think I've asked this for 2 weeks? Why don't you just leave me alone? But it never works.
I wonder what goes through their mind. Now, will this help?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it helps to write the description.
He could have done that part. He sees it every day.
I could have helped you with that. All right. Larice and Rick, I hope this helps you.
It does.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. All right. Anyway, Pete, good luck with the hungerthon. I'll be listening all weekend.
Call you bastard.
What was that? What is the number?
I don't mind dwelling.
What is this?
Unlike.
Wait a second. Wait, Pete.
1-800-262-0923. Say it twice. 1-800-262-0923.
So call you bastard.
Call you cheap bastards. Too many Jews in New York. They don't donate.
That's right.
I think we all ought to call Howard and donate. And
I did that last year. I tuned in the hungerthon by accident.
Yeah.
And I heard these pathetic pleas from Pete, like screaming for money.
Listen, you sons of bitches, you better call now.
It was like really pathetic. I'm here with Father Bill Ayers, and we're trying to raise some money. And I was like, oh, shut up. So I just called in. I pledged like some money.
Will Pete be on all weekend?
Were you going to be doing it all week? Oh, Pete lives for this. Will you be doing this all weekend?
Yes, on and off, yes.
You will be here.
Yes, each day a little bit.
Oh, all right.
So call or I'll back a truck into you.
He's the Jerry Lewis of the hungerthon.
I see.
He's like there all weekend.
Yes.
You know, but he takes little naps and stuff like Jerry. But at the key moments, Pete's there.
Well, yeah, because we don't want Pete to have a heart attack.
Does he cries at the end when he sings when you
walk through a storm.
Through a storm, keep your head up high.
I'm going to throw you out of the room. Larice, are you falling in love with me? And my full powers here.
Yeah, very good.
Get a nice smile.
Thank you.
You got a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Really? You don't have a boyfriend?
You got a husband?
No, she says she's not married.
Oh.
Wow. What's your story?
We can't get into this now.
All right.
We have the script to write.
You've been hurt by a man?
No, not really.
Rick, what's your story? You can't make a move? I mean, what are you, lame?
She must be.
You're into guys, though, right?
Yeah.
And Rick, what's your problem?
Maybe
He's
the guy. That's true.
Oh, Rick, what's going on?
No mic.
Make your move.
Oh, there we go. I don't know the proper equipment.
You got to tell her you love her, and that's it. You've been riding alongside her. You obviously have a lot of respect for her mind. I mean, she's a bright woman. I've spoken with her.
Yeah, you spent, what, an hour with her?
Yeah, that's enough for me. That's enough to tell me you're bright. Well, anyway, this is obviously very uncomfortable between the two of you. This is obviously sexual tension. Have you two never dated or anything? Just rotated, right? Interesting.
Never double dated?
Obviously not. All right, listen, it's none of my business. I hardly know you two.
Yeah. You're not one to pry.
No, I'm not. All right, very good. I'm going to tell you something. I'm very, very proud of the two of you. What is Pete again with the hungerthon?
No,
I'm going to take it. I'm in the middle of talking to Larice, my new girlfriend.
To the Gary puppet, and he did better.
Is that right? You're very funny. All right.
Pete is wacky.
Pete, if these two can't nail the script, I'm going to hire you.
He's applying to write your script.
That's right. He's looking to steal their thunder.
I think he's regrading Gary.
Now that he's reading it, he just took away the A and made it a C. All right, listen, we've all had a lot of fun here, obviously, but it's time to begin the hungerthon. I would ask all of my audience to pledge some money for these so-called hungry.
No, to teach them to